Start over.
Repeat.
Practice was a little loud the other night.
Okay, we're trying this again. Anybody that's out there, we're doing a reboot.
We got it.
Okay, we're trying this reboot. Again. It's Tuesday, March 4th.
The Great Reset.
The Great Reset. Yeah. Apparently, my computer does not like me plugging the mixer into the wrong USB-C port. So I will never do that again. The wrong hole, she screamed.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Get it out. Exactly. So we do have Jason Stallworth in studio, Pajama Joe, Lusty Laura. This Friday is the Barf Show, Bay Area Hard Rock Fest. Doors now open at 5:30 p.m. We're going on at 6 p.m. So get there early if you're going. If you want to see the awesome Jason Stallworth band, I renamed it Jason.
Oh, cool.
The Jason Stallworth band. Get there early. If you can, if you're bringing, if you and some buddies are going, load up in the same car, please. Just it's a huge piece of property, but parking is limited. So carpool, Uber, yeah, get a ride, whatever.
It's best if you guys can Uber. If you guys can Uber, I mean that's very inexpensive these days, really convenient. So yeah, parking is limited. So please Uber. You guys can do a share ride or something like that.
Something.
Yeah. They're
trying to conserve parking. Beer is going to be available. Contents don't know till it's emptied out, but you can BYOB.
Just don't be a drunk dick.
Don't be a drunk dick. I don't know coolers and things like that. I'm guessing people can bring coolers. I don't know. But
yeah, I would think that'd be fine. I mean, especially if you're sharing with the band like us IPAs guys. So yeah, then you can bring beer.
Perfect. So this Friday, 5:30 p.m. Get tickets. You can get tickets from Jason Stallworth if you're local. You can get tickets at Toy Minted in Brandon from Josh. So
or through the bands.
Or through the bands.
If they have any left.
The bands that are playing, we can go down the list, Jason, if you want. My memory sucks, but Chaos, Must Not Kill, Siren, Oblivion, Thrash Attack, Monstrosity.
Yeah.
Not in that order. I'm just telling you who's playing. So
Midnight Vice.
And of course, Jason Stallworth.
Midnight Vice and Jason Stallworth. So a lot of bands. If you get the tickets the day of the show, they're $35. If you get your wristband beforehand, it's $25. Or if you give Jason a handy in the bathroom, he might give you one for free. It's always possible.
If I wear a T-shirt that says I'm with the band, can I get in for free?
Hey, no. Joe, I don't know what security's like there, but if you fit in,
I tried.
Maybe you just squirrel your
It's
way in.
me. No wristband, no entry.
Yep. So we'll see what happens.
Wait, you're the security?
Yep. I'm the muscle.
Yep. She's getting paid a lot too. Imagine that. All right. And Jason today, he's on the inlawwetrust.com camera. So if you are in Florida and you are looking to get a divorce or you want to talk to an attorney about divorce, go to inlawwetrust.com. From there, you can contact Johnny D. Girolamo and give him a call. He'll give you a free minute of his time or 2 or 10, and you can discuss your case with him.
Make sure you mention the show.
Make sure you say, hey, Drew from the Drinking with Drew show sound very convincing that you are a good divorce attorney.
He is good.
He is good. Good attorney. All right. So we're going to talk about a lot of things. I have a lot of packed pamphlet material here today. So we are going to talk about our personal theories on how Gene Hackman and his wife and their German Shepherd passed away. So I'm sure everybody's kind of thought about it. I'm just bringing this on the crew. So everybody has a theory. Let's think about it. We're going to give our opinions. I have my own theories.
Carbon monoxide.
Nope. It's already been cleared.
Been canceled.
Really?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They said no?
Yep. We'll talk about it, Joe.
Okay.
We'll
I thought we were talking about it.
I haven't
he's just teasing for later.
Yes, I'm doing the teasers, Joe.
We're only at first base.
Oh, and I didn't even give inlawwetrust.com. There's John's little ad that I put together for him. So inlawwetrust.com. I forgot to put this up last week too, so I need to remember to use the tools.
Put phone numbers on that
use
shit.
the tools
Websites
that God gave me. Well, that's what I'm saying. I put this together, so it's not his fault.
I know. That's what I'm telling you to do.
I know.
Do better.
I'm trying.
You do you.
inlawwetrust.com. There we go. All right.
Well, there's an ad real quick. I've been divorced twice before I was 30 years old. I wish I had known about inlawtrust.com.
Inlaw We Trust, yeah. It would help,
That's
right?
a good ad, right?
Yeah.
Remember it for the next one.
There will be no next one, my friend. Nope.
All right. So let's see. I need to find. I don't have my glasses today, so I'm sorry. They're somewhere.
There's like 6 pairs around.
There
the
are
house.
6 pairs
There's more
in
than
one
that.
spot.
Laura hid them from you, dude.
I did not hide them. I bought them. So I keep buying them because he keeps misplacing them.
Yes. So we're going to talk about why Facebook fired 20 people.
Ooh,
That's
20
it?
people?
Why Facebook/Instagram had a sexual glitch.
Ooh.
If you missed that, apparently.
I thought it was a violent.
I heard it was
not
sexual. Whatever.
Oh, no.
Man gets mom and daughter preggers.
Ooh.
I think that's fake.
The
2 for 1
boyfriend's
deal.
the boyfriend's micro penis. The wide neck Florida man, he's back in jail. And NASA secret sex chat rooms. We're talking about Casey Anthony and why she's in the news
Again?
again.
Why? She's so irrelevant, but she's trying to make money.
Yeah, and the Epstein list. The
She's the
flub
reason I
on
hope.
that.
She's the reason I hope TikTok actually does get banned in the U.S.
Well, she made like one post, so we'll see.
Yeah, but she's trying to make money off of it.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
You know, it's the people's fault that watch it, though. You know, it's like if people...
That's why people watch bad car accidents because, you know, it's terrible, but they want to see
I'm
it.
probably giving money to people whose reel I get stuck on, but it's in like the suggested page or it's in the algorithm or whatever. Like I didn't purposely click on it. I just happened upon it, and even like a second viewing of the video gets considered a view and they get money for it. So
You are correct. So, and lastly, we are going to try a much anticipated chocolate cherry cake. I think it's a porter, but I went to DuClaw directly. I told the people at Party Liquors, listen, this is the new beer. It looks amazing. I need you to get me some of this beer. They put a direct order into DuClaw Brewing, and I got a whole case of the fucking shit. So it wasn't just a 4-pack. I got a whole 24-pack of these big ass 16-ounce cans.
They sent it to us?
Yeah, I have it. I have literally a whole
He had to
fucking
pay
case.
for it.
Yeah, I paid for it. Yeah, no, I paid for it. And it was expensive. And then when I'm there, they're like, hey, this is seasonal. Are you interested in getting 2 more cases while it's available? And of course, my dumbass said yes. So that's on its way.
it's probably going to be worse than the fucking
I know.
chocolate milk one.
I'm
It's
really
disgusting.
paranoid about this because I'm very excited. I'm really think I'm going to like it.
I'm kind of excited too.
But man, if I don't,
hope it's shit.
If I don't,
No.
I'm going to hate myself,
Laura.
literally, because I ordered a lot of this shit. So, yeah. I just found a metal museum pick on my
Oh, cool, dude.
desk.
I've got
Kinda
some
hard.
in my studio, man.
I mean, it's a good pick, but it's a little thicker than what I'm used to, but it's a good pick. Let me try it. So it's the Drinking with Drew show. We have a lot on the pamphlet, like you heard. We have some Buderbangs too. We might have too many
It's gonna be a
Buderbangs.
long show.
I might have to pull it back a little bit because it is going to be a long show. We'll see. And something else we were going to talk about. Oh, it's Laura's birthday coming up.
oh,
How old is Laura? We're going to
29.
make guesses. All
You're
right.
all going to die.
Ah, it's the Drinking with Drew show. My name's Drew, and I'm drinking with my barf koozie. And now, from the CapsFlorida.com studios in Riverview, Florida,
Beer's naked.
it's the Drinking with Drew show.
Plumber's butt crack looks like boobs.
A what?
All right,
Weird.
cutting you guys off mid-conversation. See, while the
You're actually turning the conversation on.
well, I'm just telling you
Mid-conversation.
because while the intro's playing, I put everybody on mute, and they have these little sidebar conversations, and they go a little too long sometimes. So, and I don't think Jason wants
I've
to,
never been accused of being too long.
well, I don't think Jason, I don't think Jason wants to talk about what we were talking about on air.
No?
Well, I mean, it's kind of relevant, I guess.
Australia?
But, yeah.
So Laura is turning a young, well, I'll let her tell you. So Jason, I'll let you say what you want to say. I don't want to put any.
No, it's okay. I mean, Laura's turning 29. I mean, not a big deal.
Exactly.
So, right?
Yep. Perfect.
So, yeah.
It's actually 25, but whatever.
So I'll be 51 this year in June. I don't think getting old is a crazy big deal. I do see the, when you look back and you're like, oh man, the last 20 years of my life went by like that. And then you're like, shit, in 20 years, I'll be 70, 71. Dude. You think
What
like
the
that.
hell?
And it's like, Jesus Christ, you don't have a lot of time in life. So, just.
You don't. I'll be 50 this year. So I'll be 50 in May. And, I do. Yeah. You start thinking about that. I think about what Nasty Ronnie said, when he called into the podcast several months ago. I
don't know. I fell asleep.
Well, he's in his early 60s, right? Talking about touring and all that. He's like, man, I'm in the fourth quarter. I don't watch sports, but I know what fourth quarter is. And I'm like, shit, I started to think about that.
And I think he's 62. So he's,
I mean, but that's not so far away. Like you said, you look back in the last 20 years.
I lived in Ybor for 10 years. I had a job, my longest job that I ever had besides my business that I own was 10 years. And it just seemed like goes by, and it's just, man, I count life, I think, in 10 years for some reason, just, I did this for 10 years. Yeah. Okay. But it just goes by so fast.
Do you remember when you were younger, and I think everybody experiences, old people would say, whoa, when you get old, time goes by fast. And then here we are. You're like, back then you're like, whatever. Okay. I'm BMXing.
Jason, your biggest fans in the comments, Tiptoe Mercenary. He says you're the man.
Who's that?
Tiptoe Mercenary.
Tiptoe Mercenary. What's up, dude?
And he likes your intro.
Oh, cool.
Well, not your intro, Drew's intro.
Yeah.
My intro, thank you to Must Not Kill. They put that together for me. And kind of the outro I stole from them as well. We do have a Buderbangs song that we'll play later that I hijacked from Jason, a.k.a. Manufactured Chaos, but it's now officially Buderbang.
So it's a manufactured bang.
Yeah, it's a manufactured bang off.
Or boot.
So, yeah.
In your case, boot.
Hey, I'm just picky, that's all.
We might get some good ones tonight. You never know. We never know. So how far are we on our beers? Because I'm literally going to
trying, dude.
do this new beer.
Yeah.
And I don't know what we started off that the audio wasn't on. We had to reboot the show for those of you who may have caught that or didn't. We started the show and Keller, one of our listeners, he said that there's no audio. So I had some issues with my cables. I had to restart the show. So we shut it down and restarted it. I'm kind of confused on what I covered and what I did not cover. Did I talk about the beer that we are going to have on the second half?
I think so.
I don't. Crap,
So
dude. My memory sucks because I'm old. So
it's 9.4%. It's a chocolate cherry cake porter from DuClaw Brewing. They were awesome, and they sent me a case, so I paid for it, but they sent it to me at a special request because they weren't going to get any in at the liquor store at Party Liquors. So I ordered a case, and then when I got there, they're like, look, this is a seasonal beer. Do you want 2 more cases while it's available? And I said, yes. So I have 2 more cases on the way. So I really, really, really hope I like this beer. If I don't, I'm going to be sadly upset.
You always get more just in case.
Well, I mean,
Bad pun.
If I don't like it, maybe we can sell them at Barf.
I was going to say that. Just bring them. We could sell them.
Just do
at
like
Barf,
a little, get my money back at least, something.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we allowed to do that without a liquor license?
Yeah.
We'll donate them.
Let's pretend it's 1982 and just,
We'll donate them. Something like that. Oh, he said we said that already, by the way. Cool.
Oh, okay.
So I just repeated myself. Sorry.
Sometimes 2 is better than 1.
Yes. All right. So in the news.
At his age, the memory goes too quickly.
It does.
He doesn't remember.
That's the fucking damn truth.
That's one thing at 50 plus. Yeah.
Damn truth. We'll talk about before we have our taste test. I want to talk about this Gene Hackman thing. Beloved actor, which, okay, everybody loves Gene Hackman. He never got in any controversy. I don't ever know him of being involved in a scandal.
Because he's old enough that they didn't have
but
social media, and he married this woman in like the 70s or something. They were low key. she was a pianist. Like it
Pianist?
wasn't like she was some Playboy model that was hooking up with all, like, no wonder he was low key.
I guess, but there are people who I think are the same quality actors that, for whatever reason, society didn't really pair well with.
It's that generation.
Okay. But anyway.
It was 95, right?
What, when they married?
He was 95, yes.
Oh,
she was in her early 60s. I want to say 61.
Now, here's a little twist on that, though. Like, so in this case, he was low key. Just, is it that some people can get into entertainment or a band that makes it or whatever, and have their spouse or whatever in their family, and that's enough?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is because I often, and I don't want to sound judgmental, but I often look at all these people that have crazy problems that they're doing something for a living that anyone would just die to do when everybody else is having to go to a job they hate. They're making millions, ungodly amount of money doing something they love, and then they're bitching and complaining and getting all this stuff. It's like, okay, I think there are a subset of people that, like, you know what, I am grateful that I get to do this for a living, and I'm just going to live a happy life and just not get into all the bullshit, right?
Right.
Does that make sense, or is that too harsh?
Yeah, I agree.
Tiptoe Mercenary saying that he was dead for 2 weeks beforehand.
Correct.
It's really sad that no one found them.
Yeah,
That
2
is
weeks.
sad, man.
Yeah, and they actually have
Really?
regular house attendants, if you will, because they have like gardeners and whatnot. And I think it was somebody that worked for them that found them.
Yeah, it was a worker.
Yeah.
So basically, there's some statements that were made by the worker that found him. He's like, I can't get in. I can't walk. The door's locked. But then they said the doors were unlocked. So there's some weird kind of comments that were made on the 911 call versus what they're saying now in the investigation. Now, there were pill bottles they were located in separate rooms.
Mm-hmm.
In the room she was in, a bathroom, they had pills. She had pills on the floor. They have not said what the pills were for, what kind of pills that I have heard. They could have been his heart medication.
Right.
So the theory that is being laid out right now is that he had a heart attack, and when she was running into the bathroom to try to get his medication, she slipped and fell.
Yeah. And she took down the little space heater that she was found next to.
And there was a space heater right next to her head.
And the dog was found in the room with her. He probably ate a pill.
No. The dog was in a crate.
No, the dog was found with her.
No, the dog was in a crate.
Okay.
That's what I literally heard that from somebody at
two different stories, though? Is there two different
Who did you
versions?
hear it from?
I just remember hearing that the dog was found with the woman in the bathroom. Or near the woman. Like or in a closet, like it was like near the woman.
I've heard from multiple people.
But it didn't say that the dog was in a crate.
Outlets said it was in a crate. And so basically that they just...
There was another one in the house, though. And then there was a third one outside. So there was 3 dogs total. Only one was dead.
Right.
They had another one in the house that was alive. And then they had another one that was outside. Which, if they see the dog running around for 2 weeks outside, why did they not say anything?
Yeah, so...
Because Gene Hackman was found in the mudroom. So he was probably going to let the dogs out. He had a heart attack because he already had a pacemaker. And they said that his pacemaker checked a heartbeat or whatever, 2 weeks prior to when they found him.
Now, Lisa's in the comments. She said they did say what pills. I haven't heard that.
Oh.
So if you do know, post it up because I don't know.
No.
Yeah, Candy said the dog was found a few feet away from her, the dead one. And then Keller says that the dog was in a crate in the closet, the one that died.
Oh, poor puppies.
Because he couldn't eat.
Probably. But then that begs to differ. What did the other dog eat?
What did Keller say earlier, though?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Keller, he said he would like to die. What did he say? I would die too. Oh, I would die
to be one of Jason's roles.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Bringing it back.
We're back here.
Bringing back the roles.
Bringing back the
I
roles.
couldn't let the comment.
Full circle, just like the roles.
I couldn't let the comment get past without being noticed.
Yeah.
See, Lisa's saying dog's in a crate too. That's what I've heard over and over again. The dog was in a crate.
Poor puppy.
So yeah, it's sad. Dog, German Shepherd, big dog.
Mm-hmm.
So my theory. So let's assume, how much do we go off the end of the conspiracy theories at this point?
Well, what are the I mean, so.
What's the conspiracy theories against a 95-year-old man?
Yeah, I mean, they had the success. They didn't get in trouble.
Here's a twist to everything, because the same day that they found Gene Hackman dead, they were supposed to release the Epstein files.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
same day.
I don't think he's going to be on
Okay.
that.
I don't know, Joe.
I don't think
hope
he's gonna
not.
be.
I hope
They
not.
released it this weekend, and when I was with Casey, she went over it, and he wasn't on that list.
They have a list.
They basically said there was
flight
nothing new
log.
came out.
They have a flight
Yeah.
log. So, and we're going to talk. We might as well talk about
It's
it
just
now,
people
but-
who used his plane, which everybody
well, that's
already
what
knew.
people are confusing is people who used his plane on a regular basis and people who actually were on the island that they have video of, and
They
the
didn't release
FBI
that.
has not released that yet. Now, Pam Bondi said today and last night that they have all the evidence now and they're going through it again to make sure that I guess what they're going to release is accurate, but they don't want to release.
If it's in the file, why is it not accurate? Just fucking
but
release
they don't want to release the names of victims and things like that. So that's why they're going through it. But I'm a private investigator. As cases, I've been given cases of like 10 gigabytes of discovery in a case, and to go through that is just
Months.
completely enormous. There's no way that they can go through if they have years and years of video and they're going to sit there and watch that video. That could take months. So if they have somebody at the New York FBI office that they're saying they don't trust because they didn't release this to begin with, and why are you holding this back, and why are you withholding information that we have requested through an executive order, they're saying that they don't trust the old investigators in charge of this case. Now, the new FBI director is coming in, Kash Patel, I think is his name, and he is the new man in charge, and he's saying, I want it released. He hasn't reviewed it yet. He doesn't know what's in it, but he's saying he wants it released. Pam Bondi's hasn't reviewed it yet, but they're saying they want it released. Transparency, honesty, yada, yada. I can tell you, as somebody that's been in charge of investigations and whatnot, there's shit you shouldn't release. I'm not saying it has to be the case in the Epstein file. It's, sex trafficking. I get it. But sometimes there's just ways or reasons in an investigation why you don't want stuff released. I understand that. So we'll see what happens. But in regards to Gene Hackman, just pure coincidence. And in my experience, what I do for a living, experiences or coincidences are just, they're rare. That they usually make sense. Like coincidences just don't happen for no reason. I'm just saying. So
Lisa
we'll see
said
what
that
happens.
Tylenol, thyroid medication, and high blood pressure medication were found.
So
And he had high blood pressure issues.
but also if for whatever reason he decided to do this, did he?
Are you saying
tell-
somebody hijacked his pacemaker and killed him?
No, but I'm just saying maybe if he I was recently diagnosed with heart issues. I know for a fact if I don't take my blood thinner every day, I'm going to have another heart attack. So if I wanted to end my life, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go to Daytona for bike week and I'm just going to not take my meds. And I know it's going to be my last weekend because I'm probably going to have a heart attack while I'm there. Once you get diagnosed with a disease, you know what you could do to fuck yourself up. So maybe she didn't know. Maybe he didn't tell her that. Maybe he just said, fuck it.
I'm ready to go.
I need to go because this shit's going to be released and I don't want to cause any
I think
disgrace.
I just think you're way off on that.
I'm not saying I believe it.
No,
I'm just saying it's a
just
theory.
saying, I don't think
You could be
there's
its way off.
All right.
I mean, how many of the actors at the Oscars the other night do you think are on the Epstein list? Percentage wise?
I don't know.
10%?
Maybe.
I don't know. I have no basis for that.
50%?
That's, I think, shooting high.
You think?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that Epstein talked into going to that island. Maybe
Who do you think
know.
killed him?
That's a whole nother story, man.
Because he didn't die on his own.
No. I mean, that's a whole. So, again, allegedly, and everything we talk about on this show is always allegedly. So, allegedly, Epstein was hired by a government to get intel on our politicians, intel that they can later use against politicians.
What government?
Yeah. What did I say?
You said a government. I said what government?
Well, people have said Mossad.
Them Iranians.
People have said different countries. I know Mossad's always brought up. He was a Mossad agent and all this shit. But blackmail is a real thing in politicians. Blackmail is from the local government on up to the big government. It's a big thing. So, and it's real. It happens. There's no doubt about that. That's a fact. So when you're talking about, I'm going to go and get dirt on, you name the person, you name the politician, and then they're not going to use it right away. They use it 20 years later. They use it 30 years later when they're running for office, when something happens that they feel like, oh, now it's a good time to release it. Or they tell a person, we have dirt on you. You better do what we say. You better approve this bill. You better do it. Every time they become undercover lobbyists, because when they introduce a bill, they wave that video. They're like, hey, remember that time you and that little 8-year-old? I mean, that's the way you laugh, man, but that's the way it fucking happens.
Boot.
I mean, I'm booting too, but that's the way it happens. That's the fact, Joe. That's the way it happens.
My theory.
That's why we can't run for office, because there's probably dirt out on us.
That's why I put my dirt out there, Keller. I have all my dirt is in everybody's face. There.
I told Candy when we met, I told her all the dirt on our third date. I'm like, look, just so you know what you're getting into, I've got all this shit that's whatever. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, just get it out there. First date, just puke your guts.
My theory on this thing, and I don't keep up with too much of what's going on out there, but or if I do keep up with it, I forget it the next day. Getting old. But no, I think that maybe, let's say he passed and then she died of a broken heart. I know that sounds like a romantic story.
Jesus Christ, Jason. Now you're going to write a song called Hackman.
No, they were saying that she could have had a cardiac episode too.
Right,
in
that's a
the
theory.
haste that
because
they
of that,
both
right?
had, she was up in age too. They probably had the same lifestyle where food
What
and
if?
exercise and whatever else. So they're saying that she could have suffered a cardiac arrest, but it's not a broken heart.
What if they woke up?
Yeah.
They had the dog in the crate. They woke up and they found the dog dead.
Oh.
And it broke his heart so much he has a heart attack.
Anything's possible. I get it, because I mean, we look at Frodo. We took him to the vet because he's got this little growth on it. I think it's okay. Everything's fine, but we just wanted to make sure. And
they haven't said the age of the dog.
Yeah.
They haven't said anything about the dog. It's like,
Other than a German Shepherd.
it's a German Shepherd.
They're people to us.
Like, what if they wake up, the dog's dead, she freaks out, tries to run to call a vet or something, she slips and falls, busts her head, and then
why would she have pills though? I think he went down first. She was trying to help. Whether she had a heart attack because she was so
did she have
crazy
blood everywhere? Like, did she?
They
fall?
haven't released that.
And that's the problem is we're just
they only said
throwing
that she
darts.
was partially mummified on her hands and feet, but that
Mummified.
could be that could be from the heater, because when she went down, they said she took a space heater down with her.
Well,
Space heaters could have set the house on
I
fire.
have found a lot of dead bodies in my time.
What does mummified look like, though?
Dried out.
It's true mummification
like
takes
leather.
True mummification takes months, if not many months, depending on the air quality and the temperature.
But they're saying the heat, I think, from the space heater.
Right, and
you got to be stuck in the chimney stack.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be like smoked out. Like,
So
beef jerky.
typically, when somebody dies of carbon monoxide poison, they have a blue tint to their body, and that's a very big indication of that. So that's probably one reason how they ruled that out too.
Keller's conspiracy is one of Jason's roles did it.
Oh man,
where was Jason on Friday afternoon?
Right. Well, it would have been weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks prior.
Ago, yeah.
Right.
I don't know where it was.
But I think I think a lot of this is going to come together. But even so, they do toxicologies. They're going to say, okay, he was or wasn't drinking, or he was this, he was that. Toxicology reports can take sometimes up to 6 months. But
how is that possible? Like, sometimes they
because
have the
it's
results
labs
in like 2 days.
It depends on the lab. I mean, I'm sure they'll rush his through, but I mean, I've worked cases where toxicologies took
It also goes in order that it was received. So if they have a backlog already, that's why like rape cases don't see court, because there's such a backlog in certain areas of the country where they just can't get shit tested in time because there's just so much of it. So it's the same thing with people are dead. At this point, they're like, what's the rush? So they don't have it at, the emergency processing.
We got too many bad people in the world.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's the way it is.
That's what COVID was designed for, to weed out the population.
Oh boy, let's just do conspiracy night, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
I mean, you had so many things on your pamphlet. We don't really have the time for this.
And I need to zoom your camera in at some point.
Hey, we did
Am I crooked too?
We visited.
I think your hips are crooked.
No, because the stand is up on top of the
Could be.
wires. I didn't know.
I mean, the camera is not crooked. You're probably a little.
Yeah.
You're probably
Okay.
sitting sideways.
Joe's lopsided.
I'm sitting straight.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
But I'll zoom you in. I'll zoom you in at some point.
We saw the Georgia Guidestones before they were blew up. Before they were
The
blown
what?
up. The Georgia Guidestones. There's
What's
these.
that?
Well, there's like these huge tablets. They look like the 10 Commandments, or maybe 6. 'Cause they're
Oh, they got
stones, right?
terrorists attacked.
Yeah, they got attacked. Somebody blew them up, and part of the rules.
That's
I did
sad.
a video on it. Yeah, part of the thing was like, it was like post-apocalyptic or something like that. There'd be only like 500 million people in the world that would make a more sustainable society, I guess.
Right.
So a lot of things like that. One universal language, getting rid of like useless politicians and leaders and that sort of thing. So yeah, there's
Well,
a lot of.
They're
different
working on
things.
that now, right? Didn't they just sign a new bill? English is the only official language of the U.S. now.
Correct.
I don't know.
They did.
I don't keep up with this stuff. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I learned it from the Drinking with Drew show. This
Which
is where I get my
basically
news.
what that's going to do is it's going to there's government agencies and other companies that receive grants and whatnot, and they only receive those grants if they put instructions in 2 languages. So they'll be able to no longer put those things in 2 languages and not be affected. I guess that's kind of part of it.
I mean, I don't have an issue with that because every country you go to has their own language that they speak. So why would why would it be?
I've been to
different,
Mexico and I've been to Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
I mean, I stayed in Mexico in the touristy areas. Dominican Republic, I went all over the place. And I tell you what, America, English was not. They didn't give a fuck if you were American or not. It's like, you're ordering food. Okay, what's I don't know.
Well, I mean, like when we go to Thailand, it's sometimes a little irritating if I see a foreigner get upset because they don't know English. You're in another country.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is their language. This is their culture. This is their religion, whatever you want to call it, right? But so I think if you're going to go to another country, and this is not me talking about people coming here, but if I go to another country, this is myself, I'm going to learn a little bit of the language, maybe look up the customs and that sort of thing.
Dude, have you seen those new little things you put in your ears that do an auto translate? They're like $80.
Yeah.
And they apparently work really well. They have like 90 languages that you can put in the program. So the problem is the person you're talking to doesn't have them.
Right.
So
right.
that's kind of where you have to be like, oh, where am I? No, you can't do that. So
but I'd rather just learn, if you learn like 20 words of whatever language before you go somewhere, I think that shows respect for that culture, that country, I like
at least bring like the dictionary so you can like
sure.
try and somewhat talk to them.
I just write on my hand, wiener boobies.
He's like,
them
I'd like to
together.
see this. And I said, oh, you want to see a wiener? No, wait. Oh,
You
I
want a
meant
man?
boobies.
What do they call him? Girly man?
Girly man, yes.
Lady boys.
Lady boys.
Katoy.
Speaking of little things in your ears, so yeah, Laura said earlier, I've got these in my ears. These are not hearing aids. Lisa hooked me up with these little in-ear monitors. I like them better than the earphones. So if you guys
headphones,
sorry, they're comfy. They don't hurt my ears, and I can hear everybody perfectly. So, thank you, B&H Photo and Lisa. So, yeah. All right, I am ready for our beer, guys. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it. Is it in
I'm
this fridge here?
stoked.
All right, I'll
Yep,
grab
they're
it.
in there. There's 4 of them in there. So,
Oh, well, and we have 4 people.
yep.
good thing I'm not drinking
Laura's
one.
gonna get one.
No.
Oh, Lord, come on.
I won't like it. Tiptoe said Jason is a stand-up dude.
Only when he's standing up. All right, Joe, do you want to? Actually, I'll do it while I'm going to move Joe's camera up while we're getting the beer.
Laura really not want one?
Pastryarchy.
Just give me one. Just give him one. I'll taste his.
Imperial Dessert Stout.
Oh, this is gonna be good, guys.
From New Jersey. From Jersey.
All right, turn on Joe's camera.
Joe's camera's on.
We're gonna straighten Joe out.
Straighten Joe out. I don't know how it got far back.
Ale brewed with lactose, cocoa,
We're gonna straighten you out,
Cherry
boy.
puree.
and natural flavors.
New Jersey made. I wonder if
Cherry
it smells
puree.
like Jersey. That'd be gross. The only state in the country that ever made me sick. Jersey.
Jersey?
We got stuck there one night.
There you go.
So why is it on top of the wires though? Like,
Because he doesn't care.
no?
A stout
Isn't
that
that
will
like-
have you saying or shouting, seconds, please. This
Yeah.
splendidly smooth
better.
pour is crafted with a tart cherry and rich chocolate. Dark and decadent, this brew is best served with a generous slice of crumbly cake.
Can you say it like Casey says it?
No.
Oh.
No, I cannot. You can, Joe. Go ahead.
I can't.
Yeah, no, me either.
Can
It's
we
a
call?
pint.
One
It's
day.
literally
Can we
a pint.
call her and get her to read this?
One day, Casey will
No,
come
she's
back.
probably Imperial Dessert Stout, 9.4%.
Ooh.
This sounds disgusting.
Sounds brilliant.
Yeah, but if you look at the cake on here, look at that. That looks good.
It tastes. I'm just, man. All right, hold on. Let me get our taste audio up.
Is everyone's palates?
Good.
Is
That
your
was good.
are your
All
palates cleansed?
Yes.
Mine is not, but hold on.
Okay, who's going first? Who's calling dibs?
You.
Ready, you two.
I think Laura goes first.
I gotta sneeze. Hold on. I always like that. I don't know why.
All right, well, go let Joe go. We'll let
Joe,
Joe
you go first.
Hold on.
Oh my god, it was so gross.
I have a feeling you will like this.
Yes.
I'm not saying I do. I don't hate it. I don't really taste the cherry, but I am tasting that strong chocolatey.
Okay.
And it's not coffee like, but it's got the hints that are very similar to those coffee porters that you've had.
Okay.
So I have a feeling you're gonna really like this.
Good.
I'm about halfway on it. I'm like a
Any
sem-
aftertaste now?
no aftertaste. I'm a semi.
You're
right
semi?
now, but I don't.
You're half wood?
Yeah,
Half wood?
half wood. But
Man.
I have a feeling you're gonna really like it.
Are you going to drink the whole thing?
Yeah, I'll drink it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Jason.
It's almost got that coffeeness, but it's almost.
No cherry.
I don't know. I haven't gotten to it yet.
Wouldn't
Maybe
it be
you're
funny?
thinking tart as bitter, like a bitter coffee, but it's tart like
Yeah.
a cherry.
No, but I mean I've had cherry sodas and cherry drinks, but that's all artificial flavored anyway. Who knows what actual cherries really taste like? Who
Yeah.
knows?
I've never tasted a cherry, Joe.
Yeah.
No.
Go
All
on.
right.
You just pop them.
Cheers, guys. It smells good.
Smells awful.
Awful good.
You gotta let it sit for a minute and mellow.
So the first thing I noticed is like a dark chocolate, a healthy chocolate.
It is dark
Okay.
chocolate.
Oh,
Your eyes got a little glossy.
I didn't see that.
Oh, it has rich chocolate. Dark and decadent.
Okay, dark and decadent. But
That's the way he likes them.
Yeah. But there's a dark chocolate. There's a hint of like you can taste the dark chocolate. It's like a dark chocolate Hershey's bar
Okay.
or authentic dark chocolate. How about that? Let's
Now,
try it.
is comparable to the Hershey beer.
No, because there's a little bit more bitterness in this than the
That's probably
Yingling
cherry.
Hershey's. Yeah, I don't taste the cherry though. Let's try
No
again.
cherry. Okay.
There's a tardiness.
That's the tart cherry.
I got a referral for being tardy.
Mhm.
Uh,
All right.
no, but I don't. Yeah, the tardiness. I assume that's the cherry, but I don't taste the cherry.
Yeah.
It's just tart. Tart, not
I don't
tart.
like tart. I'm not a tart fan. So now you got me nervous.
Well, not like a sweet
I don't.
tart. Not
I
like
don't
a
taste the
just
tart though.
A little bite. How about a little bite?
I'm not feeling the tart.
You know, when you're sitting in the
Maybe
woods.
he's just using the term because he heard me say it
You
before.
have a-
and it's in
I
his
think
mind.
that's what it's in my head. But there's a little bitterness. Let me.
There's no
that's-
tart, but does it make you have to sharp?
Probably with as much as you bought.
I know.
Oh,
I know. That's what I'm worried about. How I feel tomorrow. And
Hershey
Yeah.
squirts, right?
Well,
yeah.
it's made with lactose.
All right, I'm gonna do this shit.
No, I'm going first.
Oh God damn
Oh,
it!
Laura,
Take
go
a
first.
shit?
Yeah,
Make you wait.
yeah. Make
It
him wait.
smells disgusting.
No, don't say that. Don't say.
And that's from a non-beer drinker, so take that with you, Will. Look at that face.
No, she loves it.
Tastes like it smells.
You look like Candy doing that when she drinks
butthole.
a beer.
It literally is so bad, you guys. I can't taste anything chocolate or cherry or
What?
it is literally
See?
sewage in my mouth.
Oh my God! Sorry,
Oh.
DuClaw. She's not a representative of the show.
Well,
She's not a spokesperson of the Drinking with Drew show.
I think she needed to cleanse the palate first because I think the
My
vodka.
palate
She's been
cleansed.
drinking vodka,
I know. I think.
so that's why.
That's
She's been
why,
drinking
yeah.
vodka.
It's been cleansed. I haven't drank anything for
I'm
a
gonna
while.
get my colon
Yeah.
cleansed.
Yeah, I probably with this shit that I just put in my mouth.
All right, there's my moment of truth.
Yeah. Yes,
I think you're gonna really like it.
I think it's gonna be disgusting.
I mean, it may be, but he's
Shut
really
up.
gonna like it.
I do like it.
I told you.
This is really good.
Yeah, I knew it.
Because
Garbage.
it's got the reminiscent of those like
And I
ones
do
that you've had
taste
in
the
the past
cherry.
that you
You guys
felt
don't
like-
taste the cherry?
no.
taste the cherry.
The bitter fart, the bitter tart, but not
Bitter
the cherry.
fart,
Yeah.
exactly. That's the perfect way of describing it, Jason.
A bitter fart.
Fucking fart. Oh
Look,
my god.
this is a good fucking beer, y'all.
Yeah.
I will definitely have another
That's a
one.
good beer. Yeah, you could definitely have 2 of these for sure.
Well, he's got like 24.
I got
so have
24.
more.
These are big. These
I
are
suck
big
at math.
cans too. So
All right. Ewing, New Jersey, DuClaw Brewing.
Ugh.
Yeah, thank you guys for.
where in New Jersey?
Thank you.
Ewing.
Let's
Ewing?
thank them. Let's thank them in advance for the free beer because DuClaw makes some really
It's
good
not-
other
It's
beers.
not free.
He said
No,
no,
He
in,
said
in advance, and for the
Oh,
free
if
that
we
they're
can
going to
get them
send
to
us. Yeah.
sponsor us.
Yeah.
Thank you for the sponsor, guys.
Yes.
we appreciate the sponsor. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta turn it to where it actually shows. the
Honest
product.
opinions is not for everybody, but
DuClaw,
you know we like it.
thank you for the sponsor.
Yeah. I'm gonna send him a short video.
Yeah.
Let me take the.
You're gonna
I have
edit
to
mine.
take the. I have
You're
to-
gonna
he's
edit
gotta go,
mine out?
He's
Yeah.
gonna go
Yes.
and we do it.
I had to take her comment out for sure.
Yeah, completely out.
Maybe if they don't respond to us after like a month, we send her comment in.
It's true.
Like a fart in your mouth.
It is
DuClaw
like a,
Brewing.
it is like a fart in your mouth. It is literally a wet
Shut
fart
up.
because it coats your fucking tongue. It's gross.
You've never had,
A
as
fart in
far
my
as I
mouth.
know.
Guess what? I just tasted it.
All right.
Actually, it gets better as you drink
It
more
does,
of it.
Mom. I'm
I'm
trying.
not lying about that. That's like true. That you. What do you think, Joe? If you drink some more,
Yeah.
you're like, man, this is good.
I like it. I'm so happy I bought this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's too heavy for me.
Really?
But I know that that's the kind that you like though.
Yeah. DuClaw Brewing.
It'll do
Yeah.
great for your heart attack.
Let me try it again. DuClaw Brewing. Thank you for your support with your chocolate cherry cake patriarchy blend. 9.4. It's going to kick my ass, and I love it because it tastes really good. And I'm very happy I ordered 48 cans.
And we just want to take this moment, DuClaw, for thanking you in advance for the future sponsor. Cheers.
Of the Drinking with Drew show. Drinking with Shrew.
Edit that.
Drinking
Yeah,
with
what's the-
shrooms.
Hit the edit button.
drinkingwithdrew.com. drinkingwithdrew.com.
Do you know
And
any
so
other people
can
that
you.
go and shout their own name so many times?
I'm not shouting my name. I'm shouting my website.
I quote myself in my quotes, so somebody got on to me about that. Oh, you quote yourself. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I said.
As
so.
Jason once said, it's not metal. It's not metal enough.
We were supposed to have Must Not Kill on tonight, Brad and Will, but they had to
True story.
band practice. So
And we were supposed to have Jay Fred. We were supposed to have like literally 7 people in the studio tonight, and
Wow.
people had
That's
things
why I
to
thought
do.
the neighbors were showing up. They were going to fill in.
no,
What's
not to get
weird?
off,
We did have a little pre-show party in the
Well-
green room, and
People
that
just
was
coming out of
completely
nowhere.
happenstance. My neighbor left his lighter in my garage 2 weeks ago, and we were smoking cigars. Well, he was smoking cigars. I wasn't. And his lighter died, and he got a little tipsy. I was a little tipsy, whatever. We called it a night. He left his lighter in the green room.
Oh.
And so today he texted me. He's like, Drew, man, have you seen my lighter?
I'm like, yeah, it's been sitting
I'm
for
like,
2 weeks.
yeah, it's in the garage. Or he left it. He's like, oh my God, thank goodness. He goes, that's my son's lighter. He got it for his 21st birthday.
Oh, dude.
So it was a whole, symbolic and emotional thing. He's like, I've been looking for it, driving myself crazy. I'm like, I thought you knew it was here. So he came over to grab his lighter. Then his wife came over. Then the neighbor that gave his son the lighter came over. Before we knew, we had 6 people in the Joe's wife came over. So we had a little garage party going on. But yeah. Anyhow,
If I can say something real quick, I think that our
Make it really quick.
real quick.
Let's keep distracting you, but tell you to make it really quick.
Yeah, our practice
Take your
went
time
good.
and hurry back.
Our practice did go good. I was surprised, honestly, that it went as good as it did.
It's been a year, man.
Yeah. So we practiced 2 times since we played last February.
Wait, and that sounds like a little bit. It is, but everyone had been. I can tell everyone had been practicing the songs on their own. And I think as a band, especially if you're kind of scattered out, it's hard to get people's schedules together. But if everybody is like you, obviously you know the songs like the back of your hand. But I can tell everybody had been either listening or playing along with the songs. And if you do that as a band, I think people should do that before they actually get to practice together, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of bands will practice like, okay, well now we're just getting used to the song. You should already know it before practice,
right.
in my opinion. So
my goal is motor memory.
Yeah.
But it's difficult because in order to make something motor memory, you have to do it 1,000 times.
True.
But playing a song 1,000 times, that takes a while. I guarantee you I've played that set list at least 400 times.
Well, yeah, I could tell you play a lot because remember my amp went out in the middle of practice,
And I just played it.
and yeah, you guys were playing without me.
Yeah.
For a couple songs there, so I'm like, oh well, shit, I don't have to play guitar.
You
I don't even have to be there.
You were just orchestrating.
Yeah, I'll just look pretty and sing every now and then, and we'll do just fine.
Yeah. But yeah, we did good. I would say that, if pros and cons. Okay. So I wish we weren't playing at 6:00, but shit happens. I'm happy we're playing regardless.
Me too. I am. Yeah.
I'm happy to go out and play. We're playing with good people, and it gives us experience as a band to play in the future.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it in that light. Jason has close to 100,000 followers on his YouTube channel. He has 5 albums out?
Yeah.
98,000 followers.
Okay.
My gosh.
In my personal opinion, this is strictly my opinion, you could headline a show. But we
could headline the show.
We could, yeah. But
not just me.
But the bands we're playing with have a lot of history in the Brandon, Tampa area. And that's kind of the respect that Jason is giving these guys. Is like, look, man, you guys are old school fucking metal bands from the 80s, Siren, Oblivion, those guys have been around for a long time.
And
so
without going into it too much, I did have the opportunity, the choice for us not to open, but I'm like, no, we'll start it out. And that doesn't mean that will happen that way next time or whenever we play next. But to your point, I know all these bands have been around for a lot longer than I have, and especially in this area. So, yeah.
And then we have, so this is a busy week. And usually I'm in bike week. I like, it's Daytona Bike Week this week.
I told you to go.
I might try to sneak out at some point. If I get a hair up my ass, I might go tomorrow. I don't know. So we'll see. Friday is, honestly, man, when this first happened, in my head, I thought it was Saturday.
Oh, dude.
In my head, I'm like, okay, we're playing Saturday. And then literally 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, I'm like, wait a minute, this is a Friday.
Friday night.
So if you're there, we love you. Friday, 6 p.m. Get there early. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, get there early. We go on right. So the timing is like, it's not like showing up for class late. The timing is on spot. So we play at 6:00. We will be done before 6:30. And 10 minutes after that, the next band, which is Must Not Kill, not meaning to rhyme here, but Will from Must Not Kill. Kind of funny, right? But he's playing with us, and then he's going to stay on stage with Must Not. But my point is that we're not going to be like, okay, we're playing at 6, but it really starts at 6:15 or 6:30. No, we start right on the dot at 6:00. So if you're there to see us, which you should be,
Yep. And I will be playing the opening lick of the entire show.
Yeah, you will. You start.
I will be playing the first lick of the entire show.
Yeah, which is cool.
Get there to see that.
I love it. So yeah.
Unless Will steps on your pedal.
All right, guys. Guess what?
It's time for
Buderbangs.
So nice.
Boot, bang, boot, Booter bang. Boot. Bang. Boot. Booter bang.
I think I'm gonna boot because she's missing teeth.
Why is that?
Sure.
Is Booter bang garbage?
Firm boot.
Are we all banging?
We're banging the car too.
All right.
Jay said bang.
Dang.
Before we get
Brad
in,
and
Keller wants
and
Jason
Lisa
to know that he's just messing with you. And he just saw your video on soloing on YouTube.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Cool.
Jason's good at doing it solo.
All right. For those of you who are not familiar with Booter Bang, this is where we give you a short story. And out of the short story, it could involve a male, could involve a female.
Yeah.
You have to decide if this person is bangable. Bangable. So you're not having a relationship with this person. You might not never see him again. It's just literally,
One and done.
is it going to be crazy good sex? So,
And
Booter bang.
It might be two dudes.
Are you going to boot or are you going to bang? Booter bang. All right. So let's see who's on our list today.
I like the coloring behind you though with the new.
That was
lighting.
cool. The blue, yeah.
No, like the lighting that he stayed on now.
That one, yeah.
The lighting
the
works.
bluish.
It's good.
I told him that the last
That's
time.
the Booter bang lighting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's officially the Booter
The
bang.
Bluter Blang.
Booter bang.
I like that.
All right. Our first Booter bang. Woman arrested after explosives discovered at Tesla dealership.
At Tesla?
Oh, this is a good one. This is Colorado, right?
We'll see, Joe.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. And I do not have my glasses. I apologize.
You need glasses.
I know.
I don't know why you take them out of the studio. You literally have so many pairs. You could have one on every single table
I'm
in
gonna
this
go
house.
look. I'm gonna go look for one. I'm just gonna
Joe-
walk around the house and find one.
Joe, go to the couch,
Are
and
they-
there's a table. There's like a shelf thing next to the couch, and there's a little container that has glasses in there, unless he's removed them all.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. And Joe, you've seen this one, right? So
They're reading glasses, right? Just
yeah,
like-
they're
Yeah,
just reading.
they're
They're
just readers.
125s.
Is that pretty much for anybody? Because I'm having a hard time.
You can get them at the dollar
That's like
store.
the starter kit. That's like the old man starter kit.
I think
You get 125s, and sometimes I'll drive with them on my nose.
Yeah.
Because it allows me, I can look down and then I can look up. And if you have them on your nose, when you look down, you can see them, and look up, they're not there.
So you can read your text while you're driving.
Well,
I'm kidding.
Yes.
Maps, you know, I
No, I get it.
drive
No,
all over the place. Thank you,
They're
Joe.
so dirty. Give those to me.
What? I drive all over the place, and I have to put my Google Maps on. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
always like, okay. The United States Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia announced it was has charged 42-year-old Lucy Grace Nelson after police say they found a number of explosives at a Colorado Tesla dealership.
Tesla.
The latest incident in a string of apparent protests against Tesla CEO and Doge leader Elon Musk. Nelson was charged with one count of malicious destruction of property, explosives, or incendiary device use. Are you happy I got through that incendiary
Yep.
device?
That's way too big for me to pronounce, dude. So yeah.
Felony criminal
You did good.
mischief and criminal attempt to commit felonies, according to a news release. An extensive investigation was initiated on January 29th after Loveland police received calls reporting a fire near a Cybertruck located at the Tesla dealership. Investigators discovered an incendiary device, commonly referred to as a Molotov cocktail, next to the vehicle. So I'm going to leave it at that. There's a long story behind it, but if I told you that, I would give it away. So, Joe, you've seen this, so we're going to
Yep.
skip you.
I actually was flagged to this article because I actually work with somebody who's from Loveland, Colorado.
Hmm.
And so I had to share the article with them.
Are they-
Keller is in the comments. He is banging because
Keller's
he can't
banging.
stand a certain person.
And
Okay.
and Keller is like 99% right usually.
usually.
That's true.
He is a good judge.
He's got a good
of Buderbangs.
sniffer for the Buderbangs.
So I just want to give you guys a hint. Like Keller,
Okay.
Keller
Well, then,
is,
wait. He says bang. I feel like I'm going to boot this one, though.
no.
I mean, I was going to say she's probably young. She's probably on the hotter scale, but I'm going to say boot.
Well, she hates.
Yeah.
She doesn't like Tesla. So
During police surveillance on February 24th, police confronted Nelson at the dealership and found a container of gasoline, a box of bottles, and wick material similar to items police
Making
recovered
candles.
after
Right.
prior incidents. So there's a little bit more
She
information.
probably got it at Michael's craft store.
Now, was this attempted murder too? Were there people
Well,
like
no,
around
yeah,
when
just,
this was?
just to destroy the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if
Now,
there's
if
people in the factory
No.
though, right?
It's not. It's a dealership.
Okay.
It's a dealership.
And the dealership was closed at the time.
Now, if police interviewed her and she said,
I wanted to kill
I
people.
wanted to kill people, then they could tack on an attempted murder charge.
Yeah.
But again,
They were just empty vehicles.
don't talk to the police. That's easy. All right, Jason Stallworth.
Well, because if you blow somebody's stuff up like that, and I'll
He
keep
said
You
the,
could also blow them very
I'll,
well.
well, I'll
You
keep,
said below.
yeah, blow. I'll keep it short, no pun intended. But no, if you, I mean, you're passing costs down to everybody else. Whenever you
So
do
are the
anything
tariffs.
malicious like that, you're passing the cost.
He's just finding an elaborate
You know what I
excuse
mean?
why he's going to
Mhm.
boot anyway.
and
Right.
I mean, she sounds like a.
Because it can't say animal abuse or pedophilia.
Because he
True,
knows
well-
he knows Candy's watching.
Yeah, she is. 'Cause she's
No,
commenting.
we would be okay. There's a. Listen,
He's got a hall pass for the right people.
is that Simon?
That is
Yes.
Simon.
Keep talking. I'll
Goodness.
see if there's anyone here.
You going to check?
So, what the thing? This sounds like one of those politically driven people, and that's a huge turnoff for me because when you're that politically driven, you can't think for yourself. You're just saying, "Oh, this side's right and that side's wrong," and then that's
I have no clue who it
all
is.
it is. You know what I mean? That's just,
Politics are not metal.
no, they're not. I'm very much I'm what you call politically homeless. 'Cause
Jason Stallworth is
yeah.
booty.
There we go. Yeah.
You got to
and
look at
in my-
Keller's comments. Yawn. Just say boot already.
But you get it. I'm very much politically homeless. There's certain things I like on both and certain things I don't, right? But anyway, moving on.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. Keller's usually right. So
Sometimes, yeah. Killer.
No comment from Lisa yet.
She's laughing though.
She's
She's
laughing.
laughing, so she's listening. If you're listening, you're laughing.
Laura, what was your decision?
I'm gonna say boot.
Why though, Laura?
I feel like Joe is trying to trick us. I do. Because initially I was gonna say bang. Because I'm thinking politically driven.
course.
She's against just the Trump administration and anybody that he believes in as a whole. And she's probably driven by like women's rights and whatever else that the Republicans are against.
See, that's the thing. Is
That's what I was gonna think.
Anti-Tesla is not anti-Trump.
But if she's just against Trump and all of
Because-
his allies
Because
completely,
Trump
that's
is anti-EV. So Trump is anti-Tesla.
Well,
but Musk is.
but
is
he's
all
paying
Trump.
Tesla probably a shit ton of money. So initially I was gonna say bang.
I'm so confused by that whole relationship
Initially I was gonna say bang.
because
now
he's
I'm gonna say boot.
completely against. He's completely against the electric vehicles.
No, he's not completely.
Oh, yeah,
against
he
it.
is.
No, he's against propaganda that is issued towards
EV vehicles.
just the Green New Deal and all these scams that come out.
I'm surprised Musk has capitulated to his whims.
Spell that word, Drew.
Let me ask a
Capitulated.
question from a politically homeless person here. If the other administration was trying to get rid of some of the fraud in the government, would the same people be as upset?
No.
Who was it?
And that's a real question,
running,
though.
There's somebody who's running for. I just read the article. I can't think of who it is. They're running for some political position, and they said that they are independent, but they are like a Clinton Republican, something like that. They were saying that they're on the fence. They're like smack in the middle.
So I understand that. Like a lot of
Clinton was a Democrat.
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
so he was a Democrat, but
Because the Democrats of Clinton are not the Democrats of today. So
They're
considering Trump
completely
was a
different.
Democrat when Clinton was in office.
But I can't remember
Pretty
who
much.
it was, but somebody was running for office.
Possibly.
They're saying I have to run as independent, but they're trying to they're saying they've made their own like political
that's
party.
probably John Morgan.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, who's
Morgan
coming
and Morgan.
Yeah,
What
he's
people?
he's debating on running for governor in Florida.
That's probably who it. I
And
wanted
he's
to
a-
say that, but I felt like it was wrong.
And he's a Democrat, but he's going to run independent. So
Yeah, okay.
that's who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, you got Bloomberg was a Republican and swithed over to be a Democrat.
Trump
And then
was
he
a
went to
Democrat. Trump
was
was
a
a
Democrat and then switched over to run as Republican.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
forever in New York was a Democrat.
Yeah.
So, here's the thing: when you get into politics, even not being a politician for the rest of your life, you're gonna fucking piss off a lot of people. There's no way of getting around that.
Of course.
So,
They just need to make a new party called a Dempublican.
it's truism.
Druism, I
No,
like
no.
that.
And then you're smack in the middle.
I like the middle though. I'm a middle ground. Everything that ends
Or
with
a
a yes.
Democrat.
Well, no, everything that ends in a yes. Think about it. If the answer is a yes for this thing, whatever that thing may be, there's got to be conditions to meet that yes. If it's a no, there must be some exceptions to that no. It's not like a blanket answer you throw.
Well, here's what's funny. The Biden administration, they had like you could call it an EV party, and they gave $5 billion to Rivian, which whatever. I own Rivian stock, so I wasn't hating that, but
Amazon's kicking
they did
Rivian's,
not
like,
they did not eat well. Amazon is using Rivian's
they're
vehicles,
like kicking their stock up.
But here's the problem. Biden did not even invite Tesla to the meeting with the EV companies, and it was
Because
like,
they don't need it.
okay.
Well, let's get back to the Buderbang because we're a little
telling
off topic here.
It's true.
Anywho, do you like EVs? Do you want to make green? Blah blah blah. Then whatever.
when you say EV, I think of like Eddie Van Halen, sort of. We're missing the H, EVH.
Anywho, all right,
Everyone's answered. Let's do it.
Lisa. I didn't.
Lisa hasn't responded, but she has had a chance and nothing's been popped up.
So she's in the middle of the road too, huh?
All right. I give people chances. All right.
So we're all
Here we
banging?
go.
Oh, that's a woman? See, I told you,
That's a
Joe.
beard. That's a dude.
Joe was
That's a
tricking
woman.
us. That is
a woman.
That's not a woman, guys.
It is today.
She's- It's a man. What was it? What's the Austin Powers line? Joe, what is it? She's a man. What is it?
Wait, I'm trying to think.
But
I
she's
feel-
got.
She's a man, baby, or something like that.
But
It's the
there's a
Austin
little.
Powers line.
There's a little beard though. Can you not see the beard?
That's a man for sure. So
That's a man.
So is it a trans?
yes. So I will.
Or
Get
is
None
it
of- none of the
androgynous?
None of the articles come out and actually say it.
No, they do. They
Oh,
do
it does?
actually. Yeah.
Because
So,
the articles that I read didn't mention
okay,
it.
the 42-year-old Lucy Grace Nelson, also known
Lucy.
as Justin Thomas Nelson,
Oh.
Huh?
after police say they found a number of explosives at the Colorado Tesla dealership.
I don't know why trans people go so different from like their given name, like their birth name. Like Lucy should be like Lewis or Lou. Like I don't understand. Justin. Like
Maybe-
why go
you
so
know,
far
maybe-
away?
You
Like
like
Christine?
Lucy in the
Because
Sky
it makes
with
it.
Diamonds.
It makes well. Lucy was the birth name. It just makes it so much easier for like
No, it
everyone
was
in your life too.
Justin became Lucy.
Oh, again, still
Huh?
Jesse. I don't fucking care.
You both
Like-
said trans. I'm thinking transmiss fluid. What the hell is that?
I thought it was a lady man, like a lady
No.
went to a man, not a man
No,
lady.
He went to her. He went to a her.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Either way, doesn't fucking matter. My theory still stands.
She got a strong chin.
Like when I was in my 20s and I was trying to think of a drunk name because I didn't want to give guys my real name, I always had it start with an L so it was easier to remember.
So what was your name?
Lacey.
Lacey.
Yep.
Some girl gave me the phone number to the library one time.
I never gave my number out, but I was Lacey.
I knew a bartender that used to do that. Whenever drunk guys would try to like talk to her, she would always give out a fake name.
I also bought my time based on my friends.
Laura still has my fake name.
I used to introduce myself as Lorenzo, like because at that point Lorenzo Lamas was from Renegade. I don't
What
know
the
if
fuck
you.
is
I just
that?
wanted the guys to think of my underwear and give me free drinks.
Think of your underwear.
Think
Lacey.
about underwear? Oh, oh,
See,
nice.
I hear Lacey, I don't think of underwear at all.
Oh, well, I'm too
Undergarment,
slow anyway,
Lacey.
so it's,
Mhm.
I mean, I would think of
me, I'm naive. I'd be like, oh, her name's really Lacey. She likes me,
if you said your name was Thong,
Yeah.
I would think.
So stupid.
All right, that was our first.
If it's thong, that's probably a dude.
Keller's upset we're messing with his win ratio.
Yes.
That was our first Buderbang.
That's a long dong Buderbang, guys.
Probably on
Long duck dong.
All right, we have one more. We have two more. We might have three more.
That brew was
I
good,
worked,
by the
I
way,
worked
guys.
hard on that one.
Yes, you did. All right, Joe. Hopefully, you
Keller
haven't-
says next time he needs all the info. 100%.
no, we can't give you everything.
No,
You,
Keller.
the goal is to not give you everything.
Keller.
All right. Oops. Ex-girlfriend vandalizes the wrong car.
I saw this one, so I can't respond. I don't know if I sent it to you, but I saw this one.
Okay. Evelina Bianski, 18,
Bang.
just passed the border of Buderbang ability. was arrested in Deltona after mistakenly vandalizing a neighbor's car instead of her ex-boyfriend's car. Fabianski allegedly used spray paint and eggs while under the influence.
That's expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna
Fuck.
say.
Yeah, don't egg it on.
She faces multiple charges, including criminal mischief, contributing to the delinquency of a minor
Probably a friend.
friend that was there,
Yeah.
who was probably 17.
17.
Right.
Or
Do you-
she.
She was just
DUI.
17.
Oh, here it is. While her
You know
16-year-old
what I mean.
companion was charged with possession of marijuana over 20 grams.
It was probably hers, but she gave it to the friend.
That'll get tossed.
Yeah, it was hers.
Now I've got Winger in my head. She's
That
only
was-
17.
That
I don't
was
have
the one
Wiener
I
in
was
my
going
head.
for, but
Not Wiener,
All right.
I
Winger.
think I was going for the Beatles song.
I want to show, they have it, the car. There it is. Can we show the car? Show that.
Do we have to picture it? Oh, awesome.
What the fuck does she even say?
Oh, yeah.
Devil?
Well, apparently his name was
Not-
Jason.
no, it's
I've got the
Dude.
hood. The hood says Jason.
So,
Oh, I see.
Jason. I think it says
dude.
Jason.
I thought it meant
Jaso.
a
It says
Asshole?
Jason. It says Jason. For sure.
But why would you put his name on there? Like he knows it's his car, but it's not his car. But he would know it's his car.
She didn't know. She was like, that's
No, what
another
I'm
thing.
saying is, why would you put his name on it? Like it's stupid to
'Cause
put his
Jason,
name on it.
Devil.
Does that stuff come off, by the way?
No.
No,
Like, how do you, like, what do you do?
you
with
would
it?
You'd
need
go
like
get
paint
your-
thinner and a
I
paint
mean,
job,
Yeah, that bad.
and the rims are
that
spray
bad,
painted
you
too.
would have to go professional and get it. Like,
Even the windows.
And it's never the same as, like, after
No.
that, you know?
well, I mean, that's an insurance claim for sure. I mean, you're taking that and getting it literally stripped down and redone.
Oh, we're gonna bang this her.
I mean,
Keller's
Definitely.
just going to start booting everything just like Jason if you're not going to give him all the information. And Lisa says boot because the girl's too stupid.
Keller doesn't mean that, though. In his heart, he doesn't mean that. So, I mean,
all right. Well, she did a good job.
We're
Here's my
we're
thing: is how
banging.
do you have a boyfriend and not know what he drives?
Maybe.
This-
Because if
What-
they were in high school, she probably didn't go to his house.
My guess is this was like a one night thing, and she probably took it
Yeah.
a little too serious, and he
Mm.
ghosted her, and then she came back and was like,
that's a
"Oh,
good
this
theory,
must have
dude.
been the car."
Yeah.
Got a stage 5 virgin clinger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
he took her virginity and didn't call her back, and she's like, "You're the devil.
You're the devil.
Yes.
I like that. Say it again.
You're the devil."
That sounds like cornbread butterbeans.
Yep.
Football
Love
is
it.
the devil.
I don't think she slashed tires, Lisa. Didn't mention anything about slashing
No,
tires. I think they're just low profile.
Tires look fine.
Yep.
So the 18-year-old was charged with criminal mischief, contributing to delinquency of minor, possession of alcohol under 21, driving under the influence. According to deputies, they also witnessed her driving her vehicle with two open Four Locos.
Oh fuck! Seriously,
Was what?
Now,
Four
thi-
Locos? Do you know what those are?
No, dude.
They're like the crazy.
they're like
out-
the malt liquor bullshit
Yeah.
that will like literally have you hungover for a year. It's
Do you
like
want us
garbage.
to try those on the Drinking with Drew
They
show?
used to have
Yeah,
four.
I'm gonna head
They had to
stream
get
now.
rid of the Four Locos with caffeine because people were getting so fucked. Because when they first came out, didn't they have caffeine in them too?
Yep.
Yep.
They were like an energy drink with alcohol, and that's why they were called Four Locos. So they had to get rid of the energy side of it. So it's just straight up like a malt liquor grossness now. But before it was like the drink of the drinks.
So they're calling them Four Locos.
They've
yeah.
been there, yeah.
There's a wine called 14 Hands, so we called it 14 Backhands. The story came up.
Is it a horse?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you measure horses.
Deputies also found
big fucking
an
horse.
empty bottle of
Cool.
Crown Royal, a scale, and a can of yellow spray paint while searching the vehicle.
Oh, man.
Idiots.
All right. Joe, Buderbang.
bang twice.
Bang.
What, the 16-year-old?
No, because at 18 she's probably got quick recovery time and ready to go again.
Oh, wow. Double bang. Okay.
Keller is boot, boot, boot.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
Lisa, it says Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yep.
Maybe.
Jason.
What's your explanation for booting?
At 18, I feel creepy, guys. I'm almost 50 years old, man. I mean, it's like,
So?
yeah.
Put yourself at 25-year-old Jason.
There you
What
go.
would 25-year-old Jason do?
Probably ask her to marry me.
Wife number 3
Yeah.
before Candy 4.
Number 4.
I was a complete.
No, but it would be 3 because Candy wouldn't be in the picture yet.
No, I was a dumbass.
That
So
would've-
trust me, man.
uh,
Oh, you gonna give it up? Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, let's do it.
That's hilarious.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Let's get the. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
she looked like Wednesday.
Yeah.
She looks like a drunk high Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I'll do that.
She's like, I'm goth. I like.
I
spray
mean,
paint."
Yeah.
clean her up, though.
No.
Clean her
Fuck
up.
no.
She'd probably be a pretty
Just
girl
like
to clean
that.
her up. She would. I mean, she
No.
probably would
I mean,
be
who
attractive.
cares if it's a
She's
one
pretty
and done?
just the way she is.
How drunk is she though?
She's
She's
fucked
four
up.
locoed up like bad.
She's
She
definitely
is-
stoned, but
she's also a
pretty just the way
psychopath.
she is.
She's fucked up.
I
She's
see
a
that
psychopath.
That psycho's in the eyes. Isn't
She's
it?
Yeah.
got that
You can see
Aubrey
that.
Plaza.
It's when you have the whites on the bottom of the pupil.
No, didn't the Drinking with Drew Facebook post "Don't stick your wiener in crazy"? Didn't you?
There's a whole chart about sticking
Yeah.
your dick in crazy.
Because man, you
The hotter
don't-
they are,
yeah.
the crazier they are.
Joe,
No.
I need another table back here, Joe. Can
Okay.
you make that?
You need
Yeah.
a beer, dude.
I do. I want to do another chocolate cherry cake.
You ready for it?
Yep. All right. So
Who else is ready? By the way,
Not me. I gotta pee though.
Oh boy. All right. I mean,
I don't know. She has that Audrey. What is it? Audrey Plaza?
Her
Aubrey Plaza?
husband just died.
who?
Yeah, I know. I
Audrey
feel bad
Plaza.
about
He
that.
killed himself.
Who did? What?
Audrey
The-
Plaza. She was
the
on
act-
like Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Parks and Recreation. She's like the one with the black hair.
She has the very like.
She just doesn't like anybody. And
Right.
doesn't
She has,
like.
the
Yeah.
no smile humor.
Okay.
I like her
You pee?
though. I like that look.
Oh, okay. Gotta say, Laura's in there. You can just pee next to her.
Just go through the little 5-hole.
Now, have you ever had a
No,
girl
but-
sit down and pee, and you try to pee between her legs while she's
No.
peeing? I've done that before.
You want this one?
Yeah.
On purpose? Or
Oh yeah. I did not do well.
Is it like a game?
Yeah, it's like, hey, I can do this.
Is there more of those? Oh, I got a metal here. What's this white Russian peppermint? I don't remember this.
Yeah, those are in there.
I wasn't
White
there that
Russian
week.
peppermints. They've been in there for a little bit. You can have one.
Yeah, it'll fuck you up.
I'm just gonna do a lighter.
Man, these are so good.
I told you would like it.
Yeah, that
So
was
happy
last
I got
week, by the
those.
way. That was the last one.
Ooh.
Ew.
Man,
Gator Babe is saying ew.
to what?
I don't know. It could be now. It could be
Babe, I
before.
like that.
Because I was peeing between the girl's legs?
That could be it. Yeah.
Look, sometimes you got to be creative and come up with games in life, all right?
What
And
is
the game was pee between the legs. And she was sitting down and peeing, and I had to pee too. So I'm like, I bet you I can make it
In that tiny little hole.
in that little space. It was like a little, didn't work.
And then there are some times when you should just keep your mouth shut and you don't.
No, like I said, Joe, I'm an open book, okay? Nobody's going to be able to come back to me in 20 years and be like, you did X, Y, Z.
You're like, yeah, I did.
I'm like, yeah, of course. I talked about it 20 years ago. Check out episode 51, 2029.
You got a double ew.
Whatever, Lisa. Whatever. All right, Joe,
Yep.
I got a lot on the pamphlet here. We're going to stick to Buderbangs, but man, there's something I want to talk about that I don't think you're going to be able to talk about.
Nope.
So,
No.
Pass.
I know.
Can we just
Sucks.
do we have to pass the whole thing or just pass like?
It's such good content, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it'll kind of allude to something.
No, okay,
personal.
that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. We don't want to get too personal with Joe. Well, I do want to get personal with Joe, but that's
I mean, the content is this.
that's just our friendship.
We had a
That's
mailman that was trying to deliver 100 box of condoms, and he was wandering around the neighborhood. Nobody could find what house to deliver it to, and somehow it got dropped off in Joe's driveway.
Now, speaking of condoms, I heard a story this week like that there was something that was an executive order signed because we were giving $50 million worth of condoms to Hamas or something
No,
like that.
that was Gaza.
Gaza.
Yeah, but there's some gray area there.
Laura's back.
So Laura,
Laura
is
is
Joe
back.
dressed like a magic eye or something?
No, it's just a random design.
It's Marshall's.
It's a Drew design.
No, I do not design dresses. False.
He wears them.
Well,
Wow.
my cousin used to dress me and my other cousin up as girls when we were little. It was-
I believe it, Jason.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
it's girl-
Halloween.
that's what girls like to do.
Hey,
that, like,
I dressed up as I think I was probably 20, maybe 19. We went to Guavaween,
Yeah.
and my friend Laura went, Lara,
Lara.
Lara.
Croft.
she went as a man, and
Not the
I went
real
as a woman.
Oh.
So I wore,
Wasn't
believe it
much
or
of a
not,
stretch,
one
but-
of her dresses, and it was not comfortable.
Pretty sure you still have the wig.
No, I do not. That was different. That was Nancy Gaskin's
Did you wear a
wig.
thong too?
No, but I literally made it through, and it was a sleeveless dress, and I had pretty thick arms back then, like I do now.
They've shrunk.
They've shrunk. Thanks, Laura.
Nothing like confidence building, right?
Well, honestly, you know what it is?
Women know
It's
about
those fucking
shrinkage, right?
statins. It's those statins I've been taking.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. I
inhibit-
feel my muscles have shrunk since taking statins.
Yeah.
That's for fucking damn sure.
I don't disagree with that. I'm on them too.
How
Yeah.
closely related is that to myostatin? Is that kind of the same
But
thing?
I'm
'Cause
on a Torvastatin.
That's what he's on.
Same one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, you can feel it.
Can
And,
you-
it
can-
gives me restless leg syndrome at night.
Can you get off of that at some point? Though?
I
Is
get
that-
off every day, Joe.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's the
What are you
first
telling
thing.
me for?
That's the first thing I'm going to tell a doctor to get me the fuck off of.
Yeah.
But anyway, Guavaween, dresses girl, sleeveless dress, had big biceps back then. I made it probably 2 hours before I had to. It was a
Take it off. Yeah.
it was a front zipper thing. Get down to my skivvies.
Because then when you got to pee or something, it's kind of weird.
Oh, peeing was simple. I was just lifting that motherfucker
Yeah.
up.
I dressed as a girl, I think twice, 2 times.
3 times.
Yeah, I
How
think
about 5?
3 times you're a lady.
3 times your lady. Yeah.
9 times.
One
Jason.
was Halloween though, so
One was at a request.
The other one was last week.
One was last week. All right, Buderbang. Man, did you say you saw this one, Laura?
Which one is it?
Woman accused of locking boyfriend in storage unit for days.
No, I did not see this
Wanted
one.
for attempted murder.
No, I sent you another one though, and you already had it, so you should have a fourth one then.
Yeah. A North Carolina woman is charged with attempted murder after she allegedly locked her boyfriend in a storage unit where he was stuck for several days with
Ooh.
no food or water before being rescued. Robin Deaton, 52, Joe,
ooh.
of Matthews, North Carolina, has been arrested on attempted murder and kidnapping charges. The Monroe Police Department said she was booked into jail early Thursday after a manhunt by police. Close your eyes, Laura.
Go ahead. I'm not paying attention anyway.
Go figure.
Keller
All right.
says boot already.
Boot? Why, 51?
52.
Hmm?
You said 52.
Well,
So what happened
she's
to the
51.
guy in the storage unit? Like,
Well,
how
let's
do you
find
pee
out.
and poop?
Her 51-year-old boyfriend
He's
had
not
been,
eating. He's not shitting.
No, that's not true. Her 51-year-old boyfriend had been locked into the unit on Thursday. Deaton allegedly convinced him to crawl to the back of the storage unit to get her something, then slammed it shut. This is what you get. He had no food, water, or power source, and there were 2 locks on the storage unit.
He didn't have a cell phone to call.
The man called 911 on Monday and told the dispatcher that his girlfriend had locked him in the storage unit at
He waited
Cooper
till Monday.
Storage in Monroe.
From Thursday to Monday.
Right?
7 days, dude.
Right?
No, 7 days?
How's
Wait,
that
how many days
happen?
was it? How
Thursday
many-
to Monday is like
Here
3
we go.
days.
Listen. I've been locked in the storage unit for about a week now, and I've just now found my phone,
Oh.
he said on the 911 call.
Maybe
the
he was
phone be
in,
dead
maybe
by
he was in
seven?
the
Wouldn't your
dark.
phone be chiming like nobody fucking calls or texts you?
Maybe he was in the dark and he couldn't find it.
Yeah, but again, your phone lights up when you get notifications.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was on drugs.
Probably.
Could be.
My girlfriend locked me in here. She doubled up my lock, and I don't know how she put me in here, but she put me in here.
He was on drugs, dude.
And how do you know how long you've been in there if it's dark the whole time?
He said he was in unit 43 and his phone was about to die. When asked if he needed emergency services, he said, I just need to get the fuck out of here. I just can't breathe. I haven't had nothing to drink or anything. Officers responded to the facility around 1:15 p.m. Monday, according to the incident report. The man was taken to an area hospital, but has since been released, yada, yada. So here's the thing. If this was in Florida, you'd have been dead in 2 days.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh,
In
dude,
July?
Yeah,
It would
yeah.
have been cooked.
So yeah, I have. There's some holes in the story here, I think, because I mean, I think he was maybe in there like for half a day or something like that, and they were probably both drunk or high or whatever, you know.
Okay. Joe?
Are we Buddha banging him
Oh,
or
yeah.
her?
No, her.
Oh, definitely boot.
You're booting.
Yeah, this sounds like
I
this.
feel like the low class thing to lock him in there.
No low-class hot women out there?
No, I don't know. It just
this
doesn't sound fun.
white trash to me. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a little
Yeah.
trashy.
No hot white trashers out there?
No.
Okay, Laura.
I'm gonna say boot because I feel like if he was on drugs and that's the reason why it took so long, she's probably on drugs too. So I'm gonna say boot.
Yep.
Peanut Gallery.
Well, we already have Keller booting.
Did Keller mean bang? Does like no mean yes with Keller?
Nope, he's booting. He is he's
He's tainted.
rioting.
He's tainted right now.
He's waiting.
Yeah.
No, we're just waiting, guys. We're just waiting for the good stuff. That's
Okay.
all. That's all.
I mean,
Okay, go.
Candy said it was dark and he couldn't find his phone. That's why.
Yeah, at least said boot. Okay, go.
Lisa's booting. Okay.
7 days. Somebody's gonna text you though, man.
All right.
Yeah,
Here
but you
she
could have
is.
been shouting and somebody would have heard you.
Oh, she could be. I mean, she's 52.
52.
so-
She looks like she's 72.
Not really.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah,
she
she
looks
does.
good for 52.
No, she don't.
Yeah,
Don't
she-
Joe,
say-
she's been running from the cops. She was on
Laura.
the lam.
I'm almost 50, so please don't say that looks good for me.
Yeah.
Maybe she's got, little, probably has 6 puppies and, 5
Makes-
ex-husbands.
Makes Drew look like he's 22.
It's true.
Yeah.
Joe,
I mean, she's
If
been
she's-
crying.
If she's 52, you're
She's
22.
been crying.
Joe, I
so her
guarantee
face is
you-
a little puffy.
Joe, I guarantee you, I shave, I lose 10 years.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Me and
Yeah.
you both, man. Yeah.
I guarantee it because my hair is brown. I don't shave. I don't dye this shit. So if I cut my hair and I shaved, I guarantee I lose 12 years.
Just like a 10-second interlude here, intermission. Did anybody submit the approval for Joe's haircut?
No, we
that
did
don't.
not.
That
No,
did
we
not
did
come
not.
across my desk, so I don't just.
No, we don't.
Want to figure out.
Don't
what-
start looking for photos.
Yeah, just don't know what happened here. So
No, that's different. That doesn't even count. What are you doing?
I'm showing you with no beard. It's a lie. You look like Garth or Wayne.
No, that's not true.
You look just like
I
Wayne.
had a hat on.
You look just like Wayne.
I did look like Wayne.
Laura just fell head over heels.
Oh.
Oh.
He had short hair when she met him. It
was a
like
bait and
it was-
switch.
I was just going to say that. It was bait
true.
and switch.
Was it a bait and switch?
It
Yeah.
was.
It's true.
Now you look ridiculous with your hair flinging out like it's a chicken wing.
No.
I don't know.
Chicken
That's all
wing,
about.
chicken wing.
saying,
look at
your
With my
hair
homie, chili
in
with
the-
pepperoni.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at-
yeah, just
look
a
at
little,
your-
yeah.
Look at your
I
hair
can't see it.
on the monitor.
Over here.
But
The
he's
other
just
side.
got that. He's got.
The other side. There you
Drew
go.
has that flowing long hair
Chicken.
though. It's like a, right.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it for the barf show. Then I'm cutting it, Jason.
No, dude, guys.
I'll believe it when I see it.
What are we doing?
Me and Joe are gonna go
Ugh,
bald.
This generation, man.
But what if I was bald and I was up there with you? We'd be the
This
baldies.
generation going to hell?
Me, Jason Stallworth and the baldies. Because you
You
but
got to
we-
shave your nuts too, then.
who says I don't?
Okay, well there we go.
Come on. All right, high school Spanish teacher, 33. We've heard this one before. Accused of having sex with a 17-year-old student.
17?
Yeah.
Is the teacher a dude or a girl?
Teacher's a female,
Okay.
and I will tell you, I don't think they said what the student was, but here's the thing. They don't give a lot of information about these victims, but I tell you what, a 17-year-old these days looks 28. But
Yeah.
I'm not forgiving it, but I'm just telling you, it is what it is.
And we're confused because when we were that young and we were watching TV shows or movies, all the 17-year-olds were played by 30-year-old actors.
That's true.
But
And
yeah,
we're like, oh, that's what 17 looks like. Okay.
Right. All right. A high school Spanish teacher from California is accused of having a sexual relationship with a teenage student. Dulce Flores, a teacher at Riverbank High School outside Modesto, is charged with having sex with a 17-year-old while he was a student. So it's a
Keller's
he.
already banging.
Okay.
Yep.
While he was a student in 2023.
Kind of figured Keller would bang on this one.
The 33-year-old, now if she's 33 now, that means she was 30. No, she was 31 and 23. So the 33-year-old has been teaching at the school since 2016, cops says. Authorities launched an investigation into the sick teacher after the school official received a tip about inappropriate relationships, yada, yada.
Received a tip?
Yep, she received
Just the tip.
tip.
Yeah.
She was placed on leave of absence while the case is investigated, according to the statement from the Riverbank United School District. The district said it is cooperating with authorities and has been blah, 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 blah. That's about it.
Question for you.
Mhm.
If she's older than he is,
Yep.
can she still call him I puppy?
A puppy or puppy?
Poppy. Spanish.
I thought Joe said puppy.
Joe, your Spanish accent is horrible.
Yes, bad.
Puppy.
Yeah.
Hi, puppy.
I thought you said puppy. I want a puppy.
No.
So Flores was arrested at her
Maybe
home.
that's what she said, and he mistook it and thought it was a sexual relationship. Who knows?
Hey, true.
She was arrested at her
Killed my
home
joke.
for charges of unlawful sex with a minor. She was being held on $20,000 bail.
So, can we back up a second? How did people find out about this? Like who?
She got tipped off. Like they got a
It's
tip.
the kid bragging.
Yeah,
oh,
kids brag.
I've
They
got
put
an A in that class because I banged the teacher.
They put it on
Okay.
Snapchat or do something
Yeah.
stupid.
Okay, now I get that part, but how do you get evidence of that? If the kid is bragging
They
about
annou-
it,
they-
then
Well, then
They
they
did it.
probably
Well,
take his phone
I
after
tell you
that.
no, but here's what I can tell you about sexual criminal cases. It only takes an accusation.
Right.
Zero evidence, just an accusation, and they will fucking arrest you.
And then they always confess.
Well, no, but
In these cases, they do.
Here's the
because
deal.
They're proud of
No,
it.
The
but
women always do because they
They're
feel bad.
proud of it.
here's the cases I have personal experiences in that I've worked. You get a tip, whether it be anonymous or whatnot. In order for criminal charges to be filed, you cannot typically have an anonymous tip. So it has to be somebody willing to fill out an affidavit of some type of criminal offense or whatever, and they are accusing you of XYZ. Whether it be even if I'm not the victim, I'm a witness and I saw it, whatever. But again, every crime has to have a victim. So if I witnessed you beat an old lady up, but the police can't find the old lady, they're going to have a really hard time prosecuting.
okay, so,
That's why Laura goes under the assumption no body, no crime.
Yeah.
ooh,
Sure.
That's why I have a kiln in the
She's
garage.
got it on her. She's got it on her Amazon wish
So-
list.
Mhm.
In a case like this, you would have somebody bragging about it. They probably went to the student and the parents got involved, and the parents like, little Bobby, you better tell the truth to the police. And then little Bobby,
This is going to
puked.
affect your college applications.
whatever. And then they contacted her, whether she admitted to it or not. There you go. It just depends, but you don't need
Mary
the-
Kay Letourneau.
You don't need
Mhm.
a sheet with DNA. You don't need a condom in the garbage. Like, obviously, the cops are going to do a search warrant. They're going to search the house. They're probably going to take her computer. They're going to take her phone. They're going to do search warrants on all that shit. They're going to pull any kind of apps that she has on her phone and look for fucking messages. But to arrest you, you got to remember, probable cause only means they probably did it. 49%, 51%. There's a little leeway there. Probable cause is 51%,
so
which
it's-
means they just need enough to assume that you probably did it. And then the state actually files the official charges. So when you see, and this is what sucks about the media, because the media will put your fucking photo on the news and say you are arrested for XYZ.
and you're done at that
and
point.
you're done.
Mhm.
You
You're
lose
done.
your job. You get fired. You lose your friends. You
People
lose
burn your
fucking
house down.
everything. They fucking firebomb
And it doesn't
you.
matter if you're innocent or not at that point.
It doesn't matter.
Because not everybody's that's not gonna be wide news
And
if you're
then-
innocent, right?
Well, the
2 years later-
headline goes on the page 1 of the newspaper, but the retraction that says you were not guilty goes on page 13.
If
at the
it's
bottom
even there.
corner.
If it's even there.
And no one's going to see that.
And now the sheriff's office, they have Facebook pages, and they love posting up every person they arrest on
it's
their
a
Facebook
digital
pages.
perp walk.
So
Yep.
they put on there,
Or you can
For-
be Grady Judd and just go on the nightly news.
yeah, whatever.
She was McCrazy.
So they put on
We
there
shot him in the dick.
their bragging rights of who they've arrested, but in 2 years when the case is settled, they don't put on the verdict.
No.
And I can't even tell you how many times cases I've been involved in where somebody's arrested, found not guilty, charges dropped, yada yada, and they don't mention shit about it.
Well-
The person still lost their job.
Sometimes
still
not,
lost their
not-
friends, their family,
sometimes
they got
not
divorced.
guilty, they get off because of a technicality or something.
Doesn't
They
matter,
still,
Joe. I
they
mean,
still did it.
okay, but
And everybody knows they did it.
But what about the people that didn't do it? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
What about the people
Yeah, of
that didn't
course.
do it? They're found in. So is there any retribution for that? Is there any okay?
I can
well,
tell you right now,
state owes me money now or something,
no,
right?
no, that's what sucks. They do not have any
Nope.
type of repercussions on
That's
that.
enough to drive
and it's
someone
horrible.
crazy
Oh,
and
for
go
sure.
really commit a crime at that
And
point.
I can tell you right now, the drug testing kits that the sheriff's office and law enforcement offices use to detect narcotics, they are horrible.
Yep.
They will say,
They're like
oh,
60%
it's
chance.
fentanyl. Oh, it's meth. Oh, it's this. They don't fucking know. It's literally, they just literally fucking use these test kits. They shake it like, oh yeah, it's fentanyl. And they arrest the person. They file these charges. They take them to jail. Blah,
Find
blah,
out
blah.
it was hand lotion contaminated.
8 months
or
later,
something.
they're like, oh, it wasn't fentanyl. It was cocaine.
That
Well, it's
turn
like-
blue. You're
it's like
fentanyl
I
and
just
pregnant.
saw-
Big fucking difference
I just
between
saw
fentanyl and cocaine.
I just saw an article today, and it was about a woman supposedly went into a Mexican restaurant, and when she paid with her credit card and they gave her the slip to sign, she put $0 for the tip, and then in the signature line she says, "I hope Trump deports you." And so this Mexican restaurant then like scratched her name out because it showed up underneath like the signature line where she was supposed to sign.
Yeah.
And they posted to their social media like, you know, this is what our employees are having to deal with, blah, blah, blah. And people figured out who it was. Like, I could make out that her name was Stephanie R., but then, like, the last name, I
Why
couldn't
would they
get all
even
the
scratch
letters.
it out? Just post it with the whole name.
Well,
Yeah,
they
right.
just, I think they
would.
just wanted it to be more so like, we're not trying to throw you under the bus, but if you figure it out, America, feel free. So they figured it out who she was within, like, hours. She was a Remax. She was a realtor of some kind, and
Yeah,
they already
fired.
fired her.
Wow.
So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, it's
Yeah,
not
done.
even that, like, they can prove, like, what if an employee just wanted to go viral and, like, wrote something nasty on a fucking receipt? That's the thing. Like, it's not like she signed
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
or it's not like she, like, is recorded saying it or doing it. Like, who knows who actually did? And they fired her before anything, like, before she said, yeah, I said that shit. I hope he does get no, nothing. They
I
said,
get it.
this is what it was. And
Then-
they fired her from her
Well,
job.
like I said back when this, Trump won the election, I said he emboldens people to be jerks.
What politician doesn't?
I'm just saying he makes it
Good question.
he makes it okay to voice your hatred.
Antifa didn't?
But the
I'm
other,
not saying it.
Black Lives Matter didn't? Everybody,
other one did
everybody who
too.
has a,
I'm
here's
just-
the thing, Joe. Everybody that has a political fucking ideology pushes extremism. Okay? I don't care if you're left, right, this, that, the other. And this is why I hate politics, and I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. They both fucking suck. Okay? Because they both push their ideology on people, and they both use propaganda. They both lie to you to fucking make you think something that's not true. And I don't care if you hate something so bad, you're probably listening to too much propaganda.
Yep.
And that's a fucking fact. Okay? If you hate somebody because they think something, they have a different viewpoint than you, you're listening to too much bullshit, and you need to step back for a minute and be like, who's feeding me this fucking shit? And that's a fact. Okay?
think for yourself, right?
Think for your fucking self. Don't think because CNN's saying this or Fox News is saying that you have to agree with it and you have to fucking follow along like a little fucking fox jumping through the hood. Just fucking do your thing and use your own fucking brain. Anywho, Buderbang. All right, Joe, are you Buderbanging?
The teacher or the student?
The teacher.
Oh, Joe.
I
no,
wanna
make
Joe.
sure.
Keller wants to know if we
Oh.
have to wait for Maury Povich to reveal this photo.
You
He's-
are the father.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, we're
Buderbang.
banging.
You're banging.
Yep.
Jason Stallworth.
No, man. Because why
He's
couldn't
not gonna
no,
bang
no,
anyway.
listen, no. There's a logical reason for this. Why couldn't you guys do understand this thing?
All I have to
What-
say is Mary Kay Letourneau and Deborah LaFave. They were both smoking hot. I'm just
No,
throwing
but
that out there.
I actually went to Greco Junior High School where Deborah LaFave was a teacher.
But why a 17-year-old?
She was,
Why?
she
Well
was there
after you.
way after me.
Way
but,
after, because she
yeah.
lost her virginity to a Backstreet Boy. So it
Yeah,
was well
I'm just
before
saying.
your
I'm
time.
just saying. I was there in like 80, I don't know, 86 to 87.
She was probably being
88. I don't
born.
even
Yes,
know. So,
okay,
late
great.
80s.
I'm just saying there's probably plenty
Where
of
did
dudes
the balloons
out
come
there.
from?
That does, I don't know. It's been doing shit like that lately. I don't know. It's like an
I
auto
don't
thing.
see any balloons.
It's
It was
on the
on
it's
the
on the
thing.
screen.
How come I didn't see them?
I don't know.
That's
Are you
because you're not-
watching
you're
it?
not
It's like
watching.
on the it's
Oh,
on
no, I
the
didn't see
thing, the live.
All
Oh,
right.
somebody probably did like a happy
No,
birthday
no, it's
something.
Oh,
me.
maybe.
You know.
Go ahead.
I bet it's Keller
Keller probably. That's true. Maybe he does throw something out there. What are the little
or Gator Babe. I don't know, I
gator?
still
But she's
say
gonna
that.
come down here and
Yeah.
punch you in the face.
No, but I mean, like it 17. Why can't she find like a 20-year-old if you're gonna go for the young one? So I'm gonna boo. So
Okay.
yeah.
Laura.
Okay, Lisa's
I'm
booting.
holding out.
I sent it to you, so
Oh,
you
okay.
can't use me.
All right. And what did Keller say?
Lisa is Keller is banging. Lisa's booting.
Keller
Do it.
banging.
Here we go.
Smoke show.
Yeah, for sure.
Smoke show.
Show.
So
she looks like she's on a TV show that
She looks like she'd be on The Bachelor.
I can't figure out which TV
Now,
show she looks like.
is that putting your wiener in crazy though? Is that what we're
that's
talking
fine.
about?
cares?
No, Jason,
It's a one and done,
you're
Jason,
banging
not
her
a
for a fucking
relationship.
night.
No, but
One
guys,
night.
we
You
all-
never see her again. It's great
Listen.
sex.
Jason, 12 minutes.
Can I just
30
4
can I-
seconds.
Can I just make a point? You guys know we've all been we've been alive long enough to know it's never just that though. There's always crazy shit that happens.
For this
when,
show, it's just that.
I
Right.
can't
It's a
make it.
hypothetical.
No,
Right.
no repercussions.
Nobody's actually going to stick
Now,
their dick in her.
let's
And
go-
so it's just a
Why not?
hypothetical.
We can.
Let's go for the.
Everybody
let's-
gets a turn.
Let's go for the
Sure.
unphotoshopped version.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
You know.
Well, now she's a pretty girl. Don't get me wrong.
But that
She's
is
a cute
definitely
girl.
a teacher photo.
Oh
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a
Like
cute
the
photo.
other one is her out on a Saturday night with
Did
her
she get a nose
girlfriends
job?
trying to sling it around.
Sling
But-
around.
but-
Is that what
Can
you
we-
do?
can we-
Is that you and Casey in Miami slinging around?
No.
can we do a side by side?
Me
there?
and Casey never left
Yeah.
the hotel because we went to dinner and then we went to the rooftop bar and we had
Can we do a side by side there?
$50 fucking
not a
dollar
side by side,
martinis
but I can
and
do a
then
back
we
and
went
forth.
back to
Let's
sleep.
do it back and forth real quick.
Okay.
See, me personally, and this is just me. This is not me. It's not everybody. It's probably not Keller. Maybe it is Keller, but I prefer the dressed down version
Of course.
of girls. That's
Well,
just,
yeah,
but that's
I
just
mean,
me.
I
you know.
don't blame you, but here's the thing:
Keller says if he has all the info, he's at 100%.
women want to fuck you more when they're dressed up.
Okay, because they're prepared.
They
I
want
get it.
you
It's a
to.
mental
They
thing.
shave their wing. Their
Their
Yeah.
wing.
their wing.
They have wings.
Yeah, they do. They have put their hair in the position that they want you to grab it and all. You know, they do what they want to do because that's their sexual.
But also the men give
Yeah.
him the
Flamboyant.
sexual desire attention.
So I get that, but like me personally, I like my wife. I shouldn't say this, but I mean she's sexy regardless, right? But and bedtime clothes is just as good, if not better, than
Well, that's
than
when you're
dressing
married,
up. That's,
Jason. We're talking about when you met somebody at Beef O'Brady's and you know they're having fucking 6 wings and you're having a cheesesteak.
And she shaves those wings.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, it's just different strokes. No pun intended, but different
For roast beef.
different strokes for different folks. You know, like my
All right.
5th grade teacher. said.
I'm gonna move this.
There's a
Buderbank
lot of
until
stuff
next
on the-
week.
on the-
I know,
on the
I
list.
know, and I gotta go pee. So you guys
Yeah, go Pete.
What's the next on the list?
talk amongst yourself. All right. Next on the list, we are going to discuss why Facebook axed 20 people.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
But back to bedtime
Can-
clothes. It's
can-
like I'm ready for bed.
What?
You know, that's more sexy than
What, Joe?
dolled up, right?
I was gonna say, can we talk about one of the others while you're gone? Because I don't know that one.
He literally put the pamphlet face down like we're going to skip ahead without him.
All right. We'll talk about NASA's sex secrets.
Oh,
Again.
I don't know that
what?
one either.
Not
No.
NASA. I'm sorry.
How about the Qatar Airlines that made the lady sit next to a dead body for the rest of the flight?
I haven't heard that stuff.
I haven't heard that one.
is that the Emirates?
We're taking our own. He meant NSA, not NASA.
Essay.
Essay.
The NSA?
I
I thought
don't.
Joe said essay.
Here are your options. Drew's News. I don't know if that means everything below that is Drew's News.
Where's Drew's poos?
There's Facebook axes 20 people. Facebook Instagram glitch. Man gets mom and daughter preggo. I still think that's fake. I think it was one of those just like, whatever.
Well, you saw my comment on that, right?
No, what did you
No.
say?
That's going to be a very complex child support situation 10 years or 2 years,
Right.
you know,
Right.
down the road.
Boyfriend's micro penis. That is not written about me. Wide neck Florida man back in jail. I don't know why. I saw him post it. I didn't read the article. Epstein list release a flub. I don't know if he means that they just kind of re-released the same list. NSA secrets, sex chats, Casey Anthony new face. Okay, I'll talk about the Casey Anthony thing.
There's so many
Okay.
things
Because I saw
that, are
that
going
for
on
like
this week.
half a second, and I couldn't even watch it because I didn't want to give that bitch a
Wasn't
time of
like
day.
her daughter was on TikTok or something
No,
like
she
that?
Casey
killed
Anthony
That-
killed
She
her
killed
daughter.
the daughter
Casey Anthony killed her daughter.
Oh, that's
because she wanted to go out and party.
Yeah. So now that bitch is
How,
on.
how much I keep
She's
up with
on
news.
TikTok all of
Just
a
about
sudden,
4 years ago.
and she's trying to make money before TikTok. Hopefully, and I am sorry for
Oh, this
all
is-
of the other
this is like
content
10,
creators
12
that
years
are
ago
in
now,
America. It's been longer than that.
Like
I
10
was.
years, right?
It's been like 20 years probably. Like
She was found innocent by a jury, so you have to say allegedly.
when you me go searching for a dead body It's the mom who did it. It's the person.
Well, you could
I
think
literally drove to Orlando with my sister and my cousin, and we were part of the search party that looked for little Kaylee Anthony.
You were part of search party?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can think that. That's fine. But she was found not
I
guilty.
was in
so-
like higher than ankle deep water, treading through like this area, and she was found in a wooded area where we were kind of like, it wasn't the area we were searching, but it was like near the area we were searching, and like there was this like oil slick looking thing across the top of the water, like where we were walking through, and like everyone was like pointing it out, and the person who was like the head of our little search party, we were looking around, they're like, that can be a sign of decomp. We need to get out of here. So they like made us leave. But it wasn't where the body was ultimately found. But I'm just saying, she did it. We all know she did it. Whether she was drugged up or not, who the fuck knows?
All right, so let me back up a little bit. All right.
She doesn't deserve TikTok money.
Behave. Here we go. All right. So
Behave.
Casey Anthony, I have heard in the past, she applied to be a private investigator and she was declined.
Because she was fucking her private investigator she was living with.
No, that's not a crime. That's not a violation. She was convicted of lying in a police report.
Ah, yes.
Okay. So when you are convicted of falsifying statements, you can't be a notary. You cannot be a private investigator. You can't be certain things that require you to tell the truth. This is my concern with the legal aspects of this, to her entering into the legal field, because her Instagram page only is due to her wanting to be a paralegal. That's it. She wants to be a paralegal, and
She can't.
Laura is a paralegal. There are different levels of paralegal. You can be a certified paralegal in the state of Florida. You can go through these classes. You can go to college. You can do all this shit to be a paralegal. All you really need to do to be a paralegal is know your fucking shit. They're just like a mechanic. You can be a mechanic who knows fucking Chevy Mustangs, who knows GMCs, and you can be an excellent mechanic without being a certified mechanic. Or you can go be a certified fucking mechanic and you can get hired by fucking Chevy and work in Chevy's dealership.
And still suck though, right?
And technically still suck. But I'm just saying, there's certain, just like the paralegal field, there's certain levels of that. And if a law firm only hires certified paralegals, that's why they're going to require you to be a certified paralegal. There's no legal requirement for a law firm to say, hey, I'm hiring Linda Smith and she's going to be my paralegal. Linda, do you know how to file XYZ? No. All right. Well, I'm going to pay you $15 an hour and I'm going to teach you how to do it. Okay.
Okay.
Jill Smith, I'm going to hire you to be a paralegal. Do you know your shit? Well, I'm a certified paralegal in the state of Florida. I've been doing it for fucking 30 years. Okay, I'm going to pay you $50 an hour. That's the way it works.
Gotcha.
So depending on what you want to do, could Casey Anthony technically be a paralegal? Sure.
I think she
Is
just
she ever going to be able to certify documents and be able to testify in court? No. Do paralegals typically testify in court? No.
Unless you get a phone call with a death threat.
Okay. I'm not saying never, but typically no, paralegals do not testify in court. Are there documents used in court? Yes, but they're prepared, they're reviewed by attorneys, and they're submitted to the court. So I understand your beef, but can she do it legally? Yes. Do you think she should be doing it? That's your beef. That's your opinion.
I don't care if she works in the legal field. I just don't think that she should be making money off of TikTok. I don't think that she should be making...
Anybody can make money off of TikTok.
I know, but I feel like sometimes it's easy money if you already have some type of notoriety.
She's a celebrity.
Like if you were to become famous on TikTok, you worked from the ground up. You have no notoriety. You would have done it on your own. But I don't feel like she should get...
She said
I
Joey
feel like-
Nobody.
Here's what's funny though. I am bound by confidentiality statements or client confidentiality. Let me get this out. Client.
Get the wiener.
Spit it out.
I'm trying.
Spit
Stand
it
by. I'm literally done with this
hit
one.
Reset.
So,
Hit reset.
confidentiality statements and client confidentiality privilege. Can't say it
Still
right now.
wrong. Keep
I know.
going.
What am I trying to say?
pineal gland.
Client
That's that 9%.
confidentiality.
Yeah.
All right. So the things that I
9.4%.
could talk about to be famous, I can't talk about. I could throw out fucking 10,000 stories right now and people would find them very interesting and it would probably help my numbers. But I can't talk about them because I can't. It's confidentiality. So when I look at my career field and I go back to, I've been doing this for 32 years now.
Dude.
I have a shit ton of cases that would make great content, just like the thing I want to talk to Joe about tonight. He can't talk about.
Yeah.
So can Casey Anthony make her name? Yeah, she's going to be famous, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. I'm not going to shit on her parade, but I mean, people are going to make their own decisions. People like we said earlier, like looking at car crashes. It's the same thing. They're just going to be curious what the fuck she's going to say.
Well, and people support what they want to support. And I mean, I guess it tells you a lot about society. I mean, if people want to go on this girl's TikTok and support her, that tells you a lot, right? I mean, but they're going to support what they support, you know? And I think like us as we have our personal choice not to support that if we don't agree with that.
But again, like I was saying, sometimes you don't even mean to support it, but you're just kind of scrolling.
Well,
and then it just shows up in your algorithm and you're like, fuck, I just gave her a nickel or whatever the fuck your video view is.
But no,
worth.
it doesn't quite work like that though, because a lot of it's based on advertising and ads and that sort of thing. But so like actually, well, for YouTube at least, I don't know about TikTok, but YouTube, if you start watching something but you click off, actually it doesn't look good for that person's video because the ultimate goal is not views, it's watch time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if the algorithm for TikTok is based on watch time. I would assume it probably is because the advertisers that's advertising on that person's channel, on that page, is paying money. It probably doesn't look good for them if people are clicking, 2 seconds. Oh, that's not what I want to see. That's why clickbait doesn't work.
That's the same way women are when they're dating.
Yep.
Like 6 seconds, you're done.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
But does that make sense though? You know,
No, it does,
like,
yeah.
It's not clicks, it's not views. It's watch time. It's overall watch time.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I said NASA. It's NSA.
The NSA.
NSA secret
NSA.
sex chats.
The Joe essay.
All right. So here's the thing. The NSA and even the CIA, they have become kind of, I guess, a one-minded group. And I'm not going to say they haven't been that way for a long time, but I guess DEI, you can call it that, whatever. They hired a lot of very, I guess, people that were very sexual.
What is DEI?
Diversity, inclusion,
equity,
inclusion. Yeah.
I'm so far behind, guys.
Jason, we need to get you.
It means they can't hire all whiteys.
Well, no, it just means that when you have a DEI policy, it means that you have to hire people who might not normally qualify. But within that, somehow,
so you get less than you get like shitty subpar
Allegedly.
people who work for you
Well,
instead of the top notch.
That's not
Allegedly.
necessarily always the case,
based on merit.
but basically, you have to be fair to people with diverse opinions or diverse lifestyles.
right?
Just because they're gay doesn't mean you could, get rid of them because they're gay.
So they hired.
Right, I don't feel like that should be.
You don't have to hire them because they're gay, but
there are some where you have to hire X amount of white people, black people, Hispanics.
you have you have
whatever
to interview
else.
at least.
That is where I find an issue.
You have to interview at least 10 people, and 3 of them have to be women.
So there was a case,
You
and
know?
I can't say any specifics, I will not, but there was a case where a certain group of people weren't getting hired, that their numbers weren't good, right, for this reason. But those people, I won't say the group, they just weren't applying. So,
Well, let me continue here. Over the last 10 years, the CIA and the NSA, and maybe it was even back from Obama, I don't know, but they had a group that, I guess, clinged and started a sex chat. Okay. And it was a government sex chat on a government website. And this thing went on and on and on. And I guess Doge discovered it somehow. And the stuff they were talking about on while they were working, and they've documented that, yeah, they were working while they were doing this. It's been pretty serious. So is it okay to, while you're working, like flirt with like people? Like I worked at a corporate place for a while.
That's
We
gonna
had little
happen.
chats and stuff.
It's
And
gonna happen. Yeah.
you get in there and you start poking around and yada yada. And
You mean poking around? Like
Poking around.
Yeah.
how much time was spent on it? Like, and were they fucking in the office? Like none of that stuff has been like, there was actually a guy that got boned in Congress.
The dude to get
Forget
boned.
that names. Yeah. There was a guy that, an intern or somebody that got,
I would equate that to people
Bang.
that smoke that go out and take a smoke break for 15 minutes every hour, though. You know what I mean? It's like,
but apparently there's an LGBTQ like chat room where they were talking about like hooking up and like all this graphic stuff, and they were being spied on.
no,
So now it's like the NSA who does spying was being spied on, and they got discovered.
like internal affairs type of thing.
Uh,
Sort of.
basically, but I mean, Joe, is that fireable? Like, do you terminate those people?
I think it's a different game now than it was even 20 years ago, because I remember like making jokes or whatnot, and I'm like, I cannot imagine even saying things like that now, with knowing that I could possibly put my career at risk for things that we used to joke about. And I'm not ashamed of what I said or jokes that we made or things that we used to talk about. But the fact that is, if I would have said or put those things out there now, I know that if that was seen broadly, like that would mean my career.
You're fired.
You know?
Okay, so you just, it's not changing the way you are. You're just changing what you put out there.
Yeah.
Or you don't
Okay.
put out there.
No, exactly. I mean, not that we did anything offensive to certain people or whatnot, but lighthearted jokes cannot land the same way that they did 20 years ago.
Well, because there'd be one person, they'll take it the wrong way, and then it goes to HR.
Or
and
maybe
so
they
forth.
can, and people were just being too sensitive.
But I don't know. It's tough.
So here's the thing. I personally think people are too sensitive. I think you should be able to joke about anything for the most part, and
but
find the
there's
humor
also
in
a
it.
place and a time and a place. Like if
There-
you're a comedian and you're on stage, you want to joke about those things. Yes, you can. But if you're in the office where there's an expectation of, no harassment, no making fun of me,
Professionalism.
yeah,
Right.
that's a different
So-
environment where everyone has the right to
when
feel safe.
I go to the fair once a year and I get my caricature drawn,
And they
that's
make you
an
look like a dick.
that's an exaggeration.
What did
Right?
you say, Joe?
They make him look like a dick.
That's
Look at that. He's got a fucking penis cap on.
Oh man.
Look
But-
at that. Look at that picture,
but it
Jason.
looks
It's
no
because his
way.
hat is always backwards.
Like what I look
Makes
at.
him look like a
man.
penis cap.
That's what I look like.
Look
So,
at my head. I'm probably the wiener. of
A
the- of the
caricature,
bunch.
Jason, look over here.
See it?
a caricature is
An
an
exaggeration. of what you look like.
exaggeration of what you look like,
Right,
so
right.
people can
I
laugh
don't
at it.
think this caricature is an exaggeration. The
It
guy
is.
draws you pretty spot on.
That one's pretty damn good.
Right,
Yeah,
but
it's
like
pretty
I'm
good,
thinking
yeah.
of caricature like if you have like a mole on your cheek, they
Bobbleheads.
make the mole like this
No, but
big.
they give you
Or
big
if you have,
cheekbones, or they give you big ears, or they
right,
make you
you're
funny.
not really
you know.
exaggerated in your photos.
But
You're
the-
just
but-
you're just a
no, but-
cartoon.
no,
you're
but-
a cartoon, not a caricature.
But the purpose of a caricature is to exaggerate, and you laugh at that exaggeration.
But yours isn't
So-
an exaggeration.
But it's
But-
lighthearted.
Right. But stereotypes are the same way. We make fun of stereotypes because we exaggerate things and laugh at them. It doesn't mean they're true. It means they're exaggerated.
But
and
usually they are
exaggeration-
true, because otherwise they wouldn't
No,
be the
no, but-
stereotype.
But here's the difference.
I'm not
When
s-
you are part of the group that's being made fun of, you have no choice but to be made fun of.
Everybody gets made fun
If
of.
you are sitting at a caricature drawing, you're choosing to be made fun of.
But-
And that's the difference when you make fun of a certain group of people when you're a comedian or on stage.
Says
I'm
the
not-
woman who did
I'm
not want to get her
saying-
caricature done.
Exactly, because I had the choice in that matter. I'm not saying I don't find certain comedy funny, but there are some that's offensive. And if it's offensive, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, they should be canceled. Like, that's just not my type of comedy. And I will choose not to see it again. That's how I take things. Other people are
Is
a little
Dave
more
Chappelle
dramatic.
funny?
I saw Dave Chappelle in person, actually, at the Comedy Cellar
Okay.
in New York
Is he
City.
funny?
I was kind of annoyed that night, so I feel like my humor wasn't in the right place. But he was funny. He smoked the whole time. That was what,
He
what was
smokes
annoying.
everywhere, anywhere.
It was literally but you're in the comedy cellar is literally a cellar. You go downstairs, you go down this hallway, and you go into this room, and it's literally a stage that's not even lit. It's like a step stage, and then all these tables around. It's literally a fucking cellar. But it's very famous in New York for comedians that are up and coming, and even famous ones that go there. But he was smoking in the fucking room. And I'm like, but I was also annoyed. I was my sisters. We had this huge fight. So I wasn't in like the right mindset to be like in a comedy show anyway. But he was funny nonetheless.
Well, okay. So he's very known to exaggerate, make jokes about transvestites, transsexuals, and the LGBT community. Now he can get away with it easier because he's black. And I'll say that outright because it's true. He gets away with saying a lot of shit because
As a minority,
he can say it. I guarantee you if Jerry Seinfeld got up there and say the same shit, he'd been canceled.
he's a Jewish person now.
Michael Richards.
Michael Richards.
Who?
Kramer.
Yeah.
Because
Canceled.
he got canceled for saying that stuff.
He yelled out a word in an audience of a guy that was being an asshole.
I'm surprised Bob Saget didn't get canceled because he used to do jokes
Well, he was
about the
filthy.
Olsen twins.
He was filthy, but he wasn't.
Fuck you and suck my $100 million cock.
Yeah.
Right.
Say it again, Joe, on camera.
That's exactly what he said
Yeah.
at the end of his roast.
Right, but he was
man.
filthy, but he wasn't targeting different groups.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
You
But
don't,
that's
you,
still
you don't punch
canceled.
down. You don't punch down.
Me and Lisa were watching Saturday Night Live the other night because
Yeah.
we text each other as we're watching it.
You watch Chappelle Show?
Candy was watching.
Yeah. So show this one. Shane Gillis is a comedian, and he was actually
He's
hired
funny.
by Saturday Night Live and then terminated because they said he made jokes that were offensive, and they
That's
hired
literally what they do every week.
they hired him and then got his footage from a show he was doing years prior. And they said he was controversial and they canceled him, fired him beforehand. Now they're letting him back on. He co-hosted last week.
Co-hosted or was just on?
I'm sorry, not co-hosted. He hosted. He was a host. He hosted last week. And he's funny. Monologue, yeah, whatever. But he's a good actor and he actually did pretty good at the stand-up skits and whatnot.
Wasn't Timothy Chalamet last week?
I don't know.
I think the safest comedy, if you want to be funny, is to make fun of yourself. Like I had this big cyst on my shoulder and I had to get it removed. So I went to the doctor. I'm like, hey, I brought my assistant.
Bro,
Gross.
Yeah.
but point made. I make fun of myself all the time about everything I possibly can.
It's
That
just,
way people
that's just
have-
easy pickings right there.
Right. It is,
It is.
but
But
no,
it's funny though.
like there's no way you can fucking embarrass me because I make fun of myself all the time. Small penis, short, can't read, fucking.
Don't we have a small wiener thing
you
coming up
name it.
soon?
I'm making fun of myself about it, and I do not care. And that's just the way you got to get through life. Like if you're that fucking,
It's impossible
sensitive
to
about
get in trouble
shit.
with that.
you just relax. That's all I'm saying. But so the NSA got popped. They're, I guess, cleaning house now, and they're looking at firing all these people. Is it really going to stop? You're going to get new people in there, and they're going to fucking say shit in the break room instead of in a chat room. So I don't know. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. It's just a kind of a fucking blase.
What does that Doge stand for anyway?
Department of Government Efficiency.
Lisa's saying that Timothy Chalamet was the week before.
Okay.
And for being a skinny guy, Timothy Chalamet, pretty hot. And he can pull Kylie Jenner.
That's the Willy Wonka guy.
Yeah.
And he can what?
Pull the Kylie Jenner. He's dating Kylie Jenner.
Oh, I don't even know who that
Would
is.
I even want to get
The Jenner
involved in a
Kardashian.
Now
Jenner
that I know,
fucking
but the other guy I don't know. I've
family?
never heard of him before.
Timothy Chalamet. He's a really well-known actor.
Yeah.
He just did the Bob Dylan movie.
Yeah,
We didn't.
and Lisa was
Didn't he
talking
sing?
about that too.
Didn't he sing while he was? He was like the first.
he did Bob
He was
Dylan
the
stuff,
first like actor
Jeremy. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna show Jeremy Shala.
Timothy
Oh,
Chalamet.
I thought you said Tim.
No.
I'm
No, it's
sorry.
Timothy
Christ.
Chalamet.
Timmy.
Timotei. It's
Timmy,
E,
Timmy.
not Y.
I can't type right now.
Timmy.
Shala.
CH.
There it is.
No,
Shalloway.
no, that's not it.
The
That
curly
is him.
It literally, he put
See,
it.
it's-
He hold on. He spelled it. Timothy with a Y, even though I just said double E, and he spelled it SHALLOWAY when it's
And it's still pulled up.
CHLAMET, and it still pulled it up.
Hell yeah.
Shalloway apparently is Chalamet.
It's made for fucking ignorant people like me. All right, so here he is, Jason. This is the Buderbang right here.
Here,
all right?
here's your Timothy Chalamet. That's a terrible picture of
I'll
Timothy
tell you what.
Chalamet.
So he was on, and he was the host and
Like 2
musical
weeks ago.
guest.
But he does the skit with Pete Davidson where they're like the white guys who like to rap, and it is
Right.
literally the
It's fun.
funniest thing
Yeah,
ever.
I mean, he's a good actor. He's a good musician. I'm like Simon
So
agrees.
is Simon, yeah.
Apparently, he was a good host for Saturday Night Live. I don't know much. I refuse to go see Willy Wonka because I love the 80s version, 70 whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go watch it again and be disappointed by some
but
remake.
it's not remake. It's not the Johnny Depp version where they remade the movie like
Into a
finding the
techno
ticket
version.
Alice
and
in
going to
Wonderland.
the factory and Oompa Loompa. It's not that. It's the
It's an origin
factory.
story.
It's the It's the origin. It's where he started. It's how he got to be where he was and made his factory and all that other stuff.
Okay.
Simon, who are you barking at?
But
So-
you're providing information about a character that I didn't know previously, which could destroy life.
You literally did that with Star Wars.
I know, and I regret it.
So a real question here, is there anything that we have today that's not of the past, that's new?
Barely.
Like this authentic,
Barely.
organic,
Nobody
original,
makes
you know?
movies anymore. They have to revisit, remake.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Keller says bang. I banged Chalamet too.
of course you would.
Oh, and speaking of Chalamet, so when
Is Chalamet 6'7"?
no, but when Nikki Glazer was hosting the Emmys or whatever she was hosting recently, she made a joke about Timothy Chalamet's name sounding like something that Adam Sandler would say in a joke, and so she started like imitating Adam Sandler saying Chalamet, and then Adam Sandler recently was the Oscars or whatever the Oscars or award show was, and he continued on with that skit using Chalamet's name as a joke. So
Right.
It sounds like something he
full
would
circle. Yeah, it does. That's what she was saying. It's
say. Yeah,
hilarious.
I can see that.
So I made a mistake last week.
I like Nikki
Oh, you
Glazer
did?
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
She's
a bad
hilarious.
mistake. Laura sent a text, apparently, because I don't have the names associated with the numbers in our text group, all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody sent an image of the hotel room, nice hotel. Drew's like, oh, I don't see any naked girls. And I'm like, oh, I saw an image of a naked dude back. I was just joking around.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was Jay that was sending that. So I was making the joke for Jay. So just so you guys know.
No, it was me. We were upgraded to one of their like
man.
they call them like residential suites because I guess in the hotel
two
they also have
balconies.
some people who live there. So it was a 2-bedroom, fully stocked kitchen,
Oh, jeez.
2 balconies,
It looked
2 full
nice.
bath. It was pimp.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It looked really nice.
Yeah, and
But
it
I
was a
thought it
free
was Jay
upgrade.
sending that. I'm
So-
like, I need to plug the names with the numbers and all that.
Yeah.
So I
Did,
don't-
did you get the dog?
Yes, we did. We ended
Okay.
up going to prison,
Oh.
and we met with the inmates, 2 of which were in prison for homicide or attempted homicide. But yeah, we met with 4 different prisoners who had all had a hand in training the dog.
Now you weren't required to give them a conjugal visit, but I mean it's an extra, right?
No, we're actually pen pals now. So yeah,
just saying it's an extra, right?
we send letters. No, I'm just kidding.
Send
no, I
nudes?
don't. But we had to go
Send,
shopping
like,
because like
Polaroids?
I'm thinking that so we know that the prison doesn't have like AC because I guess Florida prisons don't. But the little area
must
where they
suck.
have the dogs, they have those big industrial fans to keep like circulation going and whatnot. Because it's cruel to keep the dogs in those conditions, which I think is hilarious. I love it.
But people are okay.
Right.
Well, prisons are privately owned anyway, right? They're not like
Well,
Not
state
always.
owned.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
So we ended up meeting, like, there were 7 dogs getting adopted that day. So there was like a big
Wow.
group of us, right? And so we were actually at an outside area that was fenced in and had like a little pavilion and desks or like tables, picnic tables and whatnot. And so all of the inmates were meeting with the families who were adopting the dog that they trained, and they were teaching them like the commands and how they did it and like when to use treats and how to like hand feed them throughout the day kind of thing and all that other stuff. So if multiple inmates had a hand in training the dog, you met every single one of them. So we met 4 total. And so we went in there, and the dog is so good. He's so sweet. He's still very young, so he's still learning a lot. Like he's trying to still control like his puppy energy, but he's so cute. He'll do great doing what he's doing. But yeah, it was fun. Went into prison. Got some action in Miami because I got groped getting checked into prison.
Oh,
She got groped by a big
you
old
serious?
lesbian.
She wasn't a big old lesbian. But no, like when you go into prison, they have to check
Oh,
you.
yeah.
So like
Yeah.
the only thing you were, first of all, I went down there thinking, okay, it's going to be out. It's going to be in hot. I thought it was going to be like indoors. I was thinking hot. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to wear like some leggings and like a t-shirt. And so that's what I brought. But then like the day before, so we're already like driving down to Miami. We get the email saying no like form-fitting clothing. No excessive jewelry, like all these requirements. I'm like, well, I wasn't going to wear jewelry anyway, like whatever. But I'm like, leggings are form-fitting. They're not loose. I don't have anything. So we had to go shopping. So I ended up looking like I was going to a pajama party.
An excuse to
Because
go
all
shopping.
the
Pajama
clothes-
Joe party.
All of the clothes were like baggy and loose. I'm like, I'll never wear these things together. But
She's
whatever,
not putting the
doesn't matter.
camera on you, Joe. I don't know why.
Yeah, here you go. Well, because I'm talking. And you
Pajama
said-
Joe party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, you want to turn that off? Great, thanks. So we have to
love
go
it.
in through. So you can only bring in your ID and the minimal amount of keys on your key fob, like your car key only.
You make it like you've never been to prison before.
I've never
I
been to
know,
prison
right?
before.
As a visitor.
No,
Yeah.
not even that. So you have to go in. They have to scan everything. They pat you down.
Was this
You have to
minimum
go through a metal-
security?
Well, I don't know. It's like homicide, so I'm assuming it's
Oh no,
not
well,
like
it depends.
I don't know. They have two different areas. They have like a different building where they have if you have like 2 years or less, or you're about to be released in under 2 years. So you're in like one area, and then the area that we were in were like for more than 2 years or more, like for your sentence. So I'm assuming it's not minimum. But so we go in there, and the lady who runs the program that Casey got the dog through, she's like, okay, so there's a door there, and you're gonna go through that door, and you're gonna take an immediate left. And we're like, okay, left. And she goes, and then you're gonna go until you can't go, and you're gonna make an immediate right. You're gonna go down this hallway, and then you're gonna go through this door, and then that's gonna be like the kind of the meeting area. And so we're thinking, okay, when you say hallway, I'm thinking like hallway, like long. So we go into this door, and there are two. It's literally like this hallway that's like this long. It's long enough to have two doors on the left-hand side, and we're like, what the fuck door do we take? We go,
She
okay,
said immediate.
right. So we take the first one. We open the door, and it's a room with the sink in it. And we're like, obviously, this is wrong. So we go into the next door. It's a room with a sink in it. But both rooms have doors on the other side. So the second door, we go through, and we open the second door, and we're like, this is wrong. Because it's like, it looks like there could be a hallway, but it's like there's like a poster board or whatever.
The Jack and Jill bathroom.
So we go out, and then we go back in the first door, and we open that door, and we're like, okay, there's a hallway, but again, it's like a hallway that's like this long. It's literally the same length of the hallway that we're in that's confusing us. So there's a door at the end of this hallway, but again, the hallway's like this long, and we open it up, and we walk in, and we are literally in what looks like a big cafeteria full of inmates.
She got direct access to the inmates.
No guards that I saw, and I'm like,
Oopsie.
so I'm like, this is wrong. And we turn around, and we go back in, and we're like, okay, this has to be. So we go, and we're like, we end up doing the same fucking thing again. And we walk in, and I turn around, and I look at her, I go, I don't feel safe.
Oh,
Because the
man,
two of
man.
you could get gang
And we
raped
like
right in there.
left, go back out, and we waited for the lady who runs the program to come in. And she's like, okay, just follow me. And she brings us through, and we go into the same room, and we're like, and she goes, okay, bathrooms over here. So I did drop trowel, and I did pee in a prison. Never thought I would do those things. But we waited for so fucking long just to get in. So literally full of inmate. And I'm like, I see like no guards. So we end up going through that room out to another door that led outside to the area.
You know, were the guys
that we
like
were
saying
meeting.
stuff like when you guys are going? Like,
No, they didn't say a word.
Okay.
And like the lady who ran the program, she's obviously very comfortable being there because she's there regularly.
She's probably banging 10 of
Because
them.
she was like, okay, guys, coming through, making a
Yeah.
left. So they were like, they were making room for it. It wasn't like they were causing a scene or making an issue, but like
Okay.
when we went in there without her and we walk into this room and it's literally a huge cafeteria, like feeling full of just inmates. And we're just like,
Haven't seen one of y'all in a while.
don't feel safe. Let's turn around and hijack this place. Like, so we ended up waiting and then, yeah, so it was all fine. But, yeah, it was something.
Would you do it again?
I mean, I would wait till the woman was there with me the whole time, or like I could see guards. Like I wouldn't like not go into a prison again to get a dog. The dog, of course, I'm gonna go get a dog.
You can go get a
but-
dog at Hillsborough County.
Falkenberg, right?
Yeah.
We got Gigi in.
Exactly. All right, Joe, why did Facebook fire 20 people?
Don't know. Oh, this is the leak one, right? They
Yep.
leaked the information.
Speaking of leak, I got to take a leak. Be
Oh,
back.
Jason is taking a leak.
Did you take your meds?
Nope.
Okay, well let's. It's been over 2 hours, so let's call it a night.
No,
I would
we're
like.
not. I got
Okay.
time. It's fine.
Well, I don't have time. I would like to shower, and I would like to do a mask, maybe.
What?
Yeah, let's end this. It's been
No.
over 2 hours.
I got fucking.
He's got.
That's
a
not
lot-
my fault.
he's got
You
a lot on the
wasted
list.
time.
What did I waste time on?
Everything we were chatting about and going left in directions of conversation.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, you don't because you have 9.4% in you right now.
Well, it's perfect. All right. Joe,
They leaked information, but I don't know. I saw the headline, but I didn't read the article.
Meta boss Mark Zuckerberg fired roughly 20 employees who spilled confidential information about the social media giant weeks after the tech tycoon complained about leaks, and more heads could soon roll, the company said Thursday. Well, so here's the thing. You sign a confidentiality agreement when you get hired by Meta, right?
Is that a question or a
Yeah,
statement?
that's
I don't know.
You would imagine, right?
They were smart.
Well, the same reason why we're not talking about the other article. Yeah.
He says,
think
we
so.
tell employees when they join the company and we offer periodic reminders that it is against our policies to leak information or internal information, no matter the intent.
Yep.
So we recently conducted an investigation that resulted in roughly 20 employees being terminated for sharing confidential information outside the company.
Okay.
And we expect there will be more.
Bob.
The Facebook and Instagram parent did not provide details on how they could uncover who the alleged rogue staffers were, but they're going to work on it. Sorry, I'm burping 9.4%. Meta has been racked with internal dissent after Zuckerberg scrapped DEI initiatives and ended the company's controversial fact-checking efforts. Let me put my glasses on. Moves that critics claim were made to cozy up to President Trump. During a January Q&A session with Meta employees about the company's recent change of direction, Zuckerberg grumbled about the fact that his remarks during the meeting would likely end up in the media. We try to really open up and everything, he said. I'm not sure what that sentence means, but it says we try to be really open and then everything I say leaks, Zuckerberg said, which first reported Thursday of the firings. He said it sucks. So I guess they got everybody into a big meeting and then shit leaked, but Zuckerberg gave a meeting about leaking. Taking my meds so I don't die.
Keller says he's making a Star Wars helmet you may be interested in. Show him your mug.
Huh?
He says he's making a Star Wars helmet that you may be interested in.
Was it a, oh,
It's a Pokeball.
No, it's R2D2.
it was like a mad ball. Remember mad balls?
Yep.
Mad balls.
Meta's chief technology officer, Andrew Bosworth, later said the company was making progress on catching people.
Ballsworth.
It's medicating with Drew.
Yeah, medicating. Oh, I like
Mhm.
that. Meditating and
Drugging
medicating.
with Drew.
Drugging.
So I get this. I mean, I'm not hating him on it. But here's the thing. I don't know exactly how many. Oh, he says he has 4,000 workers. Said the firings come on. Oh, wait, no. The firings come on top of the roughly 4,000 workers laid off earlier this month who were classified as low performers. So they already fired 4,000 people. Zuckerberg said he expects an intense year ahead as Meta competes with rivals to develop advanced artificial intelligence projects, and signaled that the company would hire new workers to replace the ousted employees. Here's the thing. I've always said this for years. You have these big social media companies. Their vetting process for employees I don't know anything about it, but I'm guessing there are probably some Chinese spies working for Meta.
For sure.
I think so.
There are probably some Chinese spies working for various companies throughout the United States. And they do that to get intel, information, company secrets, yada, yada.
Probably Russian spies too. Probably spies.
Russian
from all over.
spies, you name it.
They're always in a hurry.
They're everywhere.
I was gonna make the joke, but Joe
I
Russian
had to beat Jason to it.
Oh damn it!
He's making
I knew he was thinking.
How many of these people that were fired, like, are they leaking information for propaganda purposes or defaming the company or people? Like, I want names, you know, and it sucks because I'm kind of a, you smell like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's a fucking duck.
It might be a duck.
Yeah.
I mean, ducks stink.
They do.
It's walk and quack.
I want to hear names because when I see names, the story kind of makes more sense sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, if I saw a lot of names that sounded Chinese, you get more intelligence on the story. Because if they're leaking fucking information and they're from Zimbabwe, or the names are Russian, or the names are XYZ, you get more intel on what it was all about. And we never get told the whole story. The media never tells you the whole story. So we're getting probably 5% of what actually happened. And I can tell you this from my experience and working cases when a media, I know 100% of the case. Then I see the case on the news and I'm like, man, if they only knew the whole case, like,
Wow,
be like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God, you're literally getting 3 to fucking 7% of what actually happened. And that's what the media is provided.
Well, that's good. They gets the click and it gets the controversy and gets the eyeballs on the screen, which advertisers pay more for.
But if I agree, but if the people got the whole story, they would really eventually come to an understanding of what's actually happening in the
differently.
world.
Yeah.
You know, but we only are being told this much of that much.
Well, you only need the tip.
Just the tip, Joe.
Just the tip.
Apparently so. Yeah.
So anyhow, all right. Boop de doop. Next up on the pamphlet,
Next up, I'm going. You're doing the cameras.
Laura is going to bed.
It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to shower first.
I cannot even reach that. So
That is not my fault. I said in the show.
Joe, do you want to come over here?
Yeah, Jason's closer.
You want to come over here, Jason, and work the camera?
Good night.
Bye. It was nice meeting you.
Jason, Laura has resigned.
There's only 3 people.
It's me, you, and Joe. But Joe, you have to become the beer wench.
Like I haven't done that many a times.
Well, I'm empty, so I need a beer.
Let's see what we have.
All right, so Jason, I'm going to explain to Jason real quick what we're doing. So there's your earmuffs,
Right, earmuffs.
and you have
This is Drew.
your camera. No longer you,
Joe.
and then Joe's camera.
Oh,
So
Joe's
1,
gone.
3, and 4
Gotcha.
is all you need to worry about. I'm
Okay,
sorry,
cool.
1, 2, and 4.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 4. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
okay.
you.
All right.
So that's you officially.
Where's my camera at? I'm looking at
Your camera's up there.
Oh,
Up there.
there we go. I'm looking at you guys. Bruh.
This is the first time we've done this, actually.
Yeah.
See how it works out. How do you like that microphone?
Actually, this is this sounds good, dude. Maybe it's
Good?
because I'm on the desk here. I'm not really sure, but this sound. Oh, thank you, Joe. This sounds really good, man. Really good mic.
Man, I'm burping up the barbecue I had for lunch. Man,
Joe, what percent of this? I need to make sure this is a good, like a lower percent for me.
need my glasses?
Put your camera
Does that mean? There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to see what percentage this. I want to make sure it's not a high percent because I'm.
Man, it's weird how different you and Laura sound on that camera or on that microphone. I mean,
This actually it feels good.
That's
the
what
mic.
she said.
Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but
I just have to bring you guys to neutral here for quick so I can figure out.
Yeah, Joe, I can't. This is a. Can you get me another beer? This is not 9%.
Is that
Too
right?
strong for me. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Is it really that
It's
much?
a good beer. Yes, a terrapin, but I don't want to do a 9%. Find me anything that's
Get him a Stella.
7 or below. Preferably not Stella, but I mean, I'll do a Stella if I have to, but if it's anything else 7 or below,
We got Voodoo Ranger.
that's going to be high.
Get him a one of those.
It's
Yeah,
9%.
what the IPA? What did we have last week? Those aren't too bad. The one on the bottom. The one on the bottom. The one we had last week.
The Freebirds.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah. That
Where's
was,
Joe at? Oh,
6.8.
That's not bad. 6.8.
Yeah, that's
That's
thank
one
you,
Joe brought last week.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we have a free verse
Yeah, we tried it last week. It was a good beer.
Virginia beer.
Yeah,
Virginia. Yeah, Virginia IPA. Cool.
Beer company.
Awesome.
Keller said, "Can we get a cleavage shot of Jason? Because that's Laura's
The
cleavage
neck
shot.
rolls.
That's
So you're
Show
look-
them titties.
You're looking down. Oh, no, faces up here.
Eyes up here.
pies in the sky.
Joe, thank you for the beer.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So
that traveled all the way from Virginia.
All the way from Virginia.
From Virginia all the way, the rest of the way to New York, and then all the way back.
Wow.
Okay. All right. So Meta, aka Facebook, apologizes. Well, Meta is Instagram as well. Meta apologizes and fixes glitch that caused violent video recommendations on Reels. Meta is apologizing for a technical error after some users said they saw violent graphic videos in their Instagram Reels. We have fixed an error that caused
Tasted that
some users
pizza.
to see content in their Instagram Reels and feeds that should not have been recommended.
First of all, how can that content be posted if there's like content like
Hackers, Joe.
Oh.
Hackers.
I was gonna say I thought they have like you can't post these things. If
Well,
it's
here's the
violent.
thing. If it's something internal, and I haven't got done reading this article yet, but I'm guessing it's a software issue and software is something internal. Again, like we said in this last story, it comes down to people working for your company. So who the fuck is working for Meta?
Not me.
All right. We have fixed an error. We have fixed an error that caused some users to see content in their Instagram Reels. Numerous Instagram users on Tuesday had reported seeing a stream of recommended videos in their Reels showing people being beaten or killed, including many that the platform had labeled as sensitive content.
Is this like Faces of Death?
I don't know, but
Snuffing.
obviously people being killed. Meta did not comment further on what caused the glitch. And again, now we're getting 3%, 2% of the actual story. The issue comes as Meta has been making a push to boost short form video engagement on its platform with rival TikTok's future in the United States. So TikTok is Instagram's competitor. Let me guess who the fucking culprit is. China.
We fixed the glitch.
Yeah. So non-Chinese owner of its U.S. operations or face a ban in the country. They're talking about TikTok because of the law passed last year by the president, Joe Biden, and extended in January by President Donald Trump. Now you have two presidents, Democrat and Republican, both basically saying that TikTok needs to be banned. I understand Trump extended that. We'll see what happens, but they both want TikTok to be banned. I can tell you right now, people are like, well, I don't care if they know my name and my social security number. That shit's been leaked a million times.
Yeah.
It's not that. It has nothing to do with your name, your social security number, your phone number, your address. Nothing to do with that. What TikTok is doing is they're pushing out their agenda and they're pushing out content that their goal is to long-term change the philosophy of that percent, changing the philosophy of American citizens. So that is what they're doing.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily their fault, but that's happened already over the last 20
Well,
years.
by college professors, yes.
No, but it has nothing to do with college professors.
It absolutely does.
It has to do with over the last 20 years. You can't sit and watch a movie on TV or on a streaming or whatever in your living room without your phone in your hand. You can't sit next to your wife without her scrolling through Facebook for 2 hours and not like even look at you in the face. Like that's just the reality of the way things are today.
That's technology these days.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's not it. Already, social media has changed our social interactions and our culture.
But let's say you're watching. So let's say you're watching your phone,
and you personally, you'll look at your phone all day long while you're driving. Can you imagine that 20 years ago?
I'm watching.
Show
maps.
your wife your wiener instead of the
When I
phone.
started
That
my
might
job,
change
Joe-
You
things.
won't even look up.
When I started my job, I was using paper maps.
Yeah.
So let's go back to that date when you talk about distracted and you're Griswold fucking flipping out maps to fucking Wally World.
You're driving with your knees.
That was me.
You know, looking at the map.
Trying to find an address with a fucking map. McNally. You know how many McNally maps I used to buy in the fucking 1990s?
I bought them when I moved here to Florida.
Yeah. So I'm grateful for Google Maps. I'm not bitching about it whatsoever. But what I'm referring to, Joe, is content that is being distributed by social media platforms and being hacked, and like TikTok specifically. Why are they trying to prevent TikTok from becoming a thing in the United States? I understand people make millions of dollars off of TikTok. It's their income. Like if for whatever reason, Jason, if you lost YouTube, that would hurt.
That would hurt.
Right.
Actually, I've thought about that too. Which kind of a marketing, I don't want to say hack, but I mean, it's good to, if you, as a business or as a personality, whatever you want to call yourself, entrepreneur, yada, yada, if you can make your goal to collect email addresses, that's still the most important piece of AKA real estate, if you
it
will.
allows you to contact them and tell you where you may have moved or
So
follow
you're one
you
of those
again.
people that I have to keep deleting all the time.
No, I'm one of those people that you're like, man, I want to add Jason. I just need to add like 10 of him. Just
But
add
My
more.
point is that you have a mind shift that is going on in America. So, and it's a slow process. It's gone on for the last 30 years,
Yeah.
whatever. And the KGB back in the day, the 80s, Chinese government back in the day, everybody admits that the process to change a society is by it's not an immediate, it's a slow process. Infiltration of ideologies and just social norms, and it's a slow process. And that's how TikTok plans to use that in America. And that's why the US government wants to ban it.
So what do you think their agenda is, though? Like, what are they trying to get us to? They want us to be more like anti-Republican.
They want you to be more of a society that is more willed towards self-care. Like they want you, and I say self-care, it's care of the government. I think they want a socialist society where they want you to be reliant on the government. They want you to believe that, I don't want to even get into religion, but
so a 22-year-old girl in a pair of booty shorts dancing to Tyler, how is that gonna like affect my mindset? I'm just putting it out there. I'm not denying you. I'm just trying to understand.
Here's the way you have to think of it. You might see 100 videos of that girl shaking her ass.
Yes, and that's all I watch.
And you might see one of them telling you what to eat, or telling you that a certain food you shouldn't eat, or telling you that a certain chemical is bad. So you're watching 100 booty shake videos, and then one shows up saying this product's bad, or this company's bad, or this XYZ is bad. So it's a slow process, and you're not really paying attention to it, but it's something that you saw for 10 seconds, saw for 30 seconds.
So
and
are we upset because the Chinese government is giving us that ad and not our own messed up American companies giving us those ads?
Yes.
And that's the issue I take the part I take issue with, and I have a problem that Jason's not flipping the cameras when he should be.
I'm doing a good job, Joe. Jason, you're doing a phenomenal job.
The issue that I take concern with is back when they, was saying the whole Russian interference with the election. Like, they didn't technically do anything like different than any Americans did. Like, oh, they they put out propaganda to make you want to vote for Trump instead of whatever, and it turned out to be fake or whatever. But the thing is even if they put out advertisement that says vote for Trump, that's not interference because the American people do that too. Like,
Right,
how
but
did they do anything different than our own people did?
What I think is, and it's been said before from other countries, that they would never have to fire any missiles into our country. We'll just divide them, and they're defeated already.
Correct.
So I think
Yeah,
that's
but
the agenda.
but our own people do that too. You got
Currently.
Target and
Currently.
Walmart and whatever. Every company out there is trying to get into your mind to get you to do something, to get you to think a certain way, to get you to buy something.
The question
If American companies are allowed to do that, to infect your mind, to do something, to buy certain things,
Well, marketing's always
just
been a
because
thing, but if you're wearing
a different country comes in and does the same thing,
no, it's different.
I don't
Joe.
see the problem.
It's
I don't
way-
see
it's
the
way
difference.
different. It's way different.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying I don't see the difference.
Because so Target and Walmart battling against each other, that's not dividing the country's mind, like way of thought.
Why not?
So the way of thought is, okay,
But get you to
Jason-
eat vegan, or get you to cut sugar, or get you to use sugar,
or cut your hair.
or get
Whatever
you,
it is.
or get you to believe that if I wear a red shirt, I'm a racist.
Yeah, I mean the Bloods and the Crips and all that. Like,
Well, but
I'm just saying.
let's go back to
But
where.
I'm saying it's American companies do the same thing, and we're okay with that.
But there's a way that people think nowadays to where you can have one person post something and it be pushed. And if that's pushed, now it's
Viral.
it's viral, but it makes people think Mr. Smith is a bad, evil person because he's this person, he's this. And for whatever reason, this is now bad. Okay, so this is an X. Let's think about algebra for a minute. Okay, X is whatever you want it to be.
I have a degree in advanced math. You're talking to the right person.
Okay, so X is a person who has a way of life.
Okay.
Okay, Y is a country that is pushing an agenda, whether it be for political purposes, whether it be for ideology, like they want you to vote for a person or they want you to stop using or taking a product, whatever. When you have Y trying to influence X, who's been X for fucking 50 years, he's an old man, you know, living in fucking Tampa, Florida, and now all of a sudden he's never changed. He's never done anything wrong, different in his life, but all of a sudden they're saying this person's a bad person because he's who he is. And he's just trying to live his life. Now you walk down the street as X and you are
Biased against them.
yeah, you're automatically against this person because now there's a social trend that says you should be against this person.
But do you see any difference in that from a person that lives here putting out videos about working out in the gym and eating healthy and all that, seeing a fat person and being like, oh, I don't like them because they're fat. Meanwhile, that's the same message that they put out.
I don't think.
Here's
the thing.
I understand that it's another country.
I think most people working out in a gym, seeing a fat person is saying, I would like to motivate you to get into the gym and lose weight. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but I don't know of anybody that's saying, I don't like you because
no, but
you're
it's not
fat.
saying they don't like them, but it's a mindset. And they're pushing their mindset.
Okay. What about
I'm just thinking that whatever they're saying that the Chinese government's trying to do, our American people do it ourselves.
Well, so let's
Our American
let's back up.
culture is pushing our own ideals on other people.
But let's talk about
Yeah.
the outcome of those ideals
Yeah.
and the intent of those ideals. I think that's what we're missing in this whole conversation here.
Okay.
What is the intent if and I'm not a gym influencer, but if I'm a gym influencer and I really want to help someone get healthy, what is my intent?
I don't know. Is it to make me feel bad because I don't go to the gym?
Is
it to make me resent you?
But why would I want that?
Or is it to make me buy your product?
What if I had no product to sell? I mean, everybody's selling something, right? But what if the intent is just I personally feel like if people are doing things with their life that make them happy, and they're pursuing something, and they're semi-healthy, 80-20, right?
Yeah.
That I think the world's a little bit better place. Maybe I'm, a naive butterfly, unicorn, fairy, whatever, but I think the world's better. But again, it goes back to what is the intent? So if we're talking about another government, whether it be China or whatever, it doesn't matter who it is, right? But if that government is here to take over us because they want to be the world power and not have us, well, that intent's probably not in our best interest. Whereas an influencer in the gym, maybe they do want you to buy their product, but if the product works, then okay. I think there's pure intent and there's ill will intent. Does that make sense? So I think the intent has a lot to do with what we're talking about.
I see a stretch between. I don't see a difference between what they're saying that the Chinese people are trying to do, and what the current people do now. And to think that they're saying, oh, they want to take over the world, that's a stretch, because I don't think they can just.
You don't think China wants to take over the world?
I don't see how they can do that by getting Americans to watch a dancing video or
again, it's not them watching the dancing video. It's the dancing videos is the attention factor. And then you watch 100 dancing videos, and then that one video they put in about
regardless of what it is,
thing.
Americans put out propaganda. Everything that we watch is propaganda.
Okay, but is that propaganda? Okay, so let me ask you this.
Everything we watch is propaganda.
Do you agree with the Constitution?
Yeah.
Okay, so if the American propaganda is Constitution based, and they're like, okay, we believe in the Constitution, and we're pushing out information about the Constitution, is that propaganda? Some might say yes, some might say no. It's propaganda is typically stuff that isn't true, but makes people lean towards a direction of ideology.
No, that's difficult to put out there considering all the political discourse that we have today.
Right, because we don't know the truth anymore.
Because a lot of the political discourse we have is not true.
Well, you don't know the truth anymore.
Okay.
You have to decide what is true anymore.
What's the difference between American propaganda and foreign propaganda?
That's okay. So
I don't know what's right and wrong. I'm just trying to say that nothing that they could do to us is different than what we've done to ourselves.
Okay, but do you agree in dictatorship, or do you agree with...
No.
Okay, so let's say if China is pushing an agenda, we have to assume it's because it's based on their ideology, which is dictatorship.
But the point is, where do you see that they're pushing an agenda?
Okay, so
I don't see a concrete where they're actually pushing an agenda.
I don't think it's so much of taking over the world.
Because it's people's content. Like,
well,
you make up the content and I watch it.
Right.
I mean, I'm not watching videos from South Korea. I'm watching videos from Jason. I'm watching videos from Steve down the street.
I think it's more, I don't think it's so much of like, China or whatever country you want to take over, but I think it's whatever country wanting to be the world power and have the upper hand, if you will.
I think the only way the rest of the world can take over us is by making us into zombies where we continually do nothing but stare at our phones and we have nothing better to do in the world.
Well, if that's the case, they've already won.
That's what I'm saying. If that was their agenda, by distracting us to do that rather than doing real stuff, rather than farming, rather than commerce and industry and travel and other things, then they've succeeded because we do nothing but stare at our phones.
Right.
Well, but why are we importing corn? Why are we importing cattle?
I don't know, but it has nothing to do with TikTok. I'll tell you
don't know that because we're importing corn from China. We import cattle from China.
And they import soybeans from us.
Like, why is that
get
even
rice from
possible?
Thailand.
So you don't know, like, there's back ends of it. And again, we don't know the whole truth, but I can tell you that there have been definitely operations where other countries have put professors and colleges to purposely get our students or their mindsets away from the American kind of.
So I'm going to loosely give out some information that I know of. Actually, I don't want to name names, but he's a kind of high up in the music industry, producing that sort of thing from a different country, not American.
Beethoven.
No, that like current modern day,
Pajama.
like Hamas has poured money into our higher end universities.
Oh, for
and
sure.
I'll just leave it at that.
For sure. And that's, whether you believe in, and this is where it's a lot of, this conversation go on for fucking hours, but I mean,
the whole point of our Constitution is that we have the ability to believe what we want to believe.
okay, I agree with that.
You know?
But here's what I'm very confused about, and I'm just going to give them a short response on this.
Okay.
You have Hamas protesters protesting all over the place.
Yep.
Okay. And they're putting it in the mindset of the Gaza Strip. And you have students, Israeli and Jewish students getting attacked and yada, yada.
Yep.
And I'm not a professional. I don't study this. I don't know a shit ton about it. But here is what I'm confused about. There are photos and videos of Hamas protesters waving Nazi flags. Hamas, they hate Jews.
Okay.
What is the difference between a Nazi and a Hamas extremist?
They wear different hats.
Okay. So that's where I'm confused.
Okay.
Because Democrats in general hate Nazis, but yet I see Democrats supporting Hamas. Students who are protesting next to Hamas, saying free Palestine, waving Nazi flags, death to Jews, and all the shit on the internet that you see, is that propaganda? Am I being fed propaganda, or is that legit? And that's where you don't know.
Correct. Every day you're fed propaganda from both sides.
Right. So
And I wouldn't say both sides because there's not two sides. There's like a million different sides. But every day you're fed propaganda from every different side.
Exactly.
Because right now you can be like, oh, Ukrainians are better and Russians are bad. But, Russian vodka is good, so you have to support the Russians. And then now that Trump's in power, now the Russians are our friends again. And now we're not going to support the Ukrainians anymore.
That, as well as if we're paying attention to the start of this Russian-Ukrainian war,
Yep.
there were a lot of tensions on the border between Ukraine and Russia for years. And Ukraine was kind of poking the bear.
Yeah.
This is the bear.
Yeah.
And they
I'm
were
the
fucking
bear.
with Russia.
I am
for
a bear
long
by
time.
some people, yeah.
Yeah.
Sanders, yeah.
And finally, Russia said, you want to fuck with us? Okay, well, here's what you're going to get. And they invaded. So if you ask Russians who started the war, they're going to say Ukraine, because Ukraine was constantly poking the bear. If you ask America, they're going to say Russia started the war. So, and I don't know. I'm not saying I know, but to different people, they're fed different propaganda. And if you ask people living in Ukraine, they're going to have one answer. If you ask people living in fucking Russia, they're going to have one. If you have somebody living in Israel, they're going to say this. You have somebody living in fucking Palestine, they're going to say that. Everybody's fed their own fucking level of propaganda. So if you're on TikTok living in a specific country and they want you to fight the other side, they're going to feed you whatever line of propaganda they want you to understand.
I'm not going to deny you that. Okay. I follow you.
So like Jason said earlier, as long as we're all divided, they're winning. And I don't think it's a matter of they're on one side or the other. I think they just want us to all fucking fight.
They don't care what side we're on.
Yes.
They don't give a damn. The Republicans think they're right. Democrats think they're right. Neither one of it, and it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
But
we're divided. That's what matters.
100% right. But do you think we need an outside source to get us divided, or do you think we just divided ourselves to begin with on our own?
No, I think
I don't think anybody outside can do anything worse to us than we've already done to ourselves.
Well, because we've been dealing with it for fucking 15, 20 years now.
Drew's going to pee.
You know?
No, I get it. I think that I wish that people could think for themselves and stop being so. Well, I've got it. The problem we have now in America is they're either hardcore Republican or hardcore Democrat. But let's say that you're a Democrat, for example, and that's the side you lean towards, and I would say especially a lot of people lean towards the Clinton era Democrat, right? But then there are some of those people maybe have views that kind of flow to the other side. Well, they're going to be ousted by their own party. Like, oh, you're this, you're a bigot racist if you don't think exactly the way I do, and vice versa. I'm not picking on one side, but so I think that's a problem we face here in America, and that's what keeps us divided. So, yeah, I mean, as long as we're divided, whoever's, and I don't think it's so much about taking over. Like, I don't think any country wants to take over and own America. I think it's more so of just having the upper hand. And I don't know what that upper hand is exactly, but it's just having that upper hand, like we're the world power now. You're not so great like you thought you were.
I just don't think any other country can fuck us up worse than we did.
I agree with that too.
What is it like? No one can make you feel inferior unless you let them.
Yeah. And that's a decision I think the people here make to follow one side or the other. Right?
Yeah.
That's why I don't believe in extremes. That's why I think that the real answers are somewhere down the middle.
We've divided ourselves. We don't need somebody else to do it for us. We've done it.
Well, we're always on that edge of dividing ourselves. So I think some of the other propaganda coming from outside of America maybe be the thing that's just pushing us over that edge that we're already. It's almost like when this whole I won't say the word, but let's just say COVID, right? When that people that a lot of people that had problems, they were already on that edge. That that virus pushed them over that edge. So I think we're at that edge, as a country. So I think the propaganda coming from other places are just pushing us over that edge. Like, okay, you're already falling. Let's just help you out a little bit. That's all.
Well, here's the thing. And I took a pee break, so I don't know exactly what you guys ended up on, but
Same thing.
The middle ground.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. COVID is a huge fucking topic, and we could talk 6 hours about that, but the level of a divided nation when it became to COVID, that tells you where we are as a country, because you had people wearing masks that were jogging down the street by themselves 500 feet away from anybody else, and they're still wearing a mask, versus people who are like, I'm going to walk through Walmart and I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm not going to ever wear a mask. So our mentality as a people, we are just so far apart. We have totally different mindsets, and we're not going to fix that anytime soon. That's not going to change. So I think when it comes to outside influences from other countries, I tell people this: if our government falls tomorrow, who is going to take over our country? Would it be China? Would it be...
No, it'll be Amazon.
But seriously, think about it.
Seriously, it'll be Amazon.
No, it won't.
They have the infrastructure. They have the manpower.
The country?
Joe.
Amazon?
Yeah.
We're talking about a country, though.
Joe.
The company will take over the government.
No, but we're talking about a country. Not company. Country. What country would
if the U.S. government fails tomorrow, what country is going to take over the United States?
I would hope that if any, I mean, I know it's a bad thing to hope for, but I would probably hope that India would take over, because I think we're more allied with them than any other country. And they're more of a, and Joe, you correct me if I'm wrong, but they're more of a financial power, or in that realm at least.
Are they established in the United States?
I think so.
Have they spent the
think
last
so.
50 years placing themselves in the United States publicly and secretly to take over our country?
I don't think that's the
they're running
case.
the FBI now, right?
Huh?
Aren't they running the FBI?
India? No. How's India running the FBI?
Who just got appointed head of the FBI?
Okay. I mean,
Well, he's a citizen, right? So I don't think that, and I could be wrong. Maybe
What's
it's,
his name?
Cash Patel.
Okay, am I wrong?
I don't know his background.
but that could be an American, right?
That's the typical Indian name.
Okay, but
Right, but
if they said that about Obama, you would be screaming.
But so let's go back to what was really important is intent. What is the intent, right? So, and I think that a country like, and I could be totally wrong, and I'm fine with that. I'm okay being wrong. I've been wrong 80% of my life, but whatever. I think the intent
Maybe when you thought of that haircut.
yeah, right. I think the intent of India, at least just my naiveness, I don't think it would be ill intent like maybe some other countries that are hardcore against us. So, and what I mean by take over, I don't mean by take it like, oh, we own America now. It's not like that, right? It's more like
You mean like America wants to buy Greenland right now?
I don't mean like that.
They say, hey, it's not for sale.
I don't mean like that at all. But I mean more like, hey, we are the world power now. We're in power. We're above everyone else economically and so forth. So
It's got to be the British.
No, it'd be China.
I don't think it'd be the British.
China,
at all, no.
China, and here's the confusion, and I will tell you the first up, I'm confused. I say an Islamic country,
Okay.
because when I look at the United States and you see a lot of Islamic supporters here, but the same thing in the Middle East, because you have Islam in the Middle East. It's a religion.
Well, the
but
reason,
you have
the reason
factors.
why they run a lot of shit around the world is because they have leverage, and the leverage comes from oil. Because oil drives so much of the economy, and so many people are basically
Candy's going to bed, by the way.
basically oil. It's either you get our oil or you get nothing.
All right, I get that, but here's the point. Islam is a religion.
Yep.
It's not a government,
Correct.
but it's a belief system.
Yep.
So in the Middle East, you have many factors of
Yep.
Islam fighting each other
Okay.
that want to gain control over certain areas and yada, yada. And that's been the problem in the Middle East for years.
Just a couple of years.
Couple years.
I mean, couple of years as a joke, but yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Since
many,
this-
many,
Many
many
since the
decades,
50s.
yeah.
since the 1500s.
Well, but as we know it, I would say since
Yeah.
the 1950s. Anyways, I think that Islam is established enough in the United States to where if we failed, they would take over.
Who's they?
An Islamic regime. And then once the Islamic regime took over, like the Middle East, they would fight each other to figure out which ones are going to actually be in control.
So they're just as divided as we are at the end of the day.
Yeah, because you
basically.
have so many factors in Islam that you have them fighting over who's going to, and that's the problem with the Middle East is you have people fighting all the time, and just terrorist organizations, as we call them in the United States, where they call them freedom fighters, and governments, and Hamas used to be a terrorist organization. Now it's apparently a government. But I think you would see Hamas, for one, be a very big power play in the United States. And then you would see various factors, Taliban and all that shit. They would all start trying to move power plays. We would talk years in advance. But if we failed, I think they're very much in place to take over.
I think
Okay.
financially India would take over. I find, like, as the world power, not take over U.S.,
No, I'm
but
talking
just
about,
as the world power. The problem with what we're talking about now is the same thing in the Christian community. You've got all these denominations and everybody thinks they're right, and it's the same. I think it's the same reason what my wife and I have learned about the Native Americans is that they were Native Americans, but they really weren't. They were segregated by, I don't want to say tribes because that's not a proper term, but they called themselves nations. And they were so segregated by those nations already battling against each other, right? So biblically, what, Joe? A kingdom divided shall not stand. And that's just been proven historically, right? So I think so if we fall tomorrow as America, somebody else takes over, like,
It's our own fault.
well, it would be our own fault, but I think whoever takes over next, let's say it's the Islamic society with all the division within, that would last, maybe 20, 50, 100 years, who knows? But it's just going to be a vicious cycle. And I guess my point is just fucking convert to Buddhism, man. There's a peaceful religion and way of life.
Sure.
Well,
Just
Do
get rid of
that,
all this other
do
bullshit.
that, and then all the other strong arm ones will just plow right over you because you just turn the other cheek and let them beat
well,
you up.
I think here's the thing. I think that China would eventually take over. And that's
because of world commerce.
yes, and their population. So I think long-term China.
I mean, they've already taken over Brooklyn, so.
We're not going to stop buying from China because the problem is people say they want American, but here's two problems with American made products. Is one is nobody wants to pay American prices, and two, the whole made in America quality thing, that's not at a high level anymore. If I'm going to buy a guitar, I'm going to buy it from who? Japan.
Okay. I mean,
you want high quality products, you get them from Germany, you get them from Italy, you get them from.
that's because we have
most
not.
of our
we
clothes
have
come
not.
from Bangladesh or Pakistan.
So in Thailand, when I went to the dentist in Thailand, they told me we're talking about like things like dentures and like implants and that sort of thing. Not boob implants, but teeth implants, right? Not getting boob implants, but
medical and dental supplies.
Right.
All that come from Puerto Rico.
Well, no, that comes from the dental implants. The higher
Don't
end,
get boob implants in Puerto Rico.
the
I
higher
was thinking
end,
about it,
the higher end dental implants come from Germany. They give give you South Korea, they give you some other country, but the higher end ones are German.
But here's the thing. If you are thinking about current quality with products, yes, you can go outside the country. The goal is to bring the quality back into the United States.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Trump is trying to get at with these tariffs. I know people hate tariffs, and it's causing a shit show on the stock market right now. As an investor, the stock market's been a shit show lately with all these threats of tariffs and whatnot. But the goal is to bring the manufacturing back to the United States, which there are, like, Honda literally said they're now moving a factory to New Jersey and moving it from Mexico to New Jersey. There's a semiconductor plant from Taiwan moving into the United States. These are just in the last week. So I think slowly it might work. I mean, again, I'm not a huge Trump supporter. I'm not saying I'm red, I'm blue. I don't give a shit about that. But I'm a facts person, and I see facts. And if facts happen, then that's where I'm going to put my mouth. So we'll see how it works out. Right now, tariffs are a threat, and we're getting all this bullshit from Canada and back and forth. And, Canada is a weird country. I mean, they're very extreme liberal right now, which they have been for a while. But if they bring that to our government, is that good for our country? And that's kind of where you have to decide is, like, the country has, I think, as a whole spoken that they're kind of done with that. So I don't know. I mean, Jason, what do you think?
I think everything is yin and yang, and it's a slingshot effect. And if you go too far one way, for example, we saw the last 4 years, and you guys know I'm politically homeless. I don't give a shit. So you can take your political opinions and go shove them wherever. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not on either side.
That's the 9% talking.
Yeah, it's the 9% talk. But I'm just not. I'm like if you can step back and first of all have a powerful concept and a powerful word called empathy, meaning you have a deep, genuine desire to understand where someone else is coming from, and like, okay, we can have a conversation, and instead of just like, well, you're this or that, whatever, right? But no, where I was going with this, shit, what was the question?
You forgot.
9.4%.
That's 9%.
9.4%. I don't want
And he
people.
turned down the 9%.
I've got an intellectual answer, and it's a short one.
No,
but
I agree with you. I
always a
understand. I
shorty.
understand what you're trying to say.
I also take issue with when you said that the country is pretty much done with the whole liberal thing, considering that Trump really only won 51%.
that's where I was going with it, though.
He won, but barely.
But it doesn't matter who won, though,
He
right?
just barely pushed the needle over
But
the
Joe,
edge.
that should be more of a concern to you than anything in the world.
I'm not saying it's a mandate, but yes,
Does
he
it
won.
concern you that our country is that divided?
Yeah,
Why is our country that fucking divided?
our
Our country that divided.
in the last, I'd say
means
the
we
last
failed.
15 years, until the last 15 years, I've never seen our country that bad.
So my point of what I was going to
And
make,
other countries are going to take advantage of that shit.
And that's exactly, we put ourselves in that position though.
well, we the people do that, but
Yes, we the people.
But my point
in order
is,
to form a more divided union.
but there's always going to be there's yin and yang. There's a slingshot effect. We went so far the other way. We went so far, I'll say, left with the whole Biden BS. It was almost like there was no policy that put American citizens first. It was everything else before American citizens. And who cares? Whatever. Like I don't care about that side. But when you do that, you create what? You create a slingshot. We're going to go way over here now. So now here we are. So we did this. We did this to ourselves, right? We go, whoa, we don't like this, so we're going to go this way. Now we went this way. Well, guess what's going to happen again? People aren't going to like that because we're so far over here on the right. They're going to slingshot again to the left. And at some point, I hope our country wakes the fuck up and says, let's put someone who's down the middle. Let's put someone who's independent or liberal, who's not extreme Republican, not extreme Democrat. Fuck those parties. You both suck. You know that.
I don't think Jason's ever been this violent.
No, but it's serious though. Pull your head out of your goddamn ass and just be sensible for once.
Yes.
What's the sensible answer is not far right, it's not far left.
Correct.
At some point we have to realize that. Yeah, I'm a little animated tonight. Sorry, 9%. Damn, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna have another one actually.
Yeah, we need one more.
Well, they're not here, so they must be
We're
out in
out?
the fridge outside.
Can you grab one?
Well, we only had 4 in here.
Oh, we're done.
That's why I gave you the Michelob.
You want to go grab some?
Where are they?
They're in the fridge.
In the studio?
Yeah, in the green room.
Oh, yeah, I'll
Green
get
room.
you.
No, I agree with you, Jason. So here's the thing. I ask my friends who hate certain policies and procedures on a certain side to stop hating them and just maybe dislike them, but stop hating them, and stop using the word hate, because that's where you get fucking divided. And I disagree with a lot of fucking people. I could probably name a couple of people in my life that I can say I hate, but there's a well-found reason for it. But when you say you hate somebody because they're wearing a fucking MAGA hat, or you hate somebody because they're waving a fucking pride flag, that's where you get fucking really extremists that are fucking like, dude, what are you thinking, man? Just take it back a notch. Like literally, like think about driving down the road and your fucking tire goes flat. The person that pulls over to help you, are you asking them their fucking political agenda? Are you asking them who they're voted for? Are you asking them what they fucking think about XYZ? No, you're asking for help and you want people to help you. Americans will typically help you. Your neighbors will help you regardless of that bullshit. So when you're saying, I hate XYZ, that could be the person that's going to save your life or help you or fucking do something in the future that you might really count on. So that's my thought process. And that's been my thought process for most of my life. But I disagree with a lot of bullshit. Don't get me wrong. I adamantly disagree with a lot of stuff, but that doesn't mean I'm going to throw out the fucking hate word. I'm not going to be able to have a beer with somebody because they don't have the same thought process as me, or fucking say, hey, oh, Jim's going to be at this fucking party. He's a fucking crazy bastard. I'm not going to go. Like, dude, just, you know what? I've learned more from people I disagreed with than books that I've read. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm a little fucking over it all.
I'm with you. I think one of the most I'll do one of those. One of the most powerful words in the English dictionary is empathy, and again, it's developing a genuine desire to understand someone, even and it might not mean you agree with them, and that's okay. But if you have true empathy, that you desire to see where that person's coming from, you can then have a legit conversation. And a lot of times, like, you know what, I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to listen. I just want to see where because a person's belief system, a person's, like, whether it's political, religion, whatever, a lot of it's just based on what they've been raised in, maybe what they've experienced, right? So I've got friends that are, I know people, dear friends of mine who, let's just say, are gay, for example, right? So they may vote a certain.
Don't talk about Joe like that.
But they may vote a certain way because they feel like one party's against them. So I understand that, and I actually agree with that. I'm like, well, why would you let people do whatever the hell they want to do as long as it's not harming anyone else? So I take that from a friend of mine, another Joe, a guy I used to work with. He's like, look, don't touch kids, don't hurt animals, and I'll add, don't steal from me. I don't give a shit what you do. Just be kind to people and have empathy to have that desire to deeply understand where they're coming from. Have the conversation over a couple beers and just, you can come to a middle ground.
There used to be a time where it was fun to disagree with somebody. Yeah. It was fun to debate them. It was fun to go have a beer and be like, fuck you, man. you're full of shit, and just you loved each other at the end of the day and the night, and just fucking laughed about it. Now it's like, oh my God, you're a fucking asshole. I'm never going to talk to you again. I'm going to delete you from Facebook, bastard. It's like, when did we become that fucking hodge-nodgy? Like,
wasn't that a scary movie called Unfriend? I never saw it, by the way, but
I don't know, man, but I'm just so much like, dude, look, if you're that fucking egotistical of an asshole to say, hey, look, I'm going to totally not talk to you, disagree with you, disrespect you. What? It's like, we used to laugh about it. We used to have fun. We used to get fucking drunk, talk shit about each other.
That's why we're on the Drinking with Drew show.
It used to be a good time, you know? I mean, so I think our parties have brainwashed us to fight. They brainwashed us to hate. They brainwashed us to disagree to the point to where.
And do you really think the Chinese can do a worse job than we did?
well,
Right.
any country just won't overpower us is counting on that. Yeah.
But Joe, I think it was started by influence. Other countries, I think, started this years ago. And I won't even get into it, but I think it has a lot to do with the professors in our college. That has to do with the media who have reported in a propagandist way, and politicians who have sparked flames for profit. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. Operation Status Quo in our comments. He goes, I agree with you, Drew. Not about different views, but about having an open mind and compassion towards our fellow human. Who cares about politics and all the meaningless crap? So it comes down to this, man. If your house is on fire, who's putting it out? Do you expect people with your own political beliefs to put out the fire in your house? Or somebody who just wants to put out the fucking fire and help you out?
That's our buddy from Bootleggers, by the way. What's up, Pete?
Yes. He has an awesome channel too, so check his channel out.
Yeah, he has a podcast as well he's doing, so we need to jump on there at some point in time. So yeah.
True. So I don't ask political opinions. I don't ask political parties. If you're cool to me, I'm cool to you. That's the way it is.
I like it.
You know, if you don't put a knife in my back, I'm going to be cool with you. If you fuck me over, I have dealt with many people in my life that smiled in my face and stabbed me in the back.
Without even the courtesy of a reach around.
Without even the courtesy of a reach around. And you learn your lesson.
Yeah.
But when that happens, you discontinue associating with those people. But until that happens, I'm not going to sit there and just not speak with somebody and disrespect them because of their beliefs in certain societies and whatever. Now, if you tell me that you believe in fucking 13-year-olds, I'm probably not going to associate with you.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Okay. And that's where you have to get at. Like, there are certain countries in the Middle East where they voted to make it law to have sex and be able to marry 11-year-olds. I'm not down with that.
It's legal in some states in the U.S. too, as long as you have parental consent.
Not 11-year-olds, Joe. Like, there are countries in the Middle East that want it to be legal and currently legal to have marriage bounds with 13-year-olds. That is where our philosophy as countries
Nuke 'em.
have to be different, okay? Because we as our society in America, we believe that having sex with a child is not appropriate. So if you have somebody that comes in the country with the philosophy that it's okay to have sex with a fucking 13-year-old, that's where you have to in my opinion, dispel those people from the country. And maybe you could say, dude, you're being extreme, whatever. But I do not agree with fucking people fucking 13-year-olds or wanting to fuck fucking 11-year-olds in our country. If you do, I don't know how you can do that. I don't know how you can fucking think that, but there are countries in our in the world that want to do that. And
there's got to be a common sense line. So, I mean, I know that's loosely used, but there's got to be a line in the sand somewhere. It's like, okay, we can have these different views, but and I think this maybe be another problem with America is we don't really have a culture anymore because it's too offensive to say we have a culture, right? So, oh, well, you're offending my culture if you have this culture. And I know I bring up Thailand a lot just because I'm well versed in that, and that's my second home, if you will. But they have their own culture there, and it's a beautiful culture. And whether you agree with it or not doesn't matter. It's their culture. So I think we need to reestablish that here in any country, not just America, but any country. Like this is our core values, our core beliefs, and they cater to a lot of folks. But when we go to stuff like what you're talking about, I mean that should just be a no-brainer. Why would that even be up for discussion? That just should be a no-brainer across the board.
Well, again, societal norms. And if you're a baby that lives in a Middle Eastern country, and you're raised into that environment, that's how you're raised, and you don't understand why a 13-year-old is a child. Mexico, they have the quinceañera where it's like, okay, you become a woman at 15. Very common in Mexico for older men to date very younger women. So our country is a very,
conservative, if you will.
You could say conservative, but
in that regard,
you have to be 18 to consent to sexual consent. Now we joke sometimes. We're like, "Oh, you're 17. You're almost whatever."
That Winger song, she's only 17.
There's so many rock and roll songs about having desires to be with 17-year-olds.
Edge of 17, Stevie
right.
Nicks.
It's so much. It's there, right? But in general, our society is like, look, this is our age. It's 18. It is what it is. But again, you have that fucking timeline. It's like, oh, well, she's 18. You're 35. That's weird. Our society has that mindset. Yeah. But can you think of you're 35, you're wanting to marry an 11-year-old? That's not weird. Well, there are countries that think that's normal. So I don't agree with that. There are people in our country who agree with that, who are trying to change the way we think, who are trying to change our philosophy and our mindset on that process. And I, going back to the Epstein thing, I think a lot of those people are on that list that went to Epstein Island and like, look, this is our norm and we want to believe in it. And this is what we think. And our secrets are safe until they're not. And now you're on the blacklist. So
that's a cool Exodus song, by the way, Blacklist.
Yeah. Good band.
So real quick,
Hashtag
highlight
9.4%.
9.4%.
So speaking of 9.4%, real quick, I can share this with you guys real quick. So I started brushing my teeth in the morning with my left
Your
hand.
wiener?
My wiener, yeah. I was dragging it up here like you're brushing up. No, but with brushing my teeth with my left hand.
Left-handed people are just the devils.
But I'm not the left-handed. Well, I mean, you think about us play guitars. I mean, the majority works with our left hand, right? But so just don't even think of left hand. Just brushing your teeth in the morning with the opposite hand, your opposing dominant hand, right? So been seeing some weird stuff lately. Is that normal?
With your hand?
No, just in
With your
general. It's
teeth?
like just some, I don't know. Just
Left hand black?
Things have been different lately. I don't know. I can't explain
Like you
it.
changed automatically to switch to your left hand?
I chose to do that.
Okay. So you woke up one morning and
Damn,
you're like,
Chinese did.
I'm now gonna just brush my teeth with my left hand.
Yeah, trying to unlock something a little different in the old noggin up here since I'm getting older. And I think,
Now, did you start whacking it with a different hand or you just...
The stranger.
I think I started that a long time ago, but that's,
I can't switch up. When I'm rubbing one out, I got to stick to the lefty. I cannot rub one out in the righty.
It's just like drinking coffee. I am left-handed drinking coffee or drinking out of a glass, any kind of cup with a handle at a restaurant, because most people are right-handed. So I figure, well, if they didn't wash it good enough, I've got a less chance of, right. So of drinking out of the same part they drunk out of. So I drink left-handed.
You don't like lipstick on your glass.
I like lipstick on certain places, Joe, but not on my glass. No.
Here's the thing. Are you trying to do this to better yourself?
Do you ask the waitress for, can I get a left-handed mug?
No. I want a right-handed mug so I can drink left-handed. So because everybody else, 90% of everybody else is drinking with their right hand, so I'm drinking with left. But no, the teeth, and we got way off topic. Sorry, guys. The teeth brushing thing was to unlock another mental journey here, I guess you could say, just to kind of like.
He's on another astral plane than
He's on another 9.4%.
he's on another plane of existence.
No, here's the thing. I woke up. I wake up and I think of things in my life where it's like, okay, I'm 50 years old. Some things in my life need to change. And how do you make those steps? One step at a time. Could it be just brushing your teeth with the left hand, whacking off with the right hand? Could it be, instead of do you wash your car manually? Like, do you go out and wash your car?
I'll tell you right now, dude, we used to do that. I hate house chores. We need to rake our yard like really bad. I'm tempted to pay the neighbor to rake it for us because I cannot stand house chores. And I don't want to do any of that stuff. And like, I'm going to probably run both our cars to the car wash, next time I fill them up with gas.
Like when you go and you're like, okay, I use the car wash. I used to be a very anal retentive car detailer. When I got a car, I'd be like, I would, from bumper to bumper, anally detail my car.
Right in the gas hole.
Yeah. Honestly, Joe, I had a little scrub. I'd fucking poke in the muffler. Inside and out, carpet. I used to be intensely, like, I could start my own detail business. That's how much I was about my cars. When I was 16, 17 years old, I had a Mustang. Had sport cars. I cared meticulously about them. As I got older, you start working, you get busy in life. You're like, okay, well, I'm going to hire this dude to do it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Now I'm like, I'm just going to take it to the fucking car wash. I don't trust the car wash people, but it's something I've been using, and I don't know. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, look, I got my car back the other day. I noticed I have a little scuff mark down the side of my door.
Yeah.
Brand new car, not even 10,000 miles on it. Cheap, 2004 Grand Cherokee.
I mean, I don't really look at things like that. I'm like, okay, well, I just want the deed done and let's move on. I don't want to have to like overthink or spend a lot of time on it. So it's like car washing. No, Candy says, my wife says we hand wash and we do. We hand wash the cars when we wash them. It's just lately, I think I've been so tied down with work.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Ask after you guys wash the car. Do you have good sex?
That's before.
Is
and
it
after,
like
right?
no? But I'm just saying, like she's in the bikini washing the car, suds everywhere. I'm just developing a porn here.
If that were the case, then we would never finish washing the car. But I mean,
you're in your driveway, you get suds everywhere, bikini. You're like out there throwing the hose around.
Dude, have you ever
in the bikini?
Have you ever got soap in your wiener? That's painful, man.
I have actually.
We all have.
Yeah.
Joe has too. Joe, soap in the wiener.
No.
He's nodding his head. I know that's a lie.
No.
Nope. No, don't. No.
No, I could just see like you guys, doing an Instagram account where you're washing the cars and things happen. Anyway.
No, I get it. Like our stuff is more around like kitty cats and dogs and just
Candy said that's an inappropriate question. Candy, there's no inappropriate questions on this fucking show. FYI, he can choose not to fucking answer them.
She told him to shut up and go home.
All I'm saying is that there's no inappropriate question. Whether or not you answer it is up to the person in this room. So he did not really give details. So whatever.
No, well, there's also the saying that what Mama Candy says goes.
Well, I ask. You know who I ask about secrets in your house? Frodo. Me and Frodo have a very good relationship. Anytime I need to know things about their family, I just go straight to Frodo. Tells me everything. That dog knows a lot of shit.
But now going back to the car question. So I honestly just don't care. I want it to be semi-clean. To me, I've learned to accept that good enough is perfection. because you're always, and so it was like washing the car, missing a spot. It's kind of like going back to a band practice or a final mix. It's like, man, I wish I would have done things differently, but it's already done. It's like, just that's done. Let's move on to the next chapter. And, but me, I don't want to say lazy with house chores, but I'm at the point in life at almost 50 years old. I just want to do what I want to do. It's like Cartman said, I do what I want. I want to I love my work. So when I'm not working, her and I are spending time together. We're doing something cool that's not raking leaves or cleaning the pool or washing the cars or anything like that. That stuff is just boring to me. So I'm trying to hand as much of that stuff off to someone else as I possibly can, or reduce the need to even have that to begin with. You know what I mean?
Okay. So if you had, do you call people to your house to have them do chores? Have you had a maid or a car detailer come to your house to do stuff?
No, we have not. And so car washing would be like just simply, it's okay, we're going to go pay the $7 and ride it through a car wash, that sort of thing.
So Candy said YouTube censored her comment.
Wonder what she said.
Have her text you. Have her text you what the comment
text
was.
me, babe, what the comment was. And we'll,
text Jason what your comment
we can
was.
Text
it.
me because I'll actually read it. He might censor it too.
Yeah, babe, text Joe. Text.
Jason might censor it too.
So we're doing a good show tonight. We have over 118 views tonight, so not
Wow.
bad for a little Drinking with Drew episode.
Yeah, if only we talked about the red dots.
Oh, we'll do that.
We'll do that next time.
You need another 9.4 for that.
It's true. But no, I agree with you, Jason. When you have,
I like when people agree with me.
yeah, well,
That's just to make you feel good.
I agree with him 9.4%. Here's the thing. I do a lot around the house. Laura does a lot around the house. I'm not going to lie. But here's the thing. There's certain things that you just want other people to do. I want other people to fucking, here's a perfect example. My washer fucking, after only being a year old, my fucking washer breaks down. I had to hire somebody to come do it. I'm not going to do that myself. I know people are like, dude, you can YouTube it and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to do that. Okay. I had to fucking come out here. I paid somebody $450. They fucking fixed it. That is somebody you hire to come out and do it.
I'd have done it for 300.
Maybe Joe, but did you have the program? Like the guy literally had to re-download the fucking, everything's software related now.
Really?
He had to re-download the software.
Like
He had to plug it in.
The firmware.
He had to plug it in to the fucking internet and re-download the software.
Wow.
Yeah. Everything's computer nowadays, so that's bullshit.
Yep.
How about a fucking fixing a fucking, what's that thing in your sink?
Sprinklers?
No, the thing in your sink.
Garbage disposal?
Yeah.
Like a snake,
That I can do.
The fucking garbage disposal.
not like white snake, like your wiener, but the snake you put. Oh, you talking about?
Yeah,
No,
but
garbage
that too.
disposal.
That too. You have something stuck in your fucking sink, like way down. You get the snake. You fucking bring that out.
We called a plumber to come fix our sink because there was it kept like filling up. I don't know, there's a weird thing going on. So yeah, so there are some people that have that like Joe does. Joe loves wood, right? So he likes working. And
JoeLovesWood.com.
I like that. But Joe's great at you're great at handiwork. Like you, dude. We were drinking on the patio one day, and before I know it, I turned around and Joe changed our doorknobs.
Right.
I'm like, holy crap! And that's shit that would just take me.
Now, was that Red Dots Day?
Yes.
That was Red Dots.
Shit.
Day.
Yep. It was before that though.
Yeah, that was a good day.
Yep. No, but see, I come from a different like upbringing. Like other guys like that I know, their dads were big into sports and football and all that, and they have a passion for the game. I can watch a game if I'm out with you guys. I know enough about it to have a conversation, but I don't have passion for the sport.
I'm with you.
For me, going to a baseball game, going to a hockey game was once or twice a season, a night out with the family. It was an experience. It was a day out. It was an experience. For me, I don't have passion for the game like other people do. But what I grew up is my dad fixing something, building something, making something, repairing something, showing me how to take things apart and put it back together. That's how I grew up. So I can come to your house. I can put in, new doorknobs, locks. I've done Andrew's locks or Drew's locks. I've done my other neighbor's garbage disposal. I've done
You'd
washing
large
machines.
fast, by the way.
I can do all that, and things that I have not done is just because I haven't done it yet. And most things I can either do or fix or whatnot because my dad taught me those skills, and that's how I grew up.
I like that because me personally, I don't really have the confidence that I have those skills to do things right. I can half-ass it. I try to put. If you go look in our pool bath, the half bath, when you next time you come over, and look at the base. Actually, don't look at the baseboards, but I put those baseboards in myself because someone did the tile and all that stuff, and I did a real shitty job with the baseboards because I have no clue what I'm doing, and I'm not interested.
But
in
it depends on the level that you consider shitty. I mean,
it's pretty shitty, Joe.
But I mean, saying a job is a job. It doesn't. Everyone's going to judge it differently. So whatever you think is shitty might be a pretty decent job for somebody who's at a different skill level.
I don't think anyone noticed. So like I put the baseboard in, I barely measured, and I just kind of hammered it in so you can see the nail. Okay. So I don't know that that's a really good job at all.
I had to hire someone that did the repair work after we had the hurricane last year.
Yes, I remember.
If you come in my house and you punch a hole in the wall,
I did that.
I can patch a hole. It's not. I'm not at the skill level that I need to be to do 2 feet of drywall across a 20-foot span of my house and do half the wall.
I think you are, by the way, though.
Yeah, but that's something that, as Drew says, just because I can do it doesn't mean that is something that I want to spend my time and energy to learn how to do and do at the level that I need it done. Right. I can just pay someone to do that.
Okay, so you just nailed it for me. So
but I can do, if it was one hole, I can patch one hole.
I do one hole all the time.
Yeah.
I've been notarized
the other hole too.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't be enough to do all of it.
Anyway, what comment got censored?
Well, no, Candy said our sex life is not up for discussion. So she did a little laugh emoji. I don't think the emoji got censored, but the other part got. No. So
that's nonsense, Candy. Your sex life is definitely up for conversation.
It has to exist to be up for discussion.
Listen, I'll say this, so my wife and I probably shouldn't say this. She's not gonna like this, but
she's already listening.
I know, but we like her and I together, we pride ourselves on our marriage, on our relationship. If it's not perfect, I don't know what perfect would be. So, so it's, and people, to her point, and I agree with her, that not you guys, but some people would get really jealous over that and try to destroy that. So we had to protect that as well for ourselves. But anyway, it's, and I had kind of a rough life with relationships and all that yada yada before that. So, anyway, but yeah, that's kind of part of that whole reasoning. But going back to the fixing stuff, I find that, again, almost, I keep saying I'm 50 and I shouldn't put myself there because I'm not 50 yet. It's not until May 19th. But I'm finding that I just want to do shit that I want to do. And I don't want to do stuff I don't want to do. I know that sounds childish.
That's the thing is you don't take pleasure in fixing something.
Guess who's
absolutely
whereas
right.
for me,
guess who's on the phone?
I would take pleasure in being able to fix something.
Well, I would take pleasure in you fixing something that I need to be fixed.
No, regardless, I'm saying I would take the pleasure in the accomplishment of fixing something.
Oh, Brad says no one cares.
Hey, go back to your practice. Go back to band practice.
Yeah, shouldn't you guys be practicing your music? Shouldn't you guys be practicing your Southern gospel songs? Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
we're gonna praise the Lord come Friday.
Hey, motherfucker, you better
Pass
be
the ammunition.
You better be ready, on point,
on fleek,
ready. With your drummer better have his snare in the stand and ready to fucking upload like 30 seconds before on. Like otherwise, you're gonna get fucked. So
I'm gonna get fucked.
You better be careful, man.
Yeah.
Hey, 9.4 tonight.
We're on 9.4. We're on 9.4 tonight, motherfucker.
Just thank God you're going on before me so you can hide in shame.
Bro, I'm so thankful, actually. I told Jason I'm very happy. I stroked the first note of the night. I'm going to play the first rhythm note of the night. I will start off the whole night with my, what are we doing, Jason? That's what we're going to do.
Oh, yeah.
And I will be the first one to strum that note. So the night does not start without Drew.
Yep.
Nice. Is Joe going to jump up with a tambourine? I hope so. I have that.
I don't
visual in
know,
my
but
head.
we're tempted to turn manufactured chaos into Buderbangs.
Oh, okay. Bang.
So we're gonna pick somebody in the audience and say
I don't
Buderbangs.
know. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I went to the Strawberry Festival. I saw you went to that thing.
Yep.
It was, did you guys, so what do you guys think? I'm not a huge Strawberry Festival fan. I'm not a strawberry guy. What do you
It's
guys
the
think?
same thing every single year. We just go because it's something cool to do. We met Joe and Chrissy there when we got to do a YouTube short. And actually, I had a better time. We don't ride rides, by the way. I ride my own ride when I get back home, Oh, no.
Oh,
sex
we
life.
can't
Sorry.
talk about our
No,
sex
I'm
life,
kidding, guys. I'm
But
kidding.
yeah, well, okay. Whatever.
Jason had a couple beers.
No.
9.4.
No, but we just had actually we had a really good time. We had a good time spending time with Joe and Chrissy, Joe and his wife, and we just had a great time, man. We filmed a little YouTube shorts and Instagram reel or whatever for the Candy and Jason channel. So it was we had a fun time. It was cool. But anything spectacular?
I
no.
actually don't mind that kind of stuff. I actually like kind of walking around and checking out shit, so it doesn't bother me. And
That's
I
what we
actually
did.
like strawberries, so we bought.
But did you go to the
strawberries.
state? Did you go to the Florida State Fair?
I didn't go this year. I went last year. I didn't go this year though.
What is your comparison? I like the Florida State Fair over the Strawberry Festival.
Yeah, if I had to choose between the two, I would take the Florida State Fair for sure. Yeah. It's just the Strawberry Festival. It's just more food. Like, it's all this, and it's a lot of shit I can't eat anymore. So I just walk by it and I'm just like, oh, that's nice. A lot of deep fried crap,
Deep
So
fried
I'm not
butter.
really into any of that shit.
I'm not a big fan. Dude, Brad, I had one corn dog, and Joe and wife and Christy will tell you, like, I had the one corn dog. I'm like, I couldn't stomach it. I'm like, why did I get this? Why the hell did I get this? Now the strawberry shortcakes and the chocolate covered strawberries that Christy got, different story. But the fried stuff, ugh, no.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of any of that shit. And I took my wife and my mother-in-law. They had a good time. Walked around, checked out some shit. So, but, yeah.
I'd like to
It
see
is what
Brad
it
in
is.
a
But
cowboy
yeah,
hat.
I would take the Florida State Fair over that for sure.
Yeah, I'm a Florida State fan. Like, I go there and I do the petting zoo. My family's house, the Carlton house, is there, so I usually go there and check that out. I have a beer or two. I get my caricature done. So if you guys don't know,
Nice.
the Drinking with Drew logo is literally caricature art done by the guy at the Florida State Fair. He's done it for the last 3 years. And my logo, I've done it.
All the stickers.
All the stickers I've done. It's just the dude. He's the same guy I use. Honestly, I don't even know his name. He's an awesome guy though, but he knows we do the podcast. I'm like, dude,
Did you give him a stack of stickers this year?
I gave him a sticker. Yeah. But I gave him a sticker from the last year.
Yeah.
Cause he's like doing this yearly. So the guy knows the podcast and he knows what I want. So I'm like, dude, cause the latest stickers, I have 2 beers in my hands, but they weren't beers when I was sitting there. They were, I want to say like, they were beers. They weren't bottled beers, but we went to a beer tent and I got like canned beers. I think they were Yuengling canned beers or something. And I'm like, yeah, man, just turn these into bottled beers. And he's like, cool. And he made it. And the guy's awesome. And I don't know, man. I wish every person on the Drinking with Drew show would go to the Florida State Fair and get their caricature done. I know I should pay for it, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I would love to have my band done like that.
Dude, it's so
All 4
awesome.
of us.
I love character art.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I
No, I
found
do too. It's fun. I didn't know that's who did your logo thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. He's a good guy, and every time, like,
Some of those get kind of bubbly looking. That like some of those guys aren't really too good at it, and they're just every character that they do is like the same. It's just like these big round. fucking
Well,
heads.
Joe,
I'm gonna draw you with a soccer ball.
Joe doesn't like them.
Yeah.
Joe doesn't like some of them that he's done. He's like, oh, this one looks dumb, but it's Joe. So
I'm just trying to make funny for the content for the show.
Joe, you're hiding behind your microphone, by the way.
Oh, there we go. Is that better?
Get the winner out of your mouth, boy.
Mhm.
No, it's just like it's easier to lean sideways.
Okay, well, move your mic. It's movable.
Yep.
That's where Brad usually sits too. So you're farting
That's
on Brad's chair.
That's a perfect shot, Joe, right there. Can we get an image
Keep
of
it
Joe?
warm.
Yeah, keep Brad's chair warm.
I don't know how to
The
take a
warm
picture.
chair is metal.
Yes.
That's right.
Say it again,
It's
Joe.
so-
Metal.
Metal.
That's a metal chair.
So you guys ready, Brad? You putting out any new tunes this weekend or this week on Friday?
We know he puts out.
Yeah, how did band practice go?
It went great. We went through our set pretty quick, and everybody knew what the hell they were doing, so that was great.
Even Will?
Even Will.
Damn.
Yeah, he's gonna be rocking you guys and then us. So
He
I'm
was
sure he'll
sweating.
be-
Honestly, he was sweating quite a bit after our set. So I hope he's still good when you guys come on.
Yeah, me too. I was telling him that. I said, "Better stay fucking hydrated, man."
Yeah,
Yeah.
he plays his
That's-
4-hour shows like I do at Finn's. He'll be fine, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's going from you guys to us, and I mean, it's pretty similar. So
He's
I
fucking
think
all
it's
of
a
us.
lot double bass.
He's like sexually charged, where he's wienering on all of us, man. He's just throwing it out there.
That's not healthy.
What the fuck?
It's like
Bag it up.
sexually transmitted will.
Oh man.
No doubt. That's
You
funny.
see
though.
his car?
No.
He's got one of those Kia hybrid things.
Oh yeah. He was bragging about it. He's like, I get 62 miles a gallon.
It's like that hybrids on
actually-
South Park where they fart like you smell their fart and they drive away in their hybrid. Is that kind of what Will has now?
I'm sure it's very similar. He'll just be assing up to the gas tank, and then he'll be able to drive home. It'll be fine.
Did you guys just leave band practice?
I just got home. I just pulled
Oh.
in the driveway, and I literally looked on my phone. I was like, I wonder if the show's still going on. Yep.
Yeah, we're doing a
Bathroom
4-hour.
break.
We're doing a 4-hour show tonight.
Yeah.
It's like literally we're at 3 hours and 35 minutes.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, we're doing a 4-hour
Jeez.
show apparently. So maybe,
Don't you have
We're-
lives?
no.
We're supposed to have more people on tonight, but somebody had
Yeah,
band
yeah, we're supposed to have
practice.
We
people-
didn't even get through half of the list.
Yeah, we're not even through the list yet. So whatever. Yeah, you
I've
guys.
had one.
what-
I've had one band practice for this show, so I think.
Yeah,
give me
what-
that.
We only had 2, man, so we're I think we'll be okay. I
got
hope
one
so
up
anyway.
on me. Should be that one better.
Well,
More
it's.
pressure on Drew.
I tell you what, though, it'll be good to see you guys. It'll be good to see Aaron and Tom because we don't see those guys too often. So, yeah. Here's what we need to do, though, man.
No, we're looking. And all jokes aside, actually, we're really looking forward to it because we know all you guys, and meeting Doug and all that shit this past year, and getting to hang out. I think it'd be a lot of fun, Plus, I think Kyle's coming out, and a bunch of people are coming out.
We need
Oh,
to-
by the way, anybody listening, we have those, wristband ticket things. We're probably just gonna give ours away. Whoever wants to come along and get in a mosh pit and go crazy.
Sell them so I
Everybody
can
needs
pay
those
my
fucking
band
things.
members. I promised my band members I'd pay them, so
Well, that's on you.
Right. Hey, are you actually going to? Are you going to mosh for us, Brad? Are you going to be there for our show, or are you going to come up late?
I'm gonna do like a Rockette kind of move, but it's gonna be by myself, so it's gonna look kind of weird,
It's okay.
It would look better if there was 50 Brads and we're all doing a syncopated, kind of foot dance thing there, but it'll be something like that. I'll show some respect.
So I should take some acid so I can see white streaks across the stage and.
Well, I think that's mandatory. I
Okay.
don't know. What's the last time you played a metal show?
Last February.
Who are these other bands though? I know Chaos is Josh's band and Oblivion. And,
So you have Thrash
Who's
Attack.
yeah, I know them.
You have
You guys.
Oblivion, Chaos,
Siren.
Siren. You know Siren.
Siren, yeah.
So
But
who am
there's
I-
one more in it. Well, Monstrosity.
Monstrosity's old school. So you have those guys that have been around forever. And I understand why Josh added those guys. This means it's a fucking PowerPoint to the set. I get it. They're playing 4 songs. It is what it is. I mean, but yeah, I mean,
Right.
you have a lot of bands packed into a short period of time. I wish that we could play later. Just be like, hey, let's push this motherfucker to 3 a.m., but that's not the case. So yeah, we're dealing with what we can do. It's private. It's just a private property community. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, all right.
I mean, it's in a neighborhood, so the guy's like, look, we got to cut it off at this time.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, but there's one more band on there. I didn't know who it was. It was
Monstrosity, I
Vice.
think, right? Is it Monstrosity?
No, the Midnight Vice.
That's
Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Josh's band, actually. I think it's one of Josh's bands, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So
let me
he's
look
playing
at
in
it.
Chaos and that band.
Probably. So
I
so
think
you
so.
have oh, what happened here? Holy shit. Oblivion, Siren,
I'm looking at the
Chaos.
lineup. Yeah.
Why does it keep
I'm
on?
looking at the lineup right now. It's you guys, us, Chaos, Midnight Vice, Monstrosity, Oblivion, Siren, and then Thrash Tag is just going to play until whenever, I guess.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know who Midnight Vice was.
I mean,
It's the only band.
I don't know, but
How could they exist without you knowing them? How they should be ashamed of themselves.
Well, exactly, Joe. I mean, do you know who it is?
No, but I'm a nobody. You're
Well,
important
you're
in
in-
this world. They should be
You're in
ashamed
a
of themselves.
conundrum, just like I'm in a conundrum, and
So
I
don't
I
say
want
you're
some
nobody.
clarification.
Joe's a somebody.
well, we'll all
Everybody
find.
knows.
Only to John Morgan, everybody's a somebody.
We're gonna all find out Friday night. So let's just
Okay.
we'll all figure it out.
Friday Night Lights.
We have the advantage because but Brad, both our bands, we go on at 6. You guys are on at 6:40 or whatever. So we've got a 10-minute exchange. We're all playing through the same amps apparently. So, but we have
I'm
an
bringing
advantage.
my shit, so.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I don't know how that's. I'm not sure how we're gonna settle that up, but in any case, so we have the advantage of being there super early. We can load in at 5 o'clock, an hour before it starts. So I think we'll be okay.
You guys can set up. We can backline with whatever shit we're gonna play up.
But that's what there's this whole backline provided. There's I don't know what amps and bass, but everything's there. So we're not even bringing amplifiers. So
I'm bringing my
you're not
guitar
bringing any
and
stuff?
nope, we're bringing a guitar and a pick. Maybe I guess I'm going to bring my cord.
Oh, okay.
we're bringing our pedals, Brad. So like I've got a noise gate because I honestly I don't know what they have for these amps. I asked Josh. He said had the amps bring your own pedal boards, but we've got pedal boards and overdrive pedal to clean things up a little bit. I'm going to get a boost pedal from Cliff at Replay this week for my leads, so we can have that. But it's kind of like a garage band type of show, from what I understand, with the quick exchange,
Okay. Well,
Yep.
yeah,
I'm bringing a
my-
sex toy just so I can throw it in the crowd and see who catches it. But
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're gonna do like what the hell was that band that did that shit?
Gwar.
What was that? No. It was an old thrash band from back in the day. Anvil? Didn't Anvil do that?
I mean,
Didn't that guy play? Didn't he do a solo with a fucking dildo or some shit? One of those guys did that.
yeah, I remember what you're talking about. No,
Come on, we're in the same age bracket.
I remember. But I don't remember the band. I remember what you're talking about. Anywho,
Okay.
I'm gonna call Will. And do you think Will is he sober right now, or what do you think he's doing?
He was about a beer deep when I left, so I don't know. I'm sure he's hanging out having a brew.
Where's he
Give
at?
him a shout.
Where's he at?
He was still at the jam space when I left.
Hanging out with
I don't know if
Sean?
he said-
Is he hanging out?
Yeah,
Is he hanging out with Sean?
so.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta
yeah.
get Sean on the phone, man.
Bro, no doubt. That dude's a trip.
I enjoyed meeting Sean.
Sean
he's
is a fucking trip.
cool dude, man. Really,
Oh, he's a good dude.
yeah, good
He's a
dude.
good dude. Yeah. Yeah, give Will a call, man. I'll talk to you cats on Friday, man.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, later.
Later. Brad Mader of Must Not Kill, Tampa metal band, joining us this Friday at the Barf Show. Bay Area Hard Rock Festival. We had a good night tonight. We got over 154 views, Joe.
Nice.
Yeah. And I mean,
We had 150 more views than normal.
No, 154 views tonight. So
Okay.
here's how I look at it when I do a live show. So obviously we have the views that we do when we're live. And then the show's always up on YouTube. So the show is there live, but it's always there for people to view later. And they wander upon it. So 154 turns into 500, turns into 1,000. I don't know. Sorry, I'm choking.
And not choking chicken.
So 154. So we've had shows that have been like 30 views, 40 views, 50 views. I get it. 154 is a good view. It's a good view, Joe. Yeah,
That's good, dude.
9.4%. That's what we have to do. So Jason, we got to do 9.4% on a regular basis, 4-hour shows, and Laura leaves early. Is that the equilibrium that we're working at?
I'm not gonna agree with the Laura leaves early.
Oh,
I think Laura should be here. But now what I'll say though is that we went into a deeper level into people's minds. And the good thing about our show is that Joe, you and myself, we have this magical unicorn ability to see things from different perspectives, and we're not like
without hating each other afterwards.
Without what, Joe?
Without hating each other afterwards.
And I agree.
That's the whole point. You have to be open to be able to have an open discourse and disagree without causing animosity.
Okay. Let's see if Will James answers.
Echo.
William James.
Drinking with Drew, because that's what we do. How you doing,
William
man?
James.
Wow. Are you still at the practice spot?
Are you still on the air?
We
Yes.
are. We're still here.
What the fuck, dude? I thought you guys were limiting it to like 2-hour shows. This
Bro,
is ridiculous.
We're
I
approaching.
protest.
I agree. We're approaching 4 hours. So I agree.
That's amazing. I
know.
really wish I had been there. Yes, I am still at the practice spot. Hello, audience. This is William James.
Sir William
I'm
James.
chilling with the inhabitants of the Rome House. We're listening to Tool live. We're not doing the studio albums. We're listening to Tool live, circa 2019. Fun fact, Eddie Van Halen and Wolfgang Van Halen went to see Tool in 2019. It's the last confirmed concert Eddie Van Halen ever went to before his untimely death. So we're
Wow.
watching a performance of that, and it's fucking incredible.
Interesting. So you're there with Sean?
Oh, yeah, we're there with Sean and Tony, too.
Cool.
So, yeah,
Sean, what's up? Sean, what's up, Tony?
They can't hear you because I walked away to make sure I had optimal audio quality on my own voice.
All right. Well, tell them we said hello.
I will indeed, man. Sean was very happy to meet you guys the other day.
Cool. I left some stickers for them. I don't know if they found them.
I think they did, but you definitely gave me a very healthy amount of stickers, and I've been trying to put them up everywhere I go.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, you're missing our 9.4% tonight, Will. Our chocolate cherry cake beer. I was really hoping you would be here to have one. I will save you one.
I'm so looking forward to it.
I'm going to save you.
He bought enough. Don't worry.
I bought enough. I'm going to bring you one. So when you're here next time, there will be one here. Don't worry.
Thank you. Very, very considerate. All I'm drinking is Busch Light right now. So, I wish I was drinking something better.
Boy, do you have peanut butter in your mouth? I didn't understand a word you just said.
Whoa. Okay. Allow me to enunciate clearly. I look forward to imbibing upon the chocolate.
No. I said you had some kind of weird beer in your mouth. I was like, that doesn't sound like an IPA or something.
What's Busch Light?
Yeah.
Is what Jason's saying.
What is that?
What is Busch Light?
Oh, well, of course, Jason, I respect the enthusiasm with which you imbibe upon proper beers. But, sometimes you just want to get down and dirty with good old-fashioned Busch Light. Hey, man, if Busch Light wasn't so good, then why did they name a theme park after it? Ho, ho, ho,
Okay,
ho,
all right,
ho.
well.
What stand by. What theme park was named after Busch Light?
Busch Gardens.
Don't say Busch
I don't
Gardens.
know, it's Busch
Don't
Gardens.
say Busch Gardens.
Ring a bell?
No, Busch Gardens was not named after Busch Light. It was
Well, we can agree to disagree.
It was named after Anheuser-Busch, but not Busch Light. Okay, let's just go that way.
Well, tomato, tomato.
It was named after beautiful horses and eagles.
You boys ain't from
Well,
around
man,
here, are you?
we live in the era of alternative facts. So you've got your facts, I've got mine. It's all good.
I like that alternative facts.
Will James has apparently not watched this show.
No, he's not watching this show.
He's got to
no.
go back and watch 4 hours of this.
Joe,
tonight.
Just like to watch the last hour.
Can you
of
give
it,
me another patriarch? I'm going to do one more. I know.
Pastry,
Oh my God, you guys are on
pastryarchy.
hour 4 and you're still going. Jesus.
Pastryarchy.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I really have what the millennials call FOMO. I've got fear of missing out right now. Good
Yeah,
God.
you're
Well, Jason is exiting soon, so but
Jason's leaving us. I'm probably gonna do one more beer and then pass out. I don't know. So
Well, I can report this much. Obviously, you guys are dying to know how practice went. Practice went well. We knocked out our 30-minute set in 27 minutes.
nice, dude.
So we had
nice.
3 minutes to spare. We're going to mix it up a little bit. It won't be the same set you have seen if you have been a fan of Must Not Kill. We're going to mix it up a little bit.
Wait, does
obviously,
this mean Tom's keeping his shirt on?
Oh, don't hold. I cannot comment on the shirt. I cannot comment on nudity. All I can tell you is that man is unpredictable. It's going to be
Yes, he is.
great. Whatever he does is going to be great. But what's funny is that so Jason Stallworth Band plays from 6 to 6:30. Must Not Kill plays from 6:40 to 7:10. So basically, William James is playing from 6 to 7:15.
You stay put. It's like a
which is
Fens
lot
gig,
of
dude.
fucking drumming, dude. So if
We
you're a
men-
fan
we
of my
mentioned that
drumming,
earlier.
come on out. You're gonna get one
Now-
fucking crazy show.
Now,
Yeah.
Will, just you can be honest with me here. Are you taking any probiotics or are you anything to prepare you for that long journey?
Probiotics are not entering the equation, but there is going to be a set of things that I do. I'm
Protein
going
shake?
to eat a very light breakfast, protein heavy on the breakfast,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm not going to touch anything else. I'm basically gonna fast after the breakfast and enter the gig hungry. I'll enter it lean, and I hear there's free beer at the show. So as soon as I'm done with my hour and 10 minutes of performing, I will then go carb heavy with the beer. And then that's
Pizza.
basically going to be it.
Cool.
Okay. So no cocaine.
No. I do not imbibe upon that particular substance. Although, if that's your thing, do your thing, whatever. But no,
Don't put it
my
on your
thing's
wiener.
going to be an omelet and beer, basically.
I'm passing on the cocaine and going for an omelet.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I'm not ditching that, but I'm just saying if you were like in a big band and you're on tour, a lot of bands, man, they're like, do the fucking powder, man.
Is it kidding?
What?
Well, I do not endorse that particular product. It's never worked for me. As you may or may not know, cocaine is a derivative of the cocoa bean. So basically, cocaine, caffeine, and chocolate are all derivative from the same plant. I do not enjoy chocolate. I do not enjoy
Really?
caffeine.
You
So,
might not
well,
enjoy
yeah.
the new 9.4% patriarchy
Will,
chocolate cherry cake beverage that we're supporting tonight.
Bo, do you enjoy life?
I'm a little concerned right now.
You need a
Hey,
good
man,
piece of
hey,
dark chocolate right after
here's
you
what
bust
I
a nut.
enjoy. I would enjoy the 9.4%. The chocolate would be a secondary thing. It's not the chocolate that is driving me to that particular beer. So because I do not enjoy the chocolate, because I do not enjoy the caffeine, that leads me to believe that the most extreme version of that plant, which is the cocaine, I've never done it, never will enjoy it. Where there's a will, there's a way, but I will not be doing any of that at any time.
Okay.
And that's all I have to say about that in the words of Forrest Gump. By the way, Jenny, top 5 villain of all time.
For sure.
Jenny.
She ruined his life.
She
Okay.
really did. Like, gave him AIDS, and then part of their Haley Joel Osment, the kid, he probably had AIDS too, man.
Yeah.
Let's be real about it.
Wow.
yeah. Jason's like, yeah, that gives me indigestion. It's same
Yeah.
here, dude.
I agree. Lisa, I need a bong hit. We don't smoke weed in the studio, but I agree. I do need a bong hit.
I stick with my craft beers, and that's really it for me.
All right.
That's all I can
So
handle.
William James
Yep.
is going to be.
Sean said he still has your stickers, and he's very excited that you gave him
Put-
stickers, man.
Put
That's
Sean
fucking
on
awesome.
the show. Can you put him on the phone?
No,
for
Sean's going to bed.
Oh,
Sean's
okay.
I'm going to bed too, guys.
Jason's going to bed too.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we're going to
I
call the show.
appreciate y'all calling me late, man. This is fucking awesome.
All right, man. We appreciate you hanging out, and we're going to see you Friday.
Some William James.
Have a great night. Everyone get home safe. Jason, you especially. I know you got to drive. Be safe. I'll see you all Friday. We are going to put on the best show you've ever seen. So come on out to the Bar
it's gonna
Fest
be good.
in Valrico, Florida. Look it up if you don't already know. We'll see you there.
10-4. See it. I really want to get Sean on the phone. That dude's a trip.
He's funny.
He's crazy.
He's funny, man.
All right, man. All right. So Jason is passing out
Yeah,
live
Jason's
on
passing out. Live on air.
studio.
Jason goes to bed before 10 usually, so I'm usually up early, 4:35ish. Tomorrow probably 5:30ish.
Yeah. We get it, man. We get it. Joe, are you going to stay? Do you want to hang out? We'll do a 6-hour show. I don't care. I don't care. I might even stay by myself and do a 12-hour show. I might be here until 6 a.m.
Marathon. It's
Yeah.
a telethon. Call up and
I
give
love
us
you
your
boys,
money.
man.
Call up and give us your money.
I know. I get it, y'all. I get it. Jason,
Yeah. Love
thank you, brother.
Yeah,
He
we love
has
you.
been a trooper.
Yeah.
He's here. He's hanging out. Joe.
Yep.
Wow. You want to hang out in Laura's seat?
Not really.
No? Okay. You going to stay?
A couple more minutes.
Okay. We'll stay a couple more minutes. That means I can't reach I literally cannot reach the switcher. That's the problem. I'm like, I can't reach it. It's way over there.
Can you split screen us? Or you can only do picture in picture?
Man, Joe, you're getting complicated.
I'm just saying, you split screen it, you can leave it like that.
Jesus Christ. Now I got to jump up and look up shit. Joe, got me. Joe, got me. Joe, got me. Joe, got me. Joe, got me.
Try holding both buttons at the same time.
Yeah, but here's the
I'm just
problem.
kidding.
Here's the problem. I mean, I have to be really little. So I'm little and you're big.
That's what she said.
I mean, can we do that? I mean, I can do that. You want to do that?
They can't do an even split screen?
No, I
That's
mean,
messed up.
that's all I got. All right, whatever. Honestly, man, I don't care right now.
You want to hit something else on your list? If not, I got other things on my list that I didn't even send over to you because I knew you had a full list.
Oh, I kind of got a pee too. Damn it. Did you see the Florida man the big neck Florida man that got arrested again?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
You
one.
know, Florida.
I got an airline who sat a passenger next to a dead body. I got someone at JFK Airport releasing a deadly nerve agent and killing people or infecting people with a deadly disease. I got a guy who convinces
Jason's leaving.
I got a guy who convinces his girlfriend to have sex with a dog.
Do you know this guy?
No.
You've never seen that guy before?
No.
Joe.
I don't know that one. And I got the Chewbacca breakup.
See, here's the problem. Every time I switch over,
Yep. The picture in picture goes
the picture
away.
in picture goes away.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yep. I'll send you these articles for next week.
Look, now I'm way at the bottom. Now at the top.
You're at the top.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, let's just call the show, Joe.
Okay. Who do you want to call?
I don't know. Let's call Laura.
You're going to be in trouble.
I don't know, because I got to pee, and then
Wake my wife up. Call her.
you want to call Tris? Yeah.
No.
All right. We'll save some of this. We'll save some of this shit.
Yeah, we got
for
a lot
next
of
week.
material for next week, too.
All right, y'all.
Are we doing a show tomorrow night?
I don't care, Joe.
Just kidding.
I'll do a show every fucking week of the day. I really don't care, man. I don't care. I'll do a show every fucking day. All right, we're gonna go because I gotta pee. Joe's got to go molest his wife's butt.
No. She's sleeping.
162 views tonight, Joe.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, man.
That is good.
It's good. So we could go for another 2 hours and probably get another 500. That's the way YouTube works. But It is what it is. All right, man. I am going to officially sign out
Play
here
the outro.
with the outro. You guys be good. I appreciate everybody for hanging out for this long ass show. I love everybody out here. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook. Search the Drinking with Drew Show. We love you. Bye. All right, everybody. This has been another episode of the Drinking with Drew Show. Check us out every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Spread the word, spread the love. Check us out on all of our socials: Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Humble Social. Big thank you to our sponsor, InLawWeTrust.com. We'll see you next week.